Please, mama, don't cry. Yeah, I'll be fine. Sipping wine, having a good time. On my feet are Calvin Kleins. Yeah, I'll be fine. Cruising by, big rims on all my rides. Got drip like water slide. I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. Woke up early one morning, kissed my mama goodbye. Said I'm going down to the island. Please, mama, don't cry. Yeah, I'll be fine. Sipping wine, having a good time. On my feet are Calvin Kleins. Yeah, I'll be fine. Cruising by, big rims on all my rides. Got drip like water slide. I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. Woke up early one morning, kissed my mama goodbye. Said I'm going down to the island. Please, mama, don't cry. Yeah, I'll be fine. Sipping wine, having a good time. On my feet are Calvin Kleins. Yeah, I'll be fine. Cruising by, big rims on all my rides. Got drip like water slide. I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth, I just can't vibe with you. I'ma leave you at the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. Woke up early one morning. Kissed my mama goodbye. Said I'm going down to the islands. Please mama don't cry. Yeah, I'll be fine. Sipping wine, having a good time. On my feet are Calvin Klein's. Yeah, I'll be fine. Cruising by, big rims on all my rides. Got drip like water slide. I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party. Woke up early one morning. Kissed my mama goodbye. Said I'm going down to the islands. Please mama don't cry. Yeah, I'll be fine. Sipping wine, having a good time. On my feet are Calvin Klein's. Yeah, I'll be fine. Cruising by, big rims on all my rides. Got drip like water slide. I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
I just gotta tell the truth. I just can't abide with you. I'ma leave you out the loop. Sorry. So much weed up in the booth. Pull up if you need some proof. Make them go number 2 party.
Welcome back.
Welcome back. Another week.
We made it another week without the world ending.
I mean,
This one, it was questionable.
We are going in for the close. We're like,
Cheers.
we're in the third act. I mean, fucking.
Cheers to another week
Did I mean to make that
of survival.
half explode?
It happens,
Half
you know.
exploded. Clip. That's a clip.
That's a clip right there.
That's a
But
clip-a-rooney.
so obviously, you know, not too many big things happened this week. You know, it was really a slow week when you think about it.
Yeah.
There's just this little-known country in the Middle East, and
underdogs.
yeah, they're not doing so great over in Iran. Sucks to be them right now, but
Sucks to be them.
it is what it is.
It sucks to be Iran.
I think so. Yeah, they're kind of getting bombed pretty hard.
They're getting bombed pretty hard, but they're fighting back. And
They
I
are.
think basically,
Are they really though?
I low-key think they got some bombs through, right?
They did get some through, but that's one thing is I see a lot of people circulating the video of like there's like 20 ballistic missiles like over Tel Aviv, right? Like you've seen that picture.
Yeah.
I think one thing that a lot of people don't know is that the Iron Dome is actually programmed to not intercept everything.
It purposely lets some through.
It's purposefully lets them through if they're not going to hit a civilian populated area. Like if it's going to hit the desert,
Why?
it
To
doesn't.
save money.
Yeah, literally because they're like $2 million per deflection. So they got AI
That's
models.
$2 million a deflection.
$2 million
Oh my
per
God.
deflection. Yeah, that's our tax dollars at work, folks. But
Yeah, that's what instead of healthcare,
we help Israel not
gets
get
to
bombed. Yeah.
fucking spend $2 million a deflection. Holy fuck.
No, so yeah, some of them miss on purpose. So I think a lot of people see that and they're like, dude, they're getting a lot of damage off. They're not getting as much damage as you might think, bro.
Has anybody done the math on like an NBA defensive player? Like how much they get paid per
block?
per block.
It's well,
Is it
Wembenyama,
a-
he gets like 2.5 a game. I'm sure he's making a bag.
It's the same rate as
It might.
Iron Dome deflections.
No, I think the Iron Dome is still more, but it's probably closer than you might expect, to be honest. But so let's just get into the general thoughts of the situation.
Crazy.
Like who's in the right, who's in the wrong? Is Iran really doing something bad? Not really. What do you think?
I think it was fucked up of Israel to preemptively just start fucking attacking.
Yep.
I don't think they have nukes. And I think
Do you think they were trying to get nukes or not really?
probably?
Yeah.
I wouldn't be surprised to find out they're trying to get nukes, especially because they gave their nukes up and they got fucked
Yep.
a little bit. So
It's happened to a few countries,
yeah, so I don't
Ukraine
blame,
included.
Basically, like never give up your nukes. Like
Yeah,
you're
that's the
fucking-
biggest mistake you
dumbest thing
could
you could-
possibly make.
Never if you at home have a nuke, never ever give it up. Only threaten to use it.
Yes.
That's it. I'll use it.
If you give up the nukes, you're getting invaded, and you're probably never coming back. You're probably going to be absorbed by some bigger state that does have nukes.
Mm-hmm.
So be careful with that stuff, guys.
Nukes are bad. Iran. So like,
Muslim countries, though, cannot have nukes.
is that you saying that? Full chest.
That's what the Republicans
Yeah,
say.
yeah, no, they can't have them.
Which is funny
That's what
because
Putin says.
they have this memory hole in their brain where Pakistan doesn't exist.
Pakistan.
They've had nukes for a long time.
I would be great fighter for Pakistan. You know that video?
I don't. Oh yeah, yeah,
The
yeah.
kids yelling.
That'd be a great fighter.
He will say Pakistan, yeah.
He ain't saving. He ain't saving Pakistan,
Dude,
man.
Pakistan. I don't know shit about.
I hate to
how
be the
Pakistan's
bad
gonna
guy to
win.
that kid, but you ain't saving Pakistan.
Maybe he isn't. You don't know shit. He could be like
I mean, I guess
He could be Andor of Pakistan.
that's. I still haven't watched Andor.
Mm.
I slept on that. You should. You
Okay,
should have
but
knew
it's
that was
for-
gonna happen.
People that like political shit and hate Star Wars.
Well, I like political stuff and I like Star Wars.
Well, if you like Star Wars, it's fun, but
Cool.
it doesn't feel like it's like. I didn't even want to talk about it, but
we don't need. Yeah. Once
Star
I watch it,
Wars,
we'll talk about it more.
it's
But
yeah, it's barely Star Wars, but it's Star Wars and it's awesome. Back to it low key does fit with the theme.
yeah,
It doesn't not fit with the theme now that I'm thinking about it. Because
the Andor thing.
yeah, just like war.
It's kinda
and
the same
shit.
vibes.
Shit's just shit going down.
Here's my thing with the Iran
Yes.
nuclear threat.
Yes.
So, where I do agree is that Iran probably shouldn't have nukes. I think it probably wouldn't be a great thing for the world.
Shut your little booty up from the chat.
Will do.
Fuck out of here.
So, have you seen that video circling around of Netanyahu where what happened?
I'm looking at Bella.
Yeah. Oh. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? Have you seen that video of Netanyahu circling around where he's like talking about, oh, Iran is so close to getting
The
nukes.
montage?
And
You
it's
mean
like
the
there's
montage?
clips from like 1996 of him saying
2002,
this.
2008, 2012. Yeah, yes, I saw that. Shout out
So,
to Daily Show. Put that.
What
one
I will
together.
say is that how close Iran is to a nuke, Israel probably ain't the best source on that.
No.
It's probably the worst source you could actually have on it because they want Iran to get
They're
nukes
terrible.
so that they can invade Iran.
Yeah, they're itching for war. They want to go to war, and the Conservative Party here wants them to go to war, and there's no reason to go to war.
But when you look at the International Atomic Energy Committee,
Which I do regularly.
I view them a little bit more legit than Israel, because Israel has like a big, like they want Iran to go for nukes. They want to be able to invade Iran.
Yes,
That's been their goal for decades.
100%.
International Atomic Energy
And they have the
Agency.
U.S. and the U.S. is like bought and sold to help them. Like hired
Yeah,
gun.
oh, yeah.
We are hired gun in that scenario.
That's the whole
All
point.
right, we get paid.
Do y'all have those costumes, or you bring them home every day?
chill? I just watched this.
Chill with
today.
that. What's up, Ezzy? Good to see you,
Ezzy,
bro.
Shout out Ezzy the legend. The reason the show happens.
What is that right there?
We got some
Just picked up some sea moss.
vitamin.
That looks like
booster
something
of
else,
some
bro.
sea moss. Yeah, that looks.
That does not look like
92 minerals.
vitamins.
Hey, I feel like I'm holding Ezra Jr. in here.
That's what I do.
Not Ezra Jr., bro. But no, so it is an actual concern. Oh, Caitlin
Talk
Clark.
about Caitlin Clark. That's on the docket, I think.
She was drilling him, bro.
You know, we should honestly.
You saw
add,
she got in a fight yesterday?
We should add Bella to the notes so she can add shit.
That's a
I
fact.
would honestly be you.
She would drop some good topics in there.
She was. Yeah. What'd you say? I saw that.
Caitlin Clark, she got in a fight.
Yeah, I saw that. Like, she got like
Dude,
ganged up.
they
on.
are trying to fucking run her out of the league. Like,
We're not anti-feminists. There's a certain kind of feminism that does suck.
nobody wants to talk about it. I think a lot of people want to talk about Caitlin Clark. She's a household name.
She's huge, and they're trying to racialize the issue, and it's not even about race. You know,
It's really not.
it's about shooting percentage. Really,
It's about the numbers.
It's about the stats.
How
and
many
the
50-point
numbers.
games do you
And
have?
can you sell tickets?
I think she's got she's top 3 in 50-point games already. And she's played for a season and a half.
Yeah, she's a legend.
It's unbelievable.
Listen, she's on her way. She might make it to the NBA. They might put her in.
She might, maybe. I
You
could
think-
see it
you think
happening.
there's a guy that's worse than her in the NBA currently right now?
In terms of if she would beat them one-on-one.
In terms of a team would be better off with Caitlyn than a current player they have.
You're trying to get me in trouble,
I'm not
Nico.
trying-
You're trying to get me in trouble, bro.
I have a real. That's a real question. And Angela Reese is Dookie. I still love the guys who bet on her missing the first shot every
It's
game.
so good.
It's
They're
so
they're
funny.
hitting at an enormous clip.
You got- I think they've only lost one time, and they've done it 12.
All right, but back into the Israel
Platform of white
situation.
women about the current proxy wars. Listen, I hate white women. Don't say that about me. I'm a white woman hater.
We are on the white woman party. The Democrats.
We are suburban white moms. Well,
We love our liberal
conservative
moms.
white moms. There's conservative white moms and the liberal.
Bradley
Democrat
Beal
white
for
moms.
Caitlin Clark. Yeah, I could see that. That
That-
guy is ass. I mean, she could space the floor.
Unironically though, do you think?
No, there's no way.
How
No.
tall is Caitlin Clark?
She's like 6'3".
Okay, she's not tall.
I don't know actually. Maybe she's taller than that. I think she's like
Mi
6'3",
gente.
6'2", something like that.
Yo, Bella's like that. That's like J-Lo Hispanic. Mi gente Latino. And fucking nobody. Everyone's like, who the fuck are you? Bitch from New York. Trying to speak Spanish.
All right.
Back to Iran.
So, as I was saying, yeah, Israel's not a trustworthy source on the nuke shit, but there are actual concerns about Iran's nuclear program. And what I'm talking about is last week, the International Atomic Energy Committee, for the first time ever, and they've been working with Iran for 20 years. For the first time ever, they said that Iran is not in compliance with telling them about their nuclear facilities and where they're at and how much uranium they're enriching.
That is bad.
Now, in response, Iran actually decided to escalate, and I put this in the notes, the CNN article. Iran actually decided to install new centrifuges in a variety of their locations. They basically threatened to go fucking crazy with the nuclear program. Basically
Iran?
ramp the shit up. Yeah, exactly. So let's take a look at this article. So Iran threatens nuclear escalation after UN Watchdog Board finds it in breach of their obligations. So again, Israel, not a great source on this. These guys are. It's literally their job to go to these countries and investigate like how much nuclear energy or nuclear enrichment is going on.
Yeah, but Nikki D, dude, they're corrupt, bro. These people are bought and sold, dude.
The IAEA.
The IAEA.
Well,
They're owned by big bombs, big Raytheon, Lockheed.
it could be, but it's like a United Nations board.
Right.
So it's a bunch of different
This
countries.
bitch is texting.
That bitch is texting.
I don't trust her.
Maybe they're not as legit as I thought, but
We never know. But at a certain point, you gotta trust something. But okay, so what did they say?
so scroll down a little bit. So Tehran retaliated by announcing the launch of new uranium enrichment center and the installation of advanced centrifuges, an escalatory move likely to complicate nuclear talks with the United States. Now, I don't,
They're gonna make it go boom boom. basically?
it could be a coincidence, but the fact that this happened and then the same night they got bombed, like, there's got to be some connection there. There's got to be some connection, right? I don't think
Our point
it came out of nowhere.
And our point is, Caitlin Clark is involved in that somehow.
Caitlin Clark is funneling money to the Israelis.
Bradley Beal on a no trade clause contract, wreaking havoc on the Suns.
Yeah, that's disgusting.
Nuclear war is never gonna happen.
Nobody gets a no trade clause, by the way. There's
I don't know.
there's like 5 people ever that have gotten a no trade clause.
Wait, this guy, he signed and the team was like, "We're never trading you. You're not
It's
allowed to
in the
trade me."
contract.
He's like, "You're not allowed to trade me."
It's in the contract, yeah.
Wow,
Like LeBron
that seems
has
like a
that.
bad deal for a team.
LeBron's got that. Not too many people got that.
Really, LeBron has that.
Yeah. Bradley Beal, who the fuck? Do you even know Bradley Beal?
Who's about? They're just an imperialist mouthpiece. Who is that? Who
The
you talking about?
IEA,
Oh, yeah.
I think is she's referring to. I could see
I don't
that.
know who Bradley is.
I don't know enough, but from my understanding, it's like a board of countries, basically similar to the UN. So I don't see why they would have any reason to lie about it.
I only trust people that Bella talks to on Discord.
That's a fact.
Otherwise, it's not a verified source to me, and I don't give a fuck. All right.
But no, so what do you think? Is Iran out of pocket with this or not really?
Iran is showing sketchy behavior that should be looked into.
Just bought shares of
And,
yes, Iran will launch a nuke. That's not a good bet. They're making very sure that is not going to
Dude,
happen.
That Iran will launch it. Where are they going to get the nuke?
A lot of people think that they're going to get like sold a nuke on the black market from China or Russia. That's not going to happen, guys. That is not how anything works.
Can you go on Craigslist and like find the parts to build a nuke?
I think it's a little more complicated than that. But I could be wrong. I don't know.
Iran, you're in a bidding war for a nuke, and it just says Iran is outbidding you.
Dude, you're fucked. You got no. Well, depends who it is.
You know what's crazy about Iran is it's like 90-something million people, and they're all trying to get out of there.
Yeah.
It looks crazy.
No, it's
The
fucking
chaos, the
wild
the
situation.
Roads, complete gridlock. Holy fuck! And there's no gas and shit. So like, if your car didn't have gas when the shit went down, you got fucked.
How much even is a nuke? That's a good question.
How much for?
I
a
think
nuke?
that. How much did they spend on the Oppenheimer shit? I think it was like. I think it was in the billions for sure. I think it was like 2% of our GDP was spent on a nuke.
Prices.
I don't know if you could just find it on Google. We could try though.
You know.
Extremely expensive. That's all they said. Nuke bomb. Yeah, ChatGPT is not gonna give you any information on this, Nico.
How much?
You got to say hypothetically.
No, in history,
You got to say hypothetically how much does a nuke cost?
have countries spent on nuclear?
Dude, it's not gonna answer this. You
It
got
has
to
answer.
you got to
That's a
say.
historical.
Okay, let's find out.
Yeah,
Oh, trillions in some cases.
$2 billion at a time. 30 billion today's dollars.
Manhattan,
Manhattan
Project was
Project.
30 billion. So yeah, that's a lot of fucking money.
Jesus. All right, 102 billion. So like 3 people can bid on a bomb in the entire world.
Yeah,
How many billions does Elon have?
more than that, like
He could buy a nuke?
120 billion. He could buy a nuke. But dude, no one's gonna sell you a nuke like that.
Okay,
That's not how it works.
Well, I think it's actually the price to make a nuke.
Yeah,
probably.
exactly.
But
Which you have to have nuclear scientists who are all being assassinated in Iran, so they can't do that.
damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy.
Dude, they've killed like 6 nuclear scientists. Or that's just in the past couple weeks.
American. Wait, they censored my comment because I named.
I name called the CIA. That's illegal. Yeah, you can't do that.
We are the CIA.
We embrace
We're
the
in it.
intelligence apparatus here. Okay.
What, Cash Patel? My guy. FBI? That's my guy. You saw he was like, I looked in the files. Epstein didn't kill himself. Trust me.
I did. Yeah. I believe him.
Yeah, of course.
Of course.
That guy would tell me. If there was corruption throughout the country, he would tell us.
Dude, the jail cameras.
Why wouldn't he tell us?
No jail cameras work.
Why the fuck wouldn't he tell us?
Half of those cameras are broken.
That's so dumb. Think he wouldn't tell us? You think they're threatening his life if he tells us? Silly.
No way.
There's just nothing there. Turns
Stop
out
trying
the
to look for
government is not
things.
corrupt. It's perfectly everything. Everything is above board. It's a beautiful thing.
But all right.
How long before we have troops on the ground in Iran? I say by September.
I think there's a 0% chance that we
Zero?
have 0% chance. We're not sending troops to Iran. The most that we would do, I think, is give Israel the bunker blasters that they want. And that would be an extreme escalation as well. But I don't see any world where Trump has the political capital to send troops to Iran. I mean, we got to keep in mind, like,
the political capital, he can just do it.
but we got to keep in mind, like, Iran is not like Iraq. Like, this is a massive fucking country, like, with 90 million plus people.
Yes,
Iraq,
it's a step up.
it looks like child's play compared to Iran. I don't think that there's a realistic chance that we send troops there, to be honest. As much as people want to act like, oh, there's a war for sure, like, I just don't see it happening.
Why?
Because nobody wants it to happen. Trump doesn't want it to happen.
There
I
are
don't want it
people
to
that
happen.
want it to happen. I think Trump would be willing to let it happen. I think everybody around Trump, at least like fucking 60-70% of them, want to go to war. They want it to go down.
I just don't see the benefit that we get out of it.
With the benefit, we get to fuck up a country.
'Cause we can get
we get
most-
to flex our muscles.
Like
dude.
from what I understand that Trump's been saying so far, his whole thing is that Iran can't have nukes.
Well, who said that?
Which that is a popular belief.
Who said that?
Trump.
Trump.
70 and in a poll recently it showed that
Sure.
76% of Americans agree like Iran probably shouldn't have nukes.
But
And
that-
so
that
I
means
I
nothing.
think that's their goal. I don't think that the goal is regime change. I hope it isn't.
I think that's.
I think
where
that's
we're
Israel's
heading.
goal. I think that's 100% what Israel wants.
I think that's where we're heading, bro. I think we're heading. We're on the road of we do what Israel wants. We are on that road.
Well, so far we
Well,
definitely
listen,
are
the
on that road.
long ass thing.
Let's see what we got here.
For over 3 decades, the New York Times has been reporting, opining, and editorializing on the U.S. and Israel's claims that Iran is years, months, or weeks away from acquiring a nuclear warhead. These claims have never been proven, yet are consistently used to justify brutal sanctions. The Times' fear-mongering about Iran aims to tighten the U.S. political establishment's death grip on its hegemonic position in the region and convince the public that U.S.-Israel supremacy in the Middle East is existentially necessary, even if that means supporting another American war.
Okay, I'm going to come with
New
the
York
hot
Times
takes.
is the enemy of sovereignty for the peoples of the global south. In 2003, they spread lies about WMD and Al-Qaeda in Iraq, manufacturing consent for a U.S. invasion which would kill over 1 million Iraqis. In 2011, they lied about the Libyan civil war and NATO's humanitarian intentions to help build the case for a catastrophic intervention. In 1953, they supported the CIA-backed coup of Iran's Prime Minister Mohammad Mossadegh by slandering him as a communist and comparing his government to Hitler's. Today, they justify the bombing and displacement of families in Tehran, publishing editorials praising the courage of the world's most immoral army. Don't fall for the imperial propaganda. Boycott, divest, unsubscribe from the New York Times. Learn more on NewYorkWarCrimes.com.
Okay, number one, it's extremely ironic. It's extremely ironic that post calls out the sanctions against Iran as horrible and anti-humanitarian, yet in the same breath says that we should divest and sanction Israel. That's just kind of interesting, the parallel there. But
Wait, hold on. What are you saying?
like, sanctions in general are anti-humanitarian. Like, if we sanction Iran,
So we should never sanction anybody?
no, I think that they are a tool that is one of our extreme tools, which should only be used if we feel like we have to.
So then why couldn't you say one of those is fucked and the other one's not?
You could. I mean, it's. I just think that in general, sanctions aren't the best play. Like, Your goal is to hurt the government, but typically sanctions end up hurting the people far more than that.
Bella, respond to that shit.
Yep, let's see.
In the chat. So I feel like most of that was pretty on point.
A lot of it, yeah.
Like, I don't know.
But no, I do think that it is a little bit alarming, though. Like, Iran's nuclear program has been under a lot of scrutiny forever, right? Like, even Obama was pressured to do a nuclear deal with Iran.
He got us in the deal.
He got us a deal, exactly.
And they trusted us like fucking idiots. You buffoons. Divesting from Israel is not sanctioning.
What does the S in the BDS movement stand for?
Oh, shit.
What does the S in BDS stand
he hit
for?
you with the semantics.
No, but that's their whole movement is BDS from Israel. And it's like, what does the S stand for?
BDS is just like, we're not going to buy shit.
It stands for boycott, divest, and sanction.
They didn't call for sanctioning anyone. God damn it.
Excuse me. I'm sorry.
Bella, hop in the Discord.
Let's get heated in here.
Hop in the motherfucking Discord.
But no, I do think, like, Iran, my point is, Iran's nuclear program has been under scrutiny for decades. Like, this isn't a new thing.
Yeah,
and the fact that these international agencies are calling them out for the first time ever, it does seem like they're escalating a little bit, and they're trying to move towards a nuke pretty quickly.
100%.
I don't think that it's...
They want to go to war, bro. They want us to go to war. They're gonna have troops. They're gonna send one of our Navy ships just went over there.
Yeah, the aircraft carrier.
The Ford one.
Yep, that's not good. They're gonna get false flagged. I hope not.
We are gonna get false flagged.
You think so? That's when I'll say, okay, yeah, we're going into a war, and this is fucked. And it definitely could happen.
You know Dave Smith?
Who's that? Oh yeah, the comedian guy.
Yeah, he's a libertarian guy. Who was like, I'm gonna vote for Trump because
and now he's regretting it.
He's
what a surprise!
And he's like, but that guy was like, oh, if Trump does this or the shit he just did with Iran, then I'll be like, I regret it and I've made a mistake. And he said Trump should be impeached now for this.
Someone needs to get him his "Fell for It Again" award.
Literally,
they need to get it to him.
It's like
as soon as possible.
What the fuck were you thinking?
I don't want to talk to Zio Nikki. Okay, I mean, I respect it. That is me. I'm a Zionist, 100%.
Are you dead ass?
Absolutely.
What?
Unapologetically.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I can't tell.
Jason Tatum better than LeBron? That's not true. No, because here's my thing.
I am big fuck the Zionist.
Zionist? What is a Zionist? What is a Zionist?
They want a fucking ethno-state.
They want a state of self-determination for the Jewish people. It depends on how you phrase it, right? If you say that they're a colonial empire that wants to take over native people's lands, then of course everyone's against that. But if you say it's self-determination for the Jewish people, everyone would say, oh yeah, I support that. So it's really in the eye of the beholder at the end of the day.
I think, though, that most Zionists are like, Palestinians should be second-class citizens. They should be second tier to us. And fuck that.
But is that inherent in the Zionist belief?
I think so.
I don't think so. I don't think it is.
I think so.
Obviously,
I don't think it's that. I don't think
there
it's
are
an
bad
innocent
actors,
thing, bro.
There's absolutely bad actors, but I just feel like when people do you agree that there's an effort to like demonize Zionism right now?
I think it's being perpetrated by the Zionists. I think they're bringing it on themselves.
I mean, the state of Israel has done a lot of... They're committing a genocide. The state of Israel is committing a genocide. I'm not going to deny that. That's an absolute fact. And they need to...
They didn't call the Cambodian genocide a genocide until after. Like, Israel is an apartheid state. Would you agree that Israel is an apartheid state? Because I would say yes to that.
what is an apartheid state?
It's where people...
Apartheid state is a state that's based on racial discrimination,
and they got
right?
Different classes of citizenships.
Okay, what about...
Which Israel does.
What about the Palestinian...
That's my main issue.
What about the Palestinian citizens in Israel, though?
The Palestinian citizens, I think they're also, they also get... They're not platinum. They don't have the max membership. You know what I'm saying?
They're subject to a lot of discrimination, and their schools are underfunded.
Nikki,
they have a lot of
issues. They do it to themselves.
No, I don't think so, and I do think that it's a little bit unfair because when we say that Zionist is like an evil plague, I do feel like you're demonizing Jews to a certain extent. I understand. Hold up, let me just explain. Because like think about it like this, right? If I was to say, like, let's say back in the day when they were committing genocide to Native Americans, right?
Yeah.
If I was Andrew Jackson and I said, "Oh, I'm not against Native Americans. I'm just against animism," which is like a set of beliefs in Native American life.
Right.
It's like everyone would be like, "No, dude, you just hate Native Americans." Like it has nothing to do with animism. And I feel like there's a little bit of a parallel there. Like everyone wants to demonize Zionism as if it's this evil thing. And don't get me wrong, there's a lot of evil people who are Zionists.
It would be like,
but I like
animism would
just
have to
because
be
you believe Israel should exist doesn't make you evil.
In that analogy though, the animist Native Americans would be kicking out, would be like trying to get Andrew Jackson out of his house and somewhere else.
Would anyone blame them if they try to do that?
Yeah, exactly. That's like a point for me.
No, I mean Hamas. I sympathize with Hamas as well because they are subject to some of the worst conditions
Zionism
of life.
isn't synonymous with Judaism, correct?
I agree with that. I just think that when people like want to shit on Zionists to no end, especially Hassan, to be honest, he's the worst example of this.
Because he's like, if you see what's happening, you're like this. The only response is to be like, this is an atrocity. You guys are monsters.
Absolutely, but I still think that a two-state solution is the right way to go. Like I think that it's the only way to go.
I think one state is the only way. I can't.
What would the name of the state be?
They never.
What would the name of the state be?
What were the lines they would agree on be? What would the border lines be?
I think we should go to the 1964 borders.
Yeah, that's huge.
But that's unrealistic. Yeah, Israel is never going to agree with that. Obviously.
And actually, probably Palestine doesn't either. But what were we saying right before that?
Animism? Or
No. Whatever. Ask any Jew in New York if they would go back to Israel. I guarantee no. So why would they want land so bad then? I don't know if that's true.
Yeah, I don't know.
There's probably some Jews in New York that are like, if I'm going over there, they got the dome.
Like, what I'm trying to say is that everyone in Israel wants Israel to exist, right? Mm-hmm. And so if we
everyone
call them
in
all
Israel wants Israel to exist.
Exactly, yeah, absolutely. Like I don't think there's anyone in Israel that would vote, hey, yeah, let's just drop all of our borders.
I think you're taking the nicest, best faith of like Zionism. They just want to exist.
Correct. Well, like I said, it's in the eye of the beholder.
I think it's in the actions. Actually, I don't think it has shit to do with the eye of the beholder. I think it's in.
There's a lot of bad actors.
What are you guys effectively doing?
There's a lot of bad actors in Zionism.
What are the big names in Zionism doing?
Yeah,
bad
including
shit.
like the founders.
Bad shit.
The founders of Zionism did a lot of really bad stuff. But
it's anti-Semitic to call criticism and disdain for the Zionist movement and Zionist state synonymous with Judaism as a religion or Jewish ethnicity.
I disagree. I think that some criticism of Zionism absolutely is anti-Semitic. I'm not saying all of it is. Of course not all of it.
Yeah,
but some people go to those extremes, like the guy that threw Molotov cocktails at Colorado.
Yeah, but that guy's not anti-Zionist.
But if you asked him, he would say, I'm anti-Zionist, and that's the only reason.
That's why you gotta be like, fuck the words. What are the actions? I don't give a fuck what you say, bro. You're acting.
But people will still excuse that. Like, we had a guest on here that literally said, oh, well, those guys supported Israel. Like, they kind of had it coming when you support a genocider. Which, like, it's kind of fucking crazy to think that. I don't know. People don't deserve to get Molotov cocktailed. No matter what they believe.
Anything they could do? No, but it's not.
Okay, some people do. Like Nazis, yeah.
It's
Nazis
not about
do.
They believe. It's what they do, bro. If you do the bad shit, you can believe horrible shit, bro. If you don't do anything, I don't care.
So hold up. So you think
because you actually do?
You think that anyone who believes Israel should exist is a bad person? Like I just don't agree with that.
Who said that?
That's what Zionism is. That's what Zionism is. It's the belief that Israel should have a country in that area.
Incorrect. because that's like the Webster definition, but that's
Correct.
not the functional definition of the way they go about their business.
I agree that we should be critical of the Israeli regime because they're theocratic and crazy. I'm not denying that.
The Zionist movement.
But
bro.
you can't just say that's Zionism.
It's not a peaceful little fucking thing.
Zionism means a lot of different things to a lot of different people. I mean, the
But
refugees that
what
came there
is
after World War
the
II.
functional effect of it, and it's bad. It's no bueno. Of the people of the staunch Zionists, the people who are like, I am a fucking through and through Zionist, they do bad shit, man.
I can't deny that. That's just a fact. But
So that's-
not
and
every
if
single
you're-
one of them, though.
But
Not
if
every
it's-
single one of them.
If it's like the top guys in Zionism doing fucked up shit,
Listen.
then Zionism is a fucked up thing.
Israel is the only Jewish state in the world. Does a Jewish state have a right to exist? I think they do, to tell you the
Bro,
truth.
this is like
I don't have a problem with it.
No.
How many Muslim countries
this
are
is
there?
so
I think that they have a right to have one country, and
No one is against that. But do you think they have a right to kick people out of the country so that they can have a country?
no.
Okay. See?
But that's kind of how all countries were founded in a way.
Yeah, but we're into
Like, did they have a
if
right
it was
back then?
If it was fucking 1812,
Yeah.
then yeah, different fucking story, Nicky. But we're in the year of our Lord 2025.
No, but that's how Israel was founded, though. I'm not saying the Nakba was peaceful. Obviously, it was not peaceful. But were there people there who were just Jewish refugees who wanted to have their own country so they didn't get genocided again? Of course, there were people who didn't want to just kill everybody. That's not every single Zionist. And that's all I'm trying to say. When you paint with too broad of a brush and you say every Zionist,
Yeah, but you're
like
painting,
like
you're
Hassan.
painting with too broad of a brush. Going, I think this is mostly chill.
No, I'm not
It's-
saying it's
I don't
mostly
think
chill.
It's mostly chill.
I'm not
bro.
saying it's mostly chill either. I'm saying that Zionism is
You're really watering
it's not
down
one
and
set of
infantilizing
beliefs.
the Zionist presence. Yes.
it's not one set of beliefs. Like Zionism is a political movement that has a lot of different voices. That some thought that they should be
Do
violent,
Republicans
some thought
suck,
they shouldn't
bro?
be. Would I say genocide all Trump voters? No.
No, but do conservatives suck?
Conservative politicians absolutely suck.
Do conservative people suck?
No, there's some cool conservative people.
Okay.
I'm not going to say they all suck. No.
You think it's split even? You think overall they're net positive on the world or net negative?
I don't want to answer that.
Come
I don't want to answer
on.
that.
God damn it. I think the answer is negativo.
They're in a way they're good because they keep people in check.
Wrap it up. Next combo.
Unfortunately,
Buddy,
the
this
whole
is
show,
fucking, yeah,
the
this
whole show is going to be about
Yeah,
Iran.
send
I
a
hate to break
topic
it to you.
That is even close to as relevant as this one this week, and we'll talk about it. What else is relevant this week, Garrett?
But my main point is again Hassan. Like he will say that anybody who even sympathizes with Zionism shouldn't be qualified to be the local dog catcher. They should be
Right.
basically exercised from society.
Now switch.
Okay. I'm staying with you.
Zionist
Okay.
with Nazi in that sentence.
I would agree.
With Hassan.
Yeah, I would agree with Hassan. Anyone that is sympathizing with
So-
Nazis, they're not
So
legit.
it's like Nazi up here, and then like here's like a saint.
Yeah. Okay.
Where is Zionism?
Boom.
Like slightly above half.
Yeah, I would say like because there's obviously a lot of really bad Zionists in the world, but
yeah. So,
but I don't think-
mostly. So you think
okay, hold up.
majority matter. That-
Do
in
you
that
have
case-
do you have friends that have been to Israel and enjoyed it?
I don't know. You know, fucking Ezra was gonna leave on Monday.
That's what I'm saying. And would you call him like all these bad things because he? It doesn't even mean you support the state of Israel. It just means you want to go there and see your people
Yeah.
and enjoy it.
Did I define?
Because it's an interesting
did I define
culture.
Zionism as when you go to Israel?
No. But if he was in Israel and someone like bombed him, people would literally be like, "Oh, it was deserved. He's a Zionist, obviously, because he's in Israel.
Deserved
He
is
supports
crazy.
Israel." Like, dude, people really believe that.
Yeah,
like,
but
they
I-
think that all Zionists should be bombed. Like,
I don't think that's like a. So like, how many people do you think like Hassan? I think
in
it's-
this
I think it's
country, a
not
lot. In this
No,
country,
dude.
it's on the rise.
I think we're barely even. We like just went over like halfway for like
Hold up.
51% disapprove of Israel now. Oh yeah, let's read some of this.
It's like
shit.
saying that a guy who volunteers with the Hitler Youth Movement isn't as bad as the concentration camp guards. I think that's common sense, though.
I think the argument.
I think that's obviously true. Like, yeah, the guy who volunteers for something with the Nazis is not as bad as the guy killing people. Like, yeah, isn't that true?
Yeah, but it's you both suck. So it's like, who cares which one of you is worse? Like, you both just suck.
I just don't think that
You're both past the line of like unacceptable.
If you're born in this country as a Jew, there's a high probability that you're going to go to Israel at some point in your life.
Okay.
And that you have sympathies and feelings for the state of Israel. And I don't think that that's a bad thing.
But what is?
But people would say that makes you a Zionist. If you think that Israel should exist.
I don't know, but like I think you should be like if it's like you have affinity, or you can be like I feel a connection or whatever the fuck. But if you don't go like what they're doing is atrocious, then yeah, get fucked, bro. You gotta go like this is fucked.
I think that's fair. I think that if you're not willing to condemn the actions, then
you can get shit on.
Then you can get shit on.
I
would agree
think
with
most
that.
of the people who say they have a connection to Israel aren't saying, but I don't condone, and I think this is like they don't say that. They go, we have to.
What about H3? And people shit on
horrible.
him. People shit on him for months and months and months.
They were saying a lot of nonsense.
Like what?
Like fucking. Well, actually, he wasn't even. He was more just talking about Hassan. Like he wasn't even really focused on the actual. The fucking genocide.
Yeah, but people shitted on him just because he wouldn't say, "Oh, Israel should drop its borders and
that's worthy.
We
of
should
getting
have a
shit
one
on.
state."
Oh,
I don't think so.
Worthy of have a one state solution. I think that's worthy of getting shit on.
You think that if you believe in a 2-state solution, that's worthy of being shit
if
on?
You're streaming and yeah, I don't think so. If you believe in a 2-state solution, what?
Yeah, I support a 2-state solution.
I don't think that you should get shit on for believing that. I do think it's like a nothing thing to say. Like it's not gonna happen. There will only be one state there.
Yeah.
There will only be one state there. Oh wait, hold on. That's just fucking.
Yeah, let's go through.
This
all
is
these.
I didn't see this one.
This is a good combo.
Israel has a right to exist as redundant and straw man. 100%. They already exist. The getting problem is the genocide apartheid state. That's a fact. Does history reflect that? I don't know what that's in reference to.
That's talking about the one right above it, about the is the youth guy
like
as bad as the
doesn't
concentration
reflect
camp
that
guards.
any involvement with the Nazi party is a mere thing that just happened. So she's saying like everybody who was affiliated with the Nazis, it's like, yeah, you suck, bro. It doesn't matter if you were like,
but the German people
I
were
just got coffee.
The German
Nazis.
people were lied to though, and a lot of them didn't
they
know
fought-
the extent of the concentration camps.
propagandized and
Yeah.
shit. Up to a point.
But no one would give that level of leniency to Israeli citizens. They would say, "Oh, well, you're complicit in the genocide if you're an Israeli citizen."
I don't agree with that, bro. You are putting them as like ultimate victims of like
That's
they can't catch a break.
what the anti-Zionist people do though. Is they say anyone who supports this shit.
Dude, I feel like I get the sense that your view is that the Zionists are actually pretty reasonable, and the anti-Zionists are actually way more unhinged.
This is my view: is Zionism is a mixed bag. There's a lot of bad actors, including some of the founders of Zionism, which promoted violent ideology. But that being said, Israel is a state that has existed for a long time, like Bella said, and just because you have feelings for the state of Israel and you support them in some way, even if you're against the government, that doesn't mean that you're a bad person. That's all it is, really.
If you have support for the government, you said?
No. Like if you have support for the country without supporting the government.
Yeah, but like that. See, but like no one is like arguing that. Like that's like a moot, like irrelevant point.
I don't know, dude. I think a lot because those people are in the basket of Zionists because they think Israel.
You're getting a little Brianna Wu-ish right now, bro.
I don't know, bro.
The Brianna Wu vibes coming in.
I have sympathy for the Jewish people because Italians in New York, we grew up with them. You know what I mean? Like they're our best friends. We're compadres.
Go, hey Bella. If you watch on Twitch, it's way less a delay. Well, the history of America depends on destabilization. Tell Nikki this is driving me insane. Hop in the Discord.
Yeah. I mean, American interventionism has caused a lot of really bad things. Look at Vietnam, look at Iraq, look at like 10 different situations. But it's also caused some good things, like the Korean War, I think was pretty good. Like we established this country that's now one of the most technologically advanced in the world and is doing a lot better than their northern counterparts.
Even just listening to this,
we've done some good things, we've done some bad
coping
things.
So hard.
We've done good, we've done bad. We've done a little bit of both. Net good or net bad, I don't know. I mean, we did some pretty good things in World War II, I would say.
But that's what World War II, bro.
That was 60, 80 years ago.
Fuck it up. But now we're sort of gearing up to be on the wrong side.
We kind of are.
We literally it kind of is Israel and us against the world. Like I think most of the world is like Israel get fucked.
Being lied to is no excuse in the age of the internet. Yeah, I mean, in Iran, I feel like they get pretty propagandized. Russia, I feel like they're pretty
Everywhere.
propagandized.
We're pretty propagandized.
China's probably the worst.
If you ask people in this
We're
country
pretty
about Iran, they're like they hate America, they death to America. If you ask Ezzy, all he says is, dude. So it's okay.
Well, that, I mean,
poor little Iran, poor little innocent Iran. That's what he said earlier.
I actually kind of agree with that. Like they fund a lot of terrorist groups. They're
not great.
They are responsible
But
for a large
in
portion of the world's
the
terrorism.
scenario that they fight in the current,
Like if you're
situation-
holding Israel up against Iran, I think they're both really bad.
Mm-hmm.
Israel, maybe you could say is worse,
I wouldn't even
but it's
disagree with
close.
that.
Like, I don't think that you can definitively say that Iran is like
I wouldn't say
so much better.
I wouldn't disagree with that, but they're I forgot what I was gonna say. Fuck it.
And they're definitely less compatible with American beliefs. I'll tell you that.
Iran versus Israel.
Absolutely.
Oh, probably yeah, because that's like a state away from home. Israel. We may like they're like a weird little. There's a fuck ton of Americans in there. It's like 30-some% are dual citizens. I'm gonna get my Israeli citizenship. Fuck.
Germany's Holocaust was delivered through telegram. That's fucked up.
Check phone. Being lied to is no excuse in the age of the internet, bro. They burned the flag in the council meeting.
Not at the council meeting, bro. How dare they?
Listen.
Nothing more on the phone?
No, Bella. I told her to hop in the fucking Discord, dude.
Pop up. Tell me why I'm a dumb fuck. I want to know. I want to know. I really do. Because to me, like, I just think
strikes
that
me as naive a little bit.
I just think that Zionist people want to make it out to be like it's one specific set of beliefs,
Zionist
which
people?
should be demonized.
Oh,
No,
anti-Zionist.
yeah, it's like one specific set of beliefs that should be demonized,
but
and
like,
I don't think that's accurate.
You're saying here Zionist, it's a mixed bag. It's a range, but anti-Zionist is one thing.
Pretty much.
You don't think anti-Zionism has a range?
Anti-Zionism has a range as well.
That's what I'm saying.
It does. But I think a lot of it
and
morphs
but like
into
there's a line where it's not anti-Zionism.
I agree. There is a line.
That's why I'm saying
yeah.
the
I'm
anti-Zionism is baller. I fuck with it.
Yeah, I am not trying to say
I'm not
that.
fucking with the anti-Semitism or the anti-Semitism that they try to say is anti-Zionism or whatever. No. We gotta. That's why we can't just go by what people say out of their mouths, bro.
No, I just to reemphasize that, like, I'm not trying to say that anti-Semitic and anti-Zionist are like the same thing. They're obviously not. I'm just trying to say that I feel like nowadays, a lot of the time when people are making such staunch criticisms of anti-Zionism, they're kind of titter-tatting the line.
What percentage of people?
Well, what
do you
percentage
think,
of people do you think
it's like the
support
majority?
BDS?
Do you think it's a majority? Is supporting BDS anti-Semitic?
I think so. I think boycott, divest, and sanction Israel, I think it's anti-Semitic. I do think so.
What?
Because Israel is the state with all the Jews, and for some reason we want to destabilize Israel. It's basically an effort to destabilize
Mike,
Israel from the outside.
Yo, fuck all people equally.
That's a fact.
That's a fair one. That's probably the most reasonable take this whole stream.
That's probably
For being real, fuck all people equally. But also no. Also there's some people that should get fucked harder than others. You know what I'm saying?
Because they've had it too good.
Some of you guys, if you litter,
Elon, take him out.
if you litter, That's my main gripe.
If you litter,
If you litter.
dude, anyone that
You're
litters,
throwing shit on the ground.
what's your damn
Fuck,
problem?
dude. How can you even be centrist in talking about the Palestine genocide? Driving me
Dude,
insane.
I've
Hop in the
I've
Discord,
said that
Bella.
it's a genocide. I'm not trying to say that it's not. And Netanyahu should be impeached and tried with war crimes. I'm not trying to say that he shouldn't be. I'm just making the argument that just because you're a Zionist
We're doing the old
doesn't
school.
make you a Nazi.
We're gonna do
It's
the old
nowhere
school.
close to being a Nazi.
Hello?
Bella,
Hey.
listen. What'd you say? Repeat what you just said, Nikki D.
I'm just trying to say that being a Zionist is nowhere near being a Nazi.
Okay, that's your opinion.
Yeah, it is. Absolutely.
Do you disagree?
Am I on live right now?
Yeah. It's
Yeah,
live.
what do you consider a Zionist to you? What does it mean?
Zionists right now represent the government state of Israel, which is actively participating in the genocide of Palestinians within just Israel and has been for decades, and supports the apartheid state of Israel.
Agree.
Okay, if that was my definition, then I would actually agree completely. And
What's wrong
Zionists
with
should
that
be.
definition? What's incorrect
I don't
about it?
understand the point of trying to like it's just semantics. What you're doing is like
Yes.
playing with the definition of Zionism when clearly the critique is the state of Israel.
It's not the state of Israel. It's a.
That is like blindly supporting and refusing to condemn a genocide.
I am not
Like,
refusing to
participate.
condemn anything. I will condemn Israel for their actions,
And
absolutely.
people that merely just live there, it's also a different story because maybe they're not directly involved with like the IDF.
But do you
a
agree
lot of
that?
them are people that are settlers that kicked like Palestinian people out of their own homes?
But do you agree that boycott, divest, and sanction does not just target those people? It targets everyone in Israel.
I mean, I think it's like complicated because, like okay, you know the concept of manufactured consent.
Absolutely,
like,
yeah.
like the beginning
With
of
the Iraq
stuff.
War, I'm very familiar.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like people that live and you know, there's a lot of people that moved to Israel and didn't grow up there and stuff. And personally, I mean, I could have gone on a birthright trip to Israel, and I refused to because I don't want to. Like even before October 7th, I did not want to like contribute in any way to the state of Israel because I believe that they have been part of a genocide for a long time. Like, I mean, I just think that like living in America, you know that you're complicit in certain like destabilizations around the world. You know you're complicit in these things, and that fucking sucks. And you know,
I don't
sometimes
agree
I
with that,
consider-
though. I don't think I'm
Sometimes
complicit
I
with
consider-
everything that my government's doing. I don't think so.
I mean, but that's what the concept of manufactured consent is. Like, you go to work every single day, you know your taxpayer dollar, like, no matter how small and portion it is. That's what the concept of manufactured consent is, and that's why I asked if you know what it is. Because that's what it is. Like, you know, no matter
You are
like, what you
consenting.
believe in, if you exist in a society under a government who contributes to certain destabilizations around the world and sets up proxy wars, and you know, like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's what that is. So, like, it isn't so black and white, but at the same time, sometimes it is, especially with like a newer state like this. And I'm not saying, like, obviously there's nuance in every single argument. There's people that have lived under tyrannies of governments that, you know, we have gone after and stuff, and they have been casualties. And you know, talking about Israel and the right, if it has the right to exist, it obviously is going to include people that might not feel as strongly about Israel as some others. But when we're talking about like the government and the regime that Israel is, I mean, it is kind of a monolith there.
Well, I think we found the point of disagreement because, like, in America, right, I don't think that me existing in America means that, you know, I'm okay with everything that the American government has done. And I basically give that same... One second.
I think that I'm okay
1 second.
with, like, that's just, but you're rephrasing what I said incorrectly.
Okay. Say it one more time.
Do you
then.
think that I'm okay with everything that America's doing?
No, absolutely not. That's
So
kind
that's
of
not what
my
I
whole
said,
point I'm trying
though.
to make.
But that's not what I said, though. I said, like, manufactured consent isn't, like, it. That's what manufactured means.
It's like it's irrelevant what you think because you are contributing.
Yeah, that's exactly what I'm saying.
Makes sense.
That's a fair argument, and I'm not trying to say that it's not. But me personally, I disagree. I think that existing isn't giving consent. I think that I believe whatever I want to believe, and I get your point that no matter what I believe, I exist in America, and in some way I'm giving consent to America. But I reject the idea that means that I'm on board with it.
I think consent
And-
is the word that's like tricky here. I think
Yeah.
you're really stuck on this because it's not because you're not saying I agree, but you are like part of it.
There's an implicit,
You're part of it.
There's an implicit.
They take money out of your check for it.
contract there.
You're part of it. You know what I mean?
That's fair.
You worked, they pay you, and part of it they take from you to go do this shit.
I get that.
Noam Chomsky, because that's what the term manufactured consent
Noam
comes from.
Chomsky.
Like, that was like a big point during what is it called? That was like a big point during the Iraq War. And that was
I
the
thought the
point
Iraq
during
War.
Vietnam War.
I thought the manufactured consent was how they made shit up about like, oh, there's weapons of mass destruction and stuff. I thought
That's
that
all
was the
part of it. Propaganda is
manufactured
part of
Yeah,
the
it's all
getting the
part of it.
manufactured consent. It's a
Like,
system.
it's all part of it. It's all part of like just normalizing. Like it doesn't have to feel so normal that your taxpayer dollar goes towards terrible things.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, especially when you have nothing else to really do. Like, I can't just not work. I can't just not buy groceries.
Exactly. And that is exactly how I feel about the people in Israel. Like, to some extent, like, could they leave the state? Yeah, they
Exactly.
could.
So
but
that's why it's kind of a moot point to revisit that and talk about those people when the movement of Zionism right now, and what is so in everybody's faces, is that they're complicit or their aggravation in a genocide.
So
and
hold up.
apartheid
Would those
state.
people be included in your definition of Zionism? If they just live in Israel but they don't support the government?
I mean, I think that's tough because I've seen Israeli people protest Zionism in Israel, and like their treatment of they summarize like the genocide and the treatment of Palestinian people to Zionism. I've seen that, and I've seen Israelis protesting that.
It's fucked. Dude, Bella just fucking radicalized everybody. There's 8 people watching.
And they all got radicalized.
They all just got radicalized. Watch
appreciate
Andor, bro. Watch fucking Andor. You'll love it. I swear to God. It's so good, Bella. It's for people that don't give a fuck about Star Wars, bro.
That created it.
Yeah. The guy that made the show doesn't give a fuck about Star Wars.
That's great. Okay, I'll watch it.
Dude.
That's an
Genuinely,
interesting
you'll
dynamic.
fuck with it. You will like the show. I swear to God. If you don't like the show, you're wrong. You like the show.
Hey, I miss you guys. You guys have to come up and visit.
Yes.
Yeah, I'll pull up.
Yes, we got to. We will.
Yeah, we got a spare bedroom for y'all, so just pull up anytime.
There's
Oh,
a
shit,
spare
yeah?
bedroom.
Notice, so I
Who
can
moved
wash
out?
sheets and stuff.
Is it my room?
No, it's Nikki's old room.
Oh.
You know that Nick's here, or not Nick, Kevin's here right now.
Oh shit.
Oh,
No, I had
shit.
no
I
idea.
didn't know Kevin was up
Shout out to
there.
Kevin, bro.
Yeah.
The OG.
Wait, is it just you and Garrett there?
No, me, Garrett, Kaylin, and Lena.
Oh. Oh, okay,
Hi.
okay.
Kevin's gonna come over on Friday and watch the CS:GO final.
Oh shit. The CS major. That's a
These
big
fucking
one.
nerds.
Yo, you guys should come up this weekend.
I'd be bout. Let's pull up.
This weekend? When is the thing?
Yeah,
Saturday?
come up.
It's Friday, or it might be Sunday.
Can we
No,
take
it's
your
Friday
car?
night.
Oh, it's Friday night. Okay, bet. My
You heard
car?
me?
Yeah, we can.
Bro, just get the bright line and we'll pick you up.
That's a good idea. Yeah, let's do that.
I do not have Brightline money.
I'll give you halfsies.
Not even halvesies, brother.
Oh, yo, and we have, this is going to be controversial. We have annual passes to a certain theme park that we have free guest passes to. So if
Oh.
you guys want to go on Saturday. we
Is
can
it the
go.
kind of a magic resort or more of a universal kind of experience?
It's a different one.
It's a third choice?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
I guess we'll find out when we go there. We'll see.
Yeah.
Okay. Some weird ass park.
Let's pull up, Nico. Let's pull up, bro.
Yeah, let's do it.
I'm bout. I'm 100% bout. And
All
you
right.
have me on the stream, so now it's
IRL stream from Orlando.
Yeah.
we
Hey,
could,
am
we
I
could
gonna
try.
be able to rewatch this so I can listen to myself talk?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's on YouTube.
It'll be a
You can
VOD right away.
You can rewind on YouTube like right away.
Yeah, you could do it right now.
Okay, perfect.
There
check
you
it
go.
out.
Shouts out Bella.
All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Just text me and we'll make plans, okay?
Yes.
All right, sounds good.
Okay, cool. All right,
Peace.
bye, guys.
Bye.
Peace. What a beautiful world we live in.
What
Where
up, Eileen?
we can have conversations like that. You know, like
Yeah, we're out here. We're fucking disagreeing, but we're all still friends at the end.
exactly.
Doesn't matter.
We just disagree on what Zionism
Zionists
means.
and anti-Zionists holding hands, singing "Kumbaya," baby.
Don't say that, or she won't let me come on.
Oh my god! But basically, shouts out Bella because she's saying a lot of shit I wanted to say better than I was gonna say.
No, the manufacturer consent point was a great point. Yeah,
There is
It's
your mind
interesting.
changed?
Well, my definition of Zionism hasn't changed because I don't agree that it's only people that support the government are Zionists. I think Zionist groups a lot more than that. But I get where she's coming from, and absolutely, like, the government of Israel is so fucked, bro.
suck.
And I don't know how
They
they're
suck.
gonna ever fix it because
They
it's just so bad.
They're terrible, man.
You saw that news lady that blew up
No, I
in
did not
Iran?
see this.
Dude, this shit
there
was
a video?
crazy. Yes, there's a video of it.
Did we show the video?
We can. It's not that bad.
Okay.
It's look. Just look up Iran instead of Iran news blow up.
Station explosion?
Yeah, it's that
This one?
Yeah, it's that one.
Oh, I think I did see it.
This shit was crazy, bro. Cause she was on the fucking air live when it happened.
Yeah, I saw a clip of this.
This shit was wild.
Is
Oh, yeah,
in
right there.
Iraq report surprise attack on Tehran, one of which hit a state-run TV station. Take a look.
Holy shit.
Holy fuckamoly.
You can see that news anchor left the desk as debris shot out
So
into the
that's fucked up. Y'all better be careful.
Dude, you can't
showing
go after
clips. We don't care, bro. You can't go after.
Yeah, listen, that was Viacom. Fuck Viacom. Listen to
We
me,
won't
Viacom.
do it, bro. We're not gonna get banned.
You're going broke. You're
We do
gonna
have
be
to be careful,
bankrupt. It would have been a favor if you let that video stay.
Here's my rule with conflict, Nico. I asked myself the question, would I be upset if someone did that to Russia? And if my answer is no, then it's probably okay.
Is Russia like the one country you'd be like, we can do anything to them and I'd be okay with it?
No, because they're a nuclear state, so we can't go too crazy, or we'll get nuclear war and all that shit.
So, but mainly,
if someone bombed RT like Russian Times, would I really give a fuck? Not really.
you wouldn't be
It's
like
a propaganda arm.
You wouldn't be like that. You wouldn't find it concerning.
Is propaganda fair to destroy in times of war? I think probably.
No, that's not the question I'm asking.
Yeah.
Oh, if there's already a war and we blow their shit up, I'm saying if there's no current war, there's no current U.S.-Russia war.
Oh well,
and
there
we
kind of
blow-
is though. There kind of is one of them going on, kind of.
I mean, the proxy,
Proxy,
but
yeah.
No, but I'm saying if there was a straight up U.S.-Russia war already happening and they blew it up, that's one thing.
And they blew up Russian
But if
Times.
we're not, if we did it today and we're not really at war with Russia, if we did it today, I'd be like, oh, that's bad.
That's a little weird.
I bet
yeah.
that's bad.
I could agree with that.
That's gonna get bad.
But
There's no way.
there is a war going on between those two guys.
Obviously Russian TV is fucked, but
Yeah.
if we just blew it up and we're not actually like literally at war,
I wouldn't feel bad, honestly.
I wouldn't. It's not I feel bad for Russia. I would be like, oh, they're gonna come back with they're gonna do something back.
Yeah, Israel though
They will
Israel
retaliate.
has a history of targeting journalists, so that's fucked
Yes,
up.
it's
Like,
so bad, man. It's
Yeah.
it's bad, bro. It's real bad.
They're so
man.
bad. They're so bad.
Look, countries go through eras or whatever. This is a bad era. We're in a Israel is bad era, and we've been in that era for
But
decades.
we're in the Israel government is bad. Not all the people. I don't think they're all bad. I'm
Yeah,
sticking by that.
Are all the people in Israel bad? I don't think. I don't think anyone made the point everyone in Israel is bad. I don't even think Bella said everybody in Israel is bad.
But she's they're consenting.
They're
though.
manufactured consent, but manufactured consent doesn't make you bad. It just makes you like part of the. You are part of the problem, even if you're like, I don't want to be part of the problem. You are.
I disagree with that. I don't think you're part of the problem.
You are.
Me, I don't think I'm part of the problem.
You're throwing down on that shit.
Throwing down on
Money.
the American government.
On the
I am
Israeli genocide.
because I'm forced to.
Yeah, that's what the That's why the consent is manufactured. It's not given. It is manufactured.
I understand the concept. I just reject it. I don't think that I'm morally
I think
culpable.
you're just in denial.
I don't think I'm morally culpable.
Are you morally culpable?
I don't think so.
I don't think you're morally.
That's what my only point. Like, yeah, there's like a little bit of manufactured weird stuff where I'm kind of agreeing.
You're
to certain
part of the
things,
problem.
But
Oh, Brown! I didn't even realize Brown.
Oh, what's up, Brown?
Fucking in this chat, bro. Easy, just don't pay taxes. We missed that one.
That would be
was good.
easy.
Not all Israelis are anti-Zionist, but the government is definitely Zionist.
Oh, of course.
Not all Israelis are Zionists, but the government, yeah, of course.
But not all Zionists are in the government, right? There's also a lot of Israeli citizens that just happen to be.
This just changed my whole view on Bella IDK. If we can be friends again.
We initiated the,
Yeah, better
the
be careful.
breakup.
Careful, Nicky D. Are you team Push or Trav?
Team Push all the way. You already knew that though before you even
Is
asked.
Pusha T and Travis
They're going
Scott
at it right now. Yeah.
beefing?
Pusha T says he has a video and he's gonna leak it to TMZ.
Was Trav at the Diddy party?
I don't know.
Government always been bad, bro. Search up what they were doing in Ethiopia to Ethiopian Jews in the early '90s and early aughts.
Oh, the Israeli government from the very beginning. The Israeli government
They're
was
evil.
founded by terrorists.
They're
Even Albert Einstein said that. No, it's a fact. They basically had 3 terrorist organizations. It was the Lehi. I forget the other 2.
God, Einstein equals MC squared and Israel is bad.
Based. So
Top
based.
tier, bro.
No, but it was literally
What a legend.
these 3 terrorist organizations that came together, and that's how the IDF was founded.
Yeah, it's a little strange, dude. I mean, I'll never get it. When I found out that Israel is younger than Joe Biden, I couldn't believe it.
That is a
I was
crazy
like, what
thing
the
to think about.
Fuck. That's when I lost a lot of sympathy.
Hey, who do you think's older? Who do you think's older? And let's get the chat involved in this too. Chat,
All right, chat.
Who's older, Warren Buffett or the Celtics? Who do you think? I know the answer. You don't need to look it up.
Oh, you know.
I know the answer. Let's get the chat involved in this. Who do you guys think is older, Warren Buffett or the Celtics?
Oh my God.
That's crazy, right?
Yeah, somebody. I'm gonna get a beer. Somebody drop that real quick.
Drop it in the chat. Let us know what you think. Who's older? I'm good. This one's like halfway. What do you guys think? Celtics, Warren Buffett. By the way, did you guys see that the Lakers just got sold? $10 billion. Pretty decent return on that one. I think they bought it in like 79 for like 60 mil. And now they're getting 10 billion out of it. Pretty decent. Maybe one of the best trade deals in history, honestly. You heard about that? The Lakers?
No.
They sold the Lakers.
Lakers got sold
Yeah.
to who?
They some fucking random rich guy. I don't even know. Some random guy. But it was 10 billion. The guy who bought the Lakers,
Bus family.
that's who owns it now. Okay,
To
Brown
sell Lakers
says
to
Warren
Mark
Buffett,
Walter.
and he's correct. Good job,
He's
Brown.
older than the Celtics.
Warren Buffett is 14 years older than the Celtics.
Spanish for the beach.
Pretty crazy to think about.
If you can't
But no, so yeah, they bought the Lakers for 60 mil like in 79, and now they're getting sold for 10 billion. What a
Yeah, I
world
mean,
we
the
live in.
Sports teams value fucking skyrocketed.
It was one of the
Holy
best
shit.
investments of all
I'm
time.
trying to start a kickball league
Luka deal had to be part of that somehow. You might be on to something, low-key.
with the Lakers thing.
Dude, the fact that they got the #1 pick afterwards, just like
The Lakers
the Mavericks.
or the Mavs?
They gave their best player to LA, then they
Yeah.
happened to get the #1 pick.
Mm-hmm.
That's a little weird.
Brown, let's go. Drew just hyping up Brown in the chat.
Yeah.
Brown, you gotta come through the studio. We're gonna do a music stream, make beats on stream.
Pull up.
We've been talking about it. We're gonna do it.
Pull up to the stew.
I just don't have a set schedule because I'm like the other day we're recording some rock shit, some weird shit, some Sleep Token vibes. You know about Sleep Token?
Mm-mm.
He does like
Oh, it's a person.
I think it's a duo. It might be a duo. I think it's like a band or whatever the fuck. Yes, Brown. One of these days for sure. But he makes like, it's like a mix of like metal, but it's like very light and metal, and it's also like has R&B shit and pop. It's like a
That sounds like a vibe.
It's such a weird hybrid of. I don't know if you. It's either like
either you love it or you hate it. It's one of those.
They dropped the
things,
album. Fantano gave it a 2. He said he called it metal for Disney adults.
Oh god.
But I think some of it's fun. I think some of it's catchy.
I'd be down to check it out.
Yeah.
It's probably decent.
See, Aileen, my cousin. There you go. Sleep Token. They're popping.
Dude, the new
I just found out about
Miley
them.
Cyrus album though.
I love Miley.
Dude, she did
She
like a
got
whole
bangers.
like cinematic release thing.
She did a song called Jaded on the last album. I'd be belting that shit in the car.
It was a deep
sometimes.
cut little
I don't
banger.
Know, I don't know if it's a deep cut. It might be one of the more popular ones, but banger. She can for real sing. Like she got a cool raspy.
Yeah.
Fucking yeah. You never seen videos of her singing, bro?
Oh, Miley?
Yeah.
Of course.
She
Are you shitting me?
Like today, she's belting. Like
she's still killing it.
Still got like she got the talent, bro.
Dude, Flowers was what, 2 years ago? 3 years ago?
Dude, Miley was so good. They made every Disney kid drop singles, like trying to
That's a fact.
replicate it, and it was just her, bro. Nico, you should listen to.
There's been some
Turnstile.
other pretty good Disney
listen,
guys.
There's gotta be. I need to like. Everybody just like send me any music, like please.
We will listen.
I will listen. Like yeah, if you send me a song, I'll put it on because I always am like want a new song to like be like I love this song.
I'm gonna send you some shit now.
I'm not an artist guy and I'm not an album guy.
Yeah.
Like every album has skips. Every artist has songs that like I'm a song by. It's on a song by song.
Not
basis.
every album has skips though.
Every single album has a song.
Nope.
I'd be like I don't want to listen to this. What album has no skips?
Rodeo.
Rodeo.
Travis Scott.
Dude, I bet if we sat here and listened to Rodeo, there'd be a song you'd be like, we can skip this. Play this one. You'd be like, we listen to like 20 seconds of it, and you'd be like, hold on, and you change the song.
I don't think there's any skips on that one.
No skips.
Maybe the deluxe version. There
Julia
might be a couple
Wolf.
skips.
I don't know who that is. I'll pull that one up. Is there any other album with no skips?
I was messing with a girl named Julia Wolf. Hope it's not the same one.
Oh shit, she's writing songs about Nicki.
She had an
D.
E though at the end. It was Wolf with the E.
She's writing songs about Nicki D now.
I hope not.
Touring, bro.
Dude, if it's the same chick, dude, I'm
Touring.
fucked. I'm fucked.
Yeezus. Is Yeezus no skips?
Yeezus is also no skips.
These are interesting choices for.
I'll
skips.
endorse that. Yeah.
Talk to him. I'm gonna shuffle every album I listen to. I'm here for the songs.
Okay,
not
most of
story.
them. Most of them have some. You know.
Yes, bro.
Most of them have some skips, but
Yes. Bro.
occasionally you get
Almost
the.
all.
Oh, Illmatic.
Song by song
Illmatic.
basis.
No skips.
No skips.
No, you weren't Nicki D. Quick. No, I was. You met her, bruh. You met her.
Nicki D's lying, bro.
You literally met her.
He's clout chasing, man. What the fuck, Nicki D?
The lacrosse girl.
lacrosse.
He'll know who I'm talking about.
Dude, that girl must have had money.
Yeah.
She came from money. I would love to meet a girl that comes from money and has money. That would be so awesome. To just marry a rich girl.
Dude, this
I would sign the fuck up, dude.
the guy that owns my dad's company just had that happen to him. His son.
His son married a rich girl.
His son married this girl that has like a hedge fund dad.
Lacrosse girls bad as fuck. There you go, Eileen.
They are. I can't even deny it. But
I've never seen. I don't know what the typical lacrosse female athlete looks
they
like.
got legs.
We're talking about the
Let
baddest.
me tell you something.
The baddest athletes.
That's another good one. No skips on
Daft Punk,
random access memory.
memories.
0 skips.
Might be. Still don't know. But the baddest female athletes, it's like volleyball, gymnastics, softball.
Gymnastics, they're too short.
This guy wants Amazons, bro. This guy wants to climb trees out here, bro.
I'm trying to climb some trees, man.
So you WNBA girls?
No, that's
Soccer
too
girls.
tall.
Soccer
That's the other way
girls,
around.
actually.
That's too
There's
tall.
some baddies playing soccer. But soccer is actually mixed bag.
Yeah.
You find some baddies and you find some real talented athletes.
What do you mean talented? What do you mean?
Talented athletes. Rugby girls?
I might be sleeping on that.
I feel like the rugby girls are like the muscle mommies, like the true. I feel like they're like the most yoked. MMA
No,
girls.
the flag
dude.
football girls.
The flag football.
Flag football.
girls.
Have you seen those girls, bro?
You seen the rowing?
They would
team,
fuck me up.
The women's rowing team.
Them
dude?
too.
Bah. Table tennis.
All right, so the Fed meeting today.
Yeah. Hey, is it economics time? Do we have anything else that's not
Nothing too crazy.
not war related?
I mean, there was like the Tucker Carlson stuff. That's war related.
That's a fun. That's like we'll do it in the back half. Like chess girls. Some of the chess girls are cute. Israel wants bunker blasters. Blah blah blah. 30. Oh my god.
What just happened? Oh, you just
I
that's
almost
fine.
Closed out. I almost
Happens.
closed out. What are these?
Those
More
were
Iran
the
shit?
yeah. We pulled up that CNN
Alright.
article. Blah blah blah.
Get the news lady blowing up. We'll do Tucker at the end. Let's do
Garrett's
finance.
right. TMC is all that matters.
Let's go into the finance.
So, Nico, you remember this? We've been talking about TMC for how fucking long, and it's finally. It's not finally. Honestly, in a short period of time.
Has it been mentioned in the episode in the first episode?
Oh, dude, in like 10 different episodes. Yeah. We've been talking about this forever. And if you go to the last, just go to the last 6 months. Let's just see what it's done in the last 6 months. Okay. So, I mean, do we even need to say anything else?
I think we need to say at what point is it
don't look back there. Don't look all the way back there.
This is crazy. What happened here?
So it used to be a SPAC, and it's a long story, but they're coming back. A SPAC is a special purpose acquisition company.
So here's my question.
Yeah.
What's stopping this from happening over here again? What's
Well, this is more organically built on I mean, they're literally doing something that's never been done before, which is they're mining the ocean floor.
Right, yeah.
Which honestly we shouldn't even call it mining because it's a little bit misleading.
It's a new thing.
There's basically these nodules on the bottom of the sea that have huge amounts of minerals in them. Just a little beer spill, that's okay. Had to have an emergency defoaming right there, but
I'm him dunking. I will beat a nigga ass and stomp him in my Himberlands. I've been him, I'ma always be him. I'ma
trials
stay
and
him, I'm
tribulations they
not them.
put
You
us through.
understand me?
but it's okay. LeBron James, LeBron. Can they hear that? Okay, good. But so yeah, the metals company, basically they are going to mine the ocean floor. It's actually better for the world than mining regular mines. Because regular mines, you got to deforest areas, you got to build the mine, you got to get these fucking slave wage workers. It's just really bad, the mines. So we're fixing that by doing it underwater, basically. And the metals company is going to be the first one to ever do it. And not only that, but if you know anything about rare earth minerals, the global bottleneck has always been refinement, because it's hard to refine the shit because it's fucking metals in a rock, So these are easier to refine because the whole rock is just like straight fucking minerals. So basically we're getting the rocks, and from there we're extracting the minerals. It's a much easier process than regular refinement. And it's essentially going to be the future, so you better get into TMC like as soon as you possibly can, because this shit's going to the moon. And that's the bottom line. Buy TMC. Keep buying it. We were buying it at fucking... Garrett was buying it at what? What was your first buy, Garrett? What was it? 80 cents? $1? I don't know what it was, but it was pretty fucking cheap compared to where it's at today. And is this underwater fracking? No, it's not. No, it's not, because it's not really disturbing the ecosystem that much, because all they're doing is going underground, picking up rocks, and going back. That's literally it. I don't... Like, some people say, oh, the noise pollution is going to be bad for the environment. Like, dude, noise pollution, is that even fucking real, bro?
Noise pollution is very fucking
Is
real.
noise pollution even real?
As
Like,
someone who has done sound on films and been outside...
but those deep sea motherfuckers, though, do they really care? Like,
pollution is real.
is deep sea noise gonna disturb the ecosystem?
I bet it will, bro.
My tie's fucking wet as shit, bro. That's fine though. So. Somewhere in the 70s, dude, you're a fucking OG of this TMC stuff.
And 70 cents?
Yeah, 70 cents he was buying this shit.
How the fuck, Garrett? How did you hear about this?
He was telling people too. I'll give him credit. He tried to tell me when it was at $1.
Garrett, where did you find out about this?
That's a good question. Where did you find out about TMC? I bet he knew about it when it was in its SPAC days. I could be wrong though. But no, also the Federal Reserve had a meeting today. They basically used Trump's line against him. They're basically like, yeah, the tariffs aren't actually gone. They're just like on a pause. So we can't really lower interest rates until we figure out what's going on with that. Your dad heard it on the radio. Dude, I hope your dad has some shares. I hope your dad's in on this shit and he's not just, good for him, bro. That's fucking lit. Shout out to Tom. But no, so the Fed meeting was pretty uneventful. They basically just said we're keeping all the rates the exact same. Nothing's going to change. Which, let's get into this a little. We want to talk about home ownership this week. I got in a conversation with one of my old friends, Carl. You heard of gold hydrogen? No. Is that like the new gold that they were able to make in a lab? Probably not. No, I don't know what gold hydrogen is. I've no familiarity with that. He has the majority. The majority of the shares. That's pretty good. Majority of shares. Damn.
Just had.
Are we back?
We're back. We're still going.
We're back in this shit.
Did the dumbest fucking thing ever.
Shit happens, Nico. Don't even worry about it.
Dude, all this shit's gonna smell like beer now.
It is what it is, bro.
But the batteries just nothing got too fucked
Nothing
up.
too major. Yeah, we're okay.
Those headphones are good. Yeah, we're chilling.
Matt's a little wet. That's fine. We're good.
Yeah, that's gonna be fun.
The world.
Oh god. All right.
Tom is the supreme leader. Yes. Tom's the fucking goat.
Tom.
He be inspecting shit.
Fucking Tom, baby.
But no, I want to get into a little conversation about home ownership. Because I had my buddy Carl, he posted something that was like, oh, purchasing power is like down 80% for Gen Z, which is true. Like, they've printed so much fucking money, we don't have anywhere near the purchasing power that our parents had. But what I wanted to sort of talk to him about was home ownership is in a very difficult spot right now for Gen Z because of the high interest rates. But I think eventually it is going to go back the other way around. And what I mean by that is, like, let's say, how much is a house around here? What, like $400K? You would say can get you a decent house? Can get you a pretty nice house?
Like 300.
Okay, so $400K, just because I know the numbers on this. So if you have a 3% interest rate loan versus a 7% interest rate loan, how much do you think the monthly payment difference is on a $400K house?
3% to 7%?
3 versus 7%.
On the 3%, your mortgage is like what, 1,800, 2,000 less?
And what do you think? Oh, 2,000 less?
Am I in the ballpark?
It's at like $1,000 a month.
For if you have a 3%.
3% is $1,000 a month less than a 7%.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Damn.
So it makes a big fucking
like
difference.
12% difference in
I think people don't understand how big of a difference it makes because, like, yeah, home ownership is really unaffordable right now. I don't think it's going to be like that forever. I think in a few years, because the rates are going to go down. I mean, we can't stay at 7% forever.
Yeah, but like if it's $400K, it's like getting the down payment is it's like we don't even have to think about.
Well, you can do zero down.
The interest rate, some people can.
Or 3% down.
But 3% down of a 400.
You can get an FHA loan, which kind of sucks because you have to do mortgage insurance and all this other bullshit.
I just feel like obviously the interest rates are a big part of it, but
yeah,
I feel like there is a lot of like other barriers to Gen Z getting homes than just the interest rate.
Oh, it's not the only factor. Like, okay, let me be extremely clear. We are never going back to people on minimum wage buying homes like we had 60 years ago. We're never going back to that, okay? I'm not trying to say that.
Those days are gone.
But I do think that home ownership is going to be much more affordable once the rates go down. And if you actually look at the numbers, actually Gen Z, believe it or not, I know this might be hard to believe, we're actually ahead of pace compared to other generations on home ownership. Maybe it's just all the Nepo babies and stuff. I don't know, but
I think there's like it's like averaging, and there's like people that are really bringing the average up.
I'm sure there is. 20 to 30 years, you think value against inflation will ever touch the type of net gain these baby boomers were getting? I don't think so, but that doesn't mean that we can't make money, right? Like I think let's do a crypto analogy. Like Bitcoin, I don't think is going to go times 200 again. Like that's just never going to happen. No. 2 times 200?
What
No.
if the whole world destabilizes?
I don't know, but I think the world of 10x growth every year is probably over for Bitcoin, and I think that's probably the same for the housing market. That doesn't mean that it's not going to go up a lot.
Why wouldn't Bitcoin go up way more? Because it's not tied to anything. Like you could just like be like, okay, one Bitcoin is $1 million now.
Well, yeah, but $1 million would be what, like 10 times what it's at now. I think that's possible in the long run. I don't think that it's going to, like, the past decade, dude, Bitcoin's up like 200,000x. That has 0% chance of happening again.
I don't know, bro.
And if you think that it will,
You're
then...
saying a lot of shit absolutely, which I'm like, I don't...
What do you guys think in the chat? Can Bitcoin do exactly what it did last decade in 200,000x? I don't think so.
Bro, if you were in 8th grade...
Yeah.
And you were about to sell the Bitcoin you had, and someone was like, just wait.
Yeah.
2025, it'll hit 100K. You would have been like, get the fuck out of here.
Well, not only that, but like,
get out of here.
when I first found out about Bitcoin, it was like $600. If I bought it at $600, there is no way I would have held it for to now. It would have got to like 10,000, and I'd be like, dude, this is a steal. You know what I mean? Like, there's no way I would have held it the whole fucking way.
You didn't see the vision, man.
But it's not going to happen again with Bitcoin. Maybe with another asset it will. I'm not saying that another asset won't.
Crypto's gonna hit about to catch up.
It's possible. I wouldn't be shocked. It's because of COVID and rates were low that no, that's exactly why. That's the reason that Gen Z is ahead of pace in home ownership. You're absolutely right about that. But yeah, because the rates were so fucking low that anyone could get a house pretty affordably.
Motherfuckers had the down payment during COVID.
My sister's not technically Gen Z, but she's pretty close.
But how many people actually? Damn. Like,
shout out my sister, bro. She got locked in at 2%.
That is incredible.
Locked in at 2%.
Good for her.
Shout out the sis, bro. Shout out the sis. She snapped.
That's true. BTC can't physically go that high.
It's not possible. I'm sure that it's going to go up. I'm not saying it's not going up, but the days of 200x are over. That's not realistic.
So end of next year, we're looking at what, 110K?
No, I think it could go to like 150 or 180 or
200.
It's possible. I could see it going to 200. I could not see it going to $1 million in 2 years even. $500,000 in 3 years?
$500,000. Yeah, by the end of the president's term.
I don't know about that. $500,000 in 3 years sounds pretty crazy. I don't know if that's possible.
Like why if people just if there's like if imagine like the dollar has like a bad.
Well, yeah, that would be the way that it happens, but at that point it's not Bitcoin going up, it's the US dollar crashing.
Yeah, but like if it's like a simultaneous, everyone's buying Bitcoin as the dollar crashes.
Yeah, ooh.
That's what I'm saying.
That's pretty likely, actually.
See what I'm saying?
That is pretty, but I still don't think 10 mil, no way. Not in the next decade. Maybe in 20 years it could get to 10 mil.
20 fucking years.
Maybe in 20 years.
20 years, really. So
yeah.
We're like 45 and it'll be at a mil?
10 mil.
By 10 Bitcoin?
Maybe, it could be. I wouldn't be shocked. But by then, $1 will be fucking worthless compared to today.
We're so fucked, man.
It's a catch-22.
It's so fucked.
At the end of the day,
bro.
it's a catch-22.
Imagine if you had a kid right now.
Shout out to Zach.
Freaking out. Shout out to
The OG.
But like, I'd be freaking the fuck out. Cause I'd be like, this motherfucker's gonna be alive for like 80 years.
Have you've seen the video recently that's like, imagine being a baby born today. It's like, you missed the whole fucking plot. It's a fact, dude.
Those stimmy checks and rates had been living good.
Exactly. That's why Bitcoin went from 3,000 to.
One stimmy check, bro.
Nah, it was a couple.
I got like 2.
Trump did 2 and Biden did 1, I think.
So 3 total. But
So
Biden's
3.
was like $500.
Then you got to include the PPP loans.
Yes, that's really what, if anything, did it.
Yeah.
Fuck, man, we should have PPP loaned ourselves.
Dude, we weren't a business yet. We should have, though.
No, it was such a fucking...
Dude, we would have banked.
We're fucking idiots, man.
Yeah.
You just gotta realize, like, this country treats businesses better than people. So it was like, fuck stimmy checks. It was like 2 checks, but the PPP loan, they were taking care of the businesses, not the people.
Those PPP loans were something else, man. Something fucking
We'd be in
else.
a real studio right
Do we got any other finance topics I didn't talk about? Yeah, oil, I think it's going to keep going down. Unless there's more escalation with the war, but I just don't think it's going to happen. I think
Why?
because I think Israel got what they wanted, and
I don't think they're even close to
I think
what they
Iran is saving face. They have the
just
one big
started
facility.
going for what they wanted.
They have the one big facility that they still need to blow up.
You're right.
That's what Citizens United said. I mean, yeah, it is what it is. Wish they could overturn that, but not gonna happen anytime soon.
Bella said Nikki, I've never met such a hardcore optimist like you.
That is the definition of Nikki D.
That is you.
That is fundamental.
I don't think it'll be that bad.
That is fundamental to Nikki D as a person.
Really bad. Nikki D would watch. Dude, you would see like if like apocalypse style shit happened, power went out, we're back to like nomad fucking hunting living.
Yeah.
You'd be like, it's not that bad.
Wouldn't be that bad.
It would be horrible.
Dude, technology, dude.
You would eat
It's
like,
destroying
you'd
us.
eat like once every 3 days, bro.
Technology is destroying us. Dude. We need to go back to hunter-gatherers.
Every day would be spent like fishing, dude.
That's the shit.
No, but
You don't like fishing?
but like our survival depends on it. It's a different thing, bro.
I perform well under pressure. I don't know about you. I don't know about you, bro.
Dude, it's not about your performance, bro. It's about the fish.
They'll be straight.
Some days you won't catch shit. We'll spend all day fishing, not catch shit.
If it's that bad, then all right. Then it's wrapped up.
That's how it works. There'll be days you don't catch nothing. There'll be days you catch it's like it's not like 3 meals a day, nice, ready to prepared. It's like we wake up. Let's see if we eat today.
You know why I'm so optimistic, Nico?
Hunt for wheat, make beer. There you go.
That's fire. You know why I'm so optimistic at the end of the day? Because as much as people want to say that the world has gone to shit, the bottom line is everyday people today live like fucking kings compared to the richest people 100 years ago. That's why I'm an optimist at the end of the day.
I feel like
I think that things are getting better for everybody. In the grand scheme of things.
that doesn't move me.
You disagree with that?
It just doesn't move. No, I don't disagree with that being true, but it just doesn't. It's like a tallest midget situation. Like you're still a midget, you know. You're still fucked.
I'm chilling. I'm not fucked. I'm doing alright.
I'm
There's some people are, and I feel bad for them.
I'm
not, you know.
I'm like on the line. I think
I'm praying for you.
So even in this country, it's like people living good, but like you're like one car accident / health emergency away from we're fucked now.
You'll be straight.
No, I think the majority of Americans cannot afford
That's not a
an
false
unexpected
statement.
$500 bill.
That's not a false statement, but bankruptcy in America is still. Oh, it is off. Good call. Appreciate that, Ryan. They've only been listening to Nikki D, dude. These guys are ready to get the fuck out of here. You gotta fix that for the boys. You should talk about Trav v Pusha T. I don't really know shit about. I know that Pusha said he's got like some video and he's gonna send it to TMZ. That's all I know, really. Enlighten us. What's going on? What is the beef even about? Is it because he made that song with Drake, Meltdown or whatever? Does it have something to do with that? The mic's not. I pray to God this mic is not broken. We're gonna find out. But no, let me know about the beef. I'm unfamiliar. But no, Team Pusha all the way. Travis is honestly, he fell off after Rodeo, if we're being real.
I don't know why the fuck that's happening, bro. It's so annoying. Dude,
Wait, is it not?
Spilling that beer killed my
Is
whole.
it
I
not
just fixed. I
7
fixed it.
Okay,
I fixed
okay.
it.
Good shit.
Spilling that beer really fucked my whole vibe up, bro.
It is what it is, bro. We got to endure.
Really fucked my whole vibe up.
Ask ChatGPT, we're not doing that.
To explain what? Should I?
The Travis versus Pusha beef.
Oh, to explain the beef? Yeah, we're not killing water for that piece of shit
Yeah,
question, bro. I don't go. I like. I think Trav is gonna lose.
Yeah, he doesn't stand a chance. I mean, if Drake couldn't beat Pusha, let's just be
I
realistic.
feel like Travis
here.
would have a better shot.
Call Nico right here.
What's the call-in number?
Get the fuck in here,
what
Ryan.
Is the call-in number? Hold on, let me
Get the
my
fuck. Oh yeah,
Google
yeah. I
voice
forgot.
thing.
Don't just call Nico. That's what we did before. But
I got you. Where the fuck is the Google voice?
by the way, anyone in the chat, you can just call in anytime. We don't discriminate.
Where's my number?
If you got something to say, just let us know.
I'm gonna drop it in the chat. It's the call-in number, baby.
Boom.
Does it do kick also? Oh no. All right, yeah.
2
call
out of
that,
3.
Call that number. I believe the sound settings are not right.
Close enough.
Yes, right. Yes, we're using that mic.
Cool.
Yeah, we're good.
Yeah, give us a
We
ring.
can get that call. Hit that line, baby. Yeah. What the fuck were we just talking about?
Something about Pusha and Travis.
Yeah,
and
pushing. Wait, so what actually started the beef?
I think that what it was like Travis was cool with Kanye and Pusha, right? Oh, there we go. There we go.
There we go.
Call from
Ryan.
to accept, press 1. To send a voicemail, press.
What else are they doing, brother?
That boy Rye guy?
Yo,
Yo, how you doing today, man?
chilling. I'm with Drew.
What's up, Drew?
Clock your shit real quick.
Clock
Yeah.
it. Clock it all the way.
What the fuck are you talking about saying Travis fell off after Rodeo? Yeah, come on, bro.
I stand by it. I stand by it.
The wildest take I've ever heard in my life.
Wait, what was the take?
Yeah, no, no one's heard of Astro World.
Okay, let me ask you this.
Yeah.
What album has he made that's better than Rodeo?
I'm not saying quality. I'm
Okay,
saying
yeah.
fell off.
We can move on to the next subject now. Yeah, we can move on.
Wait, what was the take?
I said Travis fell off after Rodeo.
Oh, after Rodeo? Yeah, that is a crazy take.
Rodeo was his best album, and it's not that close.
Fall doesn't mean quality. It means relevance. I mean, we're talking about two different things here.
Yeah, that's a fact.
Fall off about
Obviously, I'm
relevance-wise,
not trying to say
definitely
he's not popular. That would be crazy. Of course he is.
He's fallen off post Astroworld.
So wait, you don't like Astro World?
Astroworld was good. It wasn't as good as Rodeo.
Okay, so you're saying Ye fell off after Yeezus?
Kinda.
What are you talking about?
I mean, I still like Donda, but
You don't like Pablo?
yeah, I like Pablo too.
Okay, so if an artist makes an album you really like, but it's not as good as the one before he fell off,
It depends. It's a scale. Like Rodeo was like a 10. I feel like he never made an 8 after that.
Brown said IDK Astroworld is better than Rodeo for me.
I respect it. I'm not trying to.
of course, yeah, that's a Brown opinion. Of course, that's just you saying I like this. This is my favorite of his. It's not he fell off after my.
I'm
favorite
just
of
talking
his.
shit, Drew. At the end.
What's
of
your
the day.
favorite?
I'm just
What's your
talking
favorite
shit.
Kendrick album?
GNX.
Okay.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
I would have swore you would say To Pimp a Butterfly.
No,
It
you're
is his
getting
favorite
trolled.
album.
You're getting trolled. It is To Pimp a Butterfly, but maybe Good Kid, Mad City even. But
Wow, so everything he fell off after that.
dude,
Okay.
I'm
fell
just
off after
talking
last
shit. I'm just talking shit, bro.
You know,
Yeah, all right.
You know
Talk
what?
your shit,
You
bro.
know what I love is we spent so long talking about Iran and Israel, and it didn't
Now
even,
we're getting to the
it
important
didn't get
topics.
half the reaction that Nikki D's Travis Tate
Nobody's
got.
trying to talk about that serious.
Yeah,
bro.
that's a touchy subject, bro.
I'm saying, bro.
Bro, that's the
That's
real
what
kinda
we
have
deal
fun
with.
with my boys.
We deal with the real shit.
That's
right
that.
here.
That's a privileged. That's a
Y'all
privileged
deal with
take.
it. That's why I'm not calling in.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
but what's going on with this beef?
Yeah, actually.
So basically,
Is it because of meltdown or no?
Basically Israel and
so yeah, Pusha T is like Iran,
Okay.
and like
Iran is the funniest.
Iran.
Iran.
damn, they're trolling you, bro.
Doesn't even give it Iran.
Wait, Pusha T is
They're
Iran.
cooking you, bro.
Hey,
No,
look, I don't-
Iran
I
is
don't-
actually the
last
right
time
way
I
to
turned on
pronounce
news
it.
was-
Bro, they're cooking you, bro.
Wait,
Put me all they
when's
want,
the
bro.
last time? When's the last time you watched the news, Ryan?
Like,
He had Tucker Carlson on last time I was at his crib.
There you go.
Oh yeah.
Tucker Carlson caught a W on accident this week, bro.
Yeah.
Actually,
that.
crazy. Wait,
But no,
wait.
So what's up with the? Is it because of meltdown or why are they beefing?
Yeah.
So like Travis pulled up and played Utopia before it was finished,
Yeah.
or like before it was released,
Yeah.
and he didn't play that song with Drake's verse. I think Meltdown,
Yeah.
where he like snubbed Pharrell,
Kanye and
and then the
Pharrell.
album came out, and
So he's
Yeah,
basically
you
two
know.
faced.
pretty much
So he was
Yeah,
shitting on
Pusha T
them.
saying he has no loyalty.
So he was shitting on them, and then he turned around, and he got all hype when Metro was gonna play Like That. You remember that where he's like, play that.
What do you?
Yeah, I'm sorry, I wasn't really like paying attention.
Oh, there was like, you remember the thing at Rolling Loud where it was like, Travis was like, hey, play Like That, and he got super hyped about it. Is it like he kind of two-faced them?
The gist of it is Travis is a whore. He doesn't
Yeah.
have any loyalty.
Let him be a whore though. He can do whatever he wants.
I mean, yeah, you're Travis Scott, bro. Do what you gotta
I'm
do.
pro whore. Also,
Yeah, and also I'm just like Pusha T. Like
Pusha T is kind of interesting.
But like at the same time, I'm like, what? Pusha T.
He's always jumping to Pharrell's like Pharrell needs him like
Gotta
that.
market this album, bro. Nobody gives a fuck about
That's
Cliff.
true.
that's why.
The
See,
music is good though. I fuck
Drew-
with it.
Yeah, but no one cares about it. Also, like Cause Gang, like
Yeah, the album art is fucking
that's
atrocious.
like Steve Buscemi, like Hey Kids meme, like
Yeah.
Drew hit the nail on the
2016
head, bro.
relevant.
It's fake. It's fucking wrestling, bro. They're just promoting an album. It's fake beef, dude.
back then with Drake too. Nobody gave a fuck about Pusha T. Then he dropped the Drake this, and then everyone listened to Daytona.
That's true. Daytona, yeah.
Daytona was fire.
That's why
Yeah,
Kanye does it all the time. That's why he said he was a Nazi, because he wanted to sell albums, but he went a little too far.
But then he didn't drop any.
Yeah.
A little too far.
Kanye kind of just stood on that
He
and didn't really do anything after that.
And didn't promote anything with
He
it.
flew too close to the clickbait sun. You know what I'm saying? And he really fucked it up for
If he
himself.
dropped the album right after that, I'd be like, all right, cool. But
Yeah.
he didn't.
If he would have dropped an absolute,
Kind of just.
He said slavery was a choice, and when he dropped Yay and Kids See Ghosts,
That's true.
I mean, he dropped
He dropped what?
fucking
Donda 2?
yeah, he dropped Vultures or whatever the fuck.
Donda 2 was made.
An unfinished album? Yeah, that was already out.
Yeah.
Listen,
So what did you guys think about the Fed meeting?
yeah, exactly. What the fuck?
Alright, we'll talk to you guys later.
Give us a serious
Yeah.
political. See, these privileged ass fucking Cali dudes out here, dude.
Bro, yeah, I'm
I'm not trying to
yeah.
on a fucking.
I just got off of
shit I don't know about.
Yeah, let me speak on what I know about, bro. Ask me about
All right,
anything else.
Is it true that Meta is offering $100 million signing bonus to OpenAI's developers?
I have no idea. I'm not. That is completely out of my area at Meta.
That's what
But
I
I
heard.
wouldn't.
That's what I
That
heard.
sounds so
That's its-
unlikely, though.
That's what
$100 million.
That's what Sam Altman is saying.
That is honestly, it sounds like cap because
And he's
Meta's
saying
AI is
not
actually-
$100 million a year, $100 million just for the signing bonus.
That's cap, bro. Meta's AI is as good as I wouldn't say it's as good as ChatGPT, but it's pretty good. There's no need for
The Meta
$100
AI,
million signing bonus.
dude. I've never heard anybody glazed the meta AI.
Yeah, honestly.
Not once in my life.
I'm not trying to say you're wrong, but I'm trying to say if it's true, then there's a reason they're trying to pay people $100 million.
I mean, I use it every day, but that's because I work for them. Obviously people are going to use it like that on when ChatGPT exists, but it's as good.
That's good.
What's it called? Is it like just the Meta AI assistant or
Meta AI?
Okay.
Can you?
I'll give it a try.
It's on your Instagram right now.
Can you suggest?
Y'all don't be talking to egg.
You saw the one where like they have like characters you can talk with. Is that what you're like?
Yeah, they deaded that real quick.
You saw
that was not a good idea.
You know the one I'm thinking of, bro. You know the one I'm thinking of.
Which one were you talking to, Nikki D?
The Pusha T
YN.
one, dude. The YN.
Whoa,
Whoa.
What does that stand for?
YN.
What's it stand for, Nikki D?
I believe it stands for
Strong, independent black man.
Young Nincompoop.
Young nincompoop.
Wait, what did Nico say?
I said.
Yeah, what'd you say, Nico?
I said strong, independent black man.
Huh.
Y'all sound a little privileged right now.
I could be wrong.
No, but that was
okay, fine, Drew. It's a fucking dumb black guy.
Yeah.
Whoa.
Dude,
Come on,
you need
Nico.
to chill out, bro.
That's Drew. That's Drew saying that.
How the fuck did I say that?
I want to hear Brown's opinion on this. I want to hear what Brown's saying.
Let's get Brown involved.
Brown, who
real.
instigated this?
For real.
The Meta AI is good. Llama open source.
Okay.
Right. Shouts
I'm
out
not trying
Brown.
to say it's Dookie. I'm just trying to say
I've never
like,
tried it.
Why are they offering people $100 million?
I've accidentally DM'd I opened like a combo with the Instagram thing.
Yeah.
That shit used to piss me off because I would so there was like a way I would swipe it where it would like get me to the AI. And I'm like, I don't know, I want to fucking talk to the AI.
The Snapchat one is the worst.
Yeah, they kind of push it in your face.
That
So
sounds
like,
pretty opinionated when y'all don't know about it.
Yeah.
I told you. I talked to the one that was,
We'll test it live right now. We'll test the Meta AI right
Bro,
fucking
you thought
now.
it was sex bot talking about.
Yeah,
it's not as good
I
as
talked to
ChatGPT.
the, NBA YoungBoy version.
Listen, they're all.
That is just like, I don't know, bro. It's stupid.
Are you guys close
AI
to
as a whole? I don't fuck with.
Ryan?
Oh, really?
Are you guys close to AGI?
No, they're not. No, nobody is. He said, "Are you guys close to AGI?"
I have no idea what that is.
Artificial General Intelligence.
That's that's like the real AI.
It's like when AI is actually smarter.
when it
than
actually
humans.
knows what it's doing.
Oh, I have no idea. I don't work on the AI shit. So I
The
couldn't
answer
really
is
tell you.
no. The
AGI is like
LLMs
Ultron.
LLMs are nowhere even close to
Yeah, they're not.
AGI. But
Bro, you guys need to be more informed. Like, what the fuck, man?
they'll lie to people though and say that they're very close. And Elon specifically, Elon has been saying we're 1 year away from AGI for like 5 years. It's kind of outrageous.
Bro, I hear or see AI and my brain just turns off. I don't really think about that shit.
Interesting.
That's so
it's
interesting.
kind of very boring.
You just think about different like rappers.
No, I just think about like
What the fuck are you talking
shit relevant to my life. What should I do? And
Yo, my fault for trying to talk about pop culture to my friends.
Yeah.
Fuck me.
Yo, wait, but like, what's your?
You talk about video games.
First of all, if you work at Meta, I feel like AI should be like a little bit relevant to your life. Is that crazy?
Let Nico tell you how to do your job.
For real.
I'll tell you how to do your
I work in
job.
security. I work in security. The AI is not really like relevant when people's accounts are getting taken over and shit.
How is that not what? I feel like it's about to be relevant.
I feel like I don't know.
I feel like it's
enough. Ryan knows more than us.
Why wouldn't they use AI to hack shit?
I don't deal with that shit.
Let's defer to Ryan on this. He knows more because he
just said he doesn't know shit about the AI. That was his own words.
I don't give a shit about the AI.
Yeah.
Move on. Talk about something else other than fucking AI.
Okay.
I don't know about it. I don't. All roads Ryan.
It's basically the new industrial revolution, though. At the end of the day.
All right.
I care about.
All right, J. Cole, valid or not?
Nah. J. Cole.
Yo, watch Andor.
Andor is so good. Dude, it's good, man. I watched it. I was like,
nah, bro, it's not in the news, so I don't care.
Yeah,
For real.
It is
That's
very.
the shit we're on. Exactly.
It's a fucking political allegory, bro, about revolutions. It's actually pretty relevant to this
What did
conversation.
you guys think of the rehearsal?
I thought it was amazing.
I loved it,
10
but
out
it
of
wasn't
10.
the news.
It kind of was.
First of all,
the
it kind of
news.
was the news.
kinda
Yeah,
was.
it kind of got on CNN. Like, he
That's the
made
only
big
reason-
waves.
After.
That was the only
little
reason I
bit,
watched
a little
it
bit.
was because I saw the CNN interview and I was
Are
like,
you for
this
real?
is-
That's the only reason you watched it?
I literally
Bro,
saw
y'all
the
are
CNN
so
interview.
unk,
and
it's
I'm
not
like,
even funny.
So, Unk.
Yeah, the last show you watched that you out of your own curiosity, out of I want to watch this for entertaining purposes.
Is that to Nikki D?
Both of you.
I thought it was interesting after I saw the CNN thing. I was like, oh, this is really dope that he's
Well,
doing this. Like,
the last thing I watched that was entertaining was that's the last thing I finished was Andor.
All right, besides Star Wars or Marvel shit,
Right.
like no Star Wars, no Marvel, nothing made by Disney.
Nothing I did.
what was the last one we watched?
Yeah, that you wanted to watch. Movie, TV show, anything.
By Disney.
Actually, fine, made by Disney. Just no Marvel or
I watched
Star Wars.
Arrival recently. I watched what else did I watch? Let me see my letterboxd. I'm looking forward to the
Yeah,
F1.
I would have to pull deep. I don't even know.
I'm excited for the F1 movie. I want to see it.
Nikki D, when you go home later tonight
Not relevant.
and you turn on your TV, what are you gonna throw on CNN?
I'm gonna go on YouTube and I'm gonna. Honestly, I'm just
What do
gonna
you watch
watch
on
this
YouTube?
again. I watch a bunch of
You gotta-
random shit. Like there's a bunch of market people I watch like that do like trading shit or just like general market stuff.
So y'all just hate having fun and shit?
Yeah, well, what do you watch for fun?
I'm watch market shit for fun, and I also watch like political stuff, and political stuff can be funny. Like it's not only serious.
I watched Mountainhead.
Yeah, when you don't want to think about current events, what do you turn to?
I'm reading a book.
play video
I'm reading a
games?
book right
yeah,
now.
I play video games. Yes.
What video games?
There's a Counter-Strike major going on right now. which
Brown
like-
is on the money. This is that LA versus FL culture talk.
that's a
Literally,
fact.
that is
a
true.
fact. No, there's this big Counter-Strike tournament that I've been watching.
What are you...
Okay,
Yeah.
sick.
What I watched recently,
Oh, sports too.
The Accountant. Threw that on. Didn't hate it. Didn't love it, but it was cool. I didn't hate it.
That's the Rami Malek. one?
No,
Ben
that's
Affleck.
the Ben Affleck one.
You're thinking of the
The
what's it called?
the
The
amateur.
Apprentice.
The
No,
amateur.
Amateur. Oh,
That looked like bullshit. I do
Well,
want. I want to see the Phoenician Scheme. Haven't
I want
seen
to see that
that.
too.
Oh no, it's not that relevant right now.
The Phoenician Scheme is not relevant.
Yeah, it's just not that relevant.
What?
to the current events.
Oh, yeah.
Over the
Listen.
past 2 weeks, I watched 5 Mission Impossible movies.
They're great.
Damn.
Have you? Are you
I didn't
gearing
turn on
up to
CNN
watch?
once.
You're gearing up to watch.
I don't
Final
watch
Reckoning.
CNN, by the way. I just watch the clips online sometimes.
Final
I don't
Reckoning
sit
was
there and
cool.
watch
Yeah.
the channel.
I want to see it, but it's not an IMAX anymore, so I'll probably just wait till it's on.
Did you get to-
Paramount or some shit?
You got to Ghost Protocol.
Yeah,
I love that one
the Ghost Protocol is. That's the one with
with Paula Patton.
what's the mustache dude?
Henry Cavill? No, that's 4. You're talking about Fallout.
That's Fallout, which
Ghost
also is
Protocol.
awesome.
4th one.
Dude, with Paula Patton.
Burj Khalifa.
Dude, you guys
Oh,
are making
yeah,
me
that one was
realize
fucking
that I
sick.
am kind of a sicko. Like,
Yeah,
I
Nikki
should
D
watch
is
more
more
of the
sicko
shit.
than me, bro.
I kind of am
On the
a
current
sicko
events,
now
'cause
that
I
you guys
will-
mention it.
I'm reading a book.
Nikki D, what's the last movie you watched in theaters?
There we go. Good
In
question.
theaters?
Sinners was
This
for
is
me.
going to be the most embarrassing answer you've ever heard.
Sinners.
Are you ready?
Let's hear it.
Oppenheimer.
The Dark Knight.
The Dark Knight.
They had a
Was it a
re-release.
re-release?
Yeah, they
The
had
fuck?
a re-release for Batman.
Okay,
Day.
that's fine.
They had a
Yeah.
re-release in 2011.
No, it
When
was-
did you see that?
It was like maybe like a year and a half ago.
Holy fuck, dude.
Yeah, I know. I don't
That's-
see movies.
What's the last thing you guys watched?
in theaters?
Bring Her Back.
I haven't seen that.
Last
Bless
movie
you.
I
Bless
saw in
you.
theaters.
Bring Her Back. How was it?
Yeah. It was pretty good.
Yeah.
There's a lot of elements I didn't like, a lot of things I did like. But, I mean, I wouldn't watch it again, but I recommend it. It's worth checking out.
Dude, I'm just like, it really is a bummer. I'm just like not the biggest horror guy.
That's fine. I mean, I get that.
There's some like
Yeah, you got to be in a mood to like.
yeah, definitely got to be in a mood. Definitely like it has to be like a little more than just horror. You know what I'm saying? No.
Sorry, say that again.
said-
I'm reading the chat.
I said it's got to be like a little more than just horror in the movie. You know what I'm saying? Like.
Yo, man, my favorite thing is being in full. I'm God, bro.
Yeah.
On God. They're trying to shame knowledge.
Innocent shit, and you're judging us. Saying,
Yeah.
I don't know what y'all want to talk about.
We're in an LA mindset because we don't.
Listen.
I didn't say that.
Talk about
I never said that.
Listen, be better, citizens.
You did say that. That's what the
Well,
conversation
didn't you guys have like?
I
a
am
big-
saying it.
Didn't you guys have like
Read
a
up
big
a little.
thing that like just recently happened over there? I don't know.
Yeah, you guys are kind of at an epicenter. Yeah.
Yeah,
They got Marines in the street.
About it. We're just trying to talk to you about it on a live feed.
Yeah, it's just there's a time and a place, and we feel like this is not the place for us to talk about that.
Dude,
We're trying to have fun and
you're on a
talk
news.
shit.
You're on a news show, bro.
All right, fuck us for calling in.
Brews, I thought y'all it's laid back shit.
It's like it's like the Daily Show, bro. It's a little lighter, but we still talk about the issues.
We were talking about Zionism. For
Bro,
like
you
an
weren't
hour.
talking about Israel when we called in.
Yeah.
You called in when y'all was talking about Travis fell off.
Yeah.
We just wanted to know about the beef, but it sounds like we're all in agreement that like Travis is gonna get his shit pushed in. So
Yeah, Travis Scott.
Yeah, you want to know about the beef, so we and then you said fuck us for not knowing about the Fed meeting.
Culture versus current affairs.
Help, bro. He definitely heard those people screaming for help, bro. And not only that, he was already
It's like my Astro World.
Not only that, he was already like 10 feet above them. He rose another 10 feet above, bro. The
he
dude's
definitely
insane.
he did know about
Dude's
that shit.
insane.
The dude's insane.
It's hard to deny. How was that not just the end of Travis?
Totally.
It's
No, he-
surprising.
How was it not?
And then he had the craziest
He didn't drop
97,000
Utopia
person
yet. People were
concert in
waiting.
Germany
How many
that
people were in the
actually
crowd?
looked like a lot of fun.
Thousands, but like
How
9
the
people
fuck
died.
is he supposed to, he's supposed
Bro,
to
there's
hear
a kid, his
10
name is
people
Ezra,
screaming
that
in a
died,
crowd of
bro.
how many?
A lot of people were like,
killed
"Yo, you need to
Ezra.
stop." I saw like
It was
some
bad.
clips from the
Yeah,
documentary.
yeah,
It was
it's
pretty
insane.
clear to him.
I don't fucking know about it. Yo, I'm not informed on the Astros event. My fault. I should read up on it.
For real.
Dude, the Astro World shit is crazy. Like, it really should have been a bigger hit on him than it was. It really should have.
It was literally upside down cross. Bro, it was literally.
And not only that, but the apology video that he
Ezra, what do
dropped
you think
was
about
such a
the Fed
joke.
meeting?
It was such a joke.
As thoughts on the Fed meeting, dude. You should have heard his thoughts.
This
What do you
is
think
what
about
y'all
Jerome
did to me,
Powell?
bro.
What do you
And
think
right.
about that guy?
Hey, thoughts on the
Shout out Jerome Powell.
On God, he's a good guy.
You see more from than you guys. Get the fuck out of here. We're not all out here opening stores and shit, dude. I said we're not all out here opening stores.
What does that even mean?
Okay. Yeah.
Yo, let
Oh,
me.
yeah.
How much are you guys?
Good one.
How much are you guys gonna pay to work at the store?
You don't work the store.
Yeah.
No, well, obviously, but I saw on the Instagram they were like, swipe up if you want to apply for a job at the store.
Oh, I have no idea,
You
bro.
want to work? You want to work?
How much? Are you, how
Make
much? Are you,
money or?
how much are you gonna pay?
Oh, I have no idea.
See, you're not even for the people, bro.
What is
Nico's
What up?
trying to shame you
minimum
guys.
wage?
Give
Nico?
him
He's trying to
healthcare.
shame you guys, basically.
It's a retail job.
Don't listen to him. He's a socialist. Just ignore the guy.
I'm not a socialist. I ain't no
Next
socialist.
topic. What do you guys got?
Yeah, why all this animosity, bro?
Yeah, what's
Always
the-
trying to
So
talk about
what
some
about
fun
this
shit.
guy?
Okay, well, let's go. What's some fun shit's going on in your neck of the woods? What's relevant to you guys this week?
We tried to talk to you about it. You tried to change the subject to the.
All right, all right.
That was a joke.
All
That
right,
was a
we
joke.
got the Travis fucking beef. What else is relevant to you guys this week?
What's your go-to drink when you go to a coffee
Oh
shop?
my
Like,
When I go to a
Matcha.
coffee shop, honestly, just like the
Latte.
largest iced coffee they got.
If I go to a coffee shop, yeah, I'm just gonna get a black coffee.
Crime.
What do you guys get at the coffee shop?
Ezra-
Crime.
Ezra wants
Ezra's
to
yelling
say crime.
crime.
No, getting crime.
Prime.
Oh,
the
Prime.
energy drink.
Prime.
As the same
the drink.
prime.
Logan Paul and KSI Prime.
'Cause Logan Paul's the GOAT.
KSI Prime.
Wait, what do you guys get at the coffee shop?
I would go for an iced latte.
By the way, hilarious as LA people to immediately bring up coffee shops. That is all LA people do. Is coffee
Stop
shops.
shaming them. Stop.
It's not shaming. It's not shaming. I'm not trying to shame. All right, wait. Because I do want to
come visit, Nico. Yeah.
I do want to visit.
We'd love to have you, bro. Guys, yeah, can't wait for you guys to come.
I want to
It's gonna be a
visit.
great time.
If I visit, what are we doing? If I go for a weekend?
Definitely not taking you to a coffee shop. Yeah, that's for sure.
I don't need to go to a coffee shop. What else?
We're not interested
Yeah.
in that. So.
We're probably gonna stay in and be informed on the things happening around us.
Yeah, we got to check the news before we go out. You know, what's going on.
Listen,
Because
guys.
we're LA people, we don't know anything.
Listen, we just be monitoring the situation.
Yeah.
And it's like we're not trying to shame you for not monitoring the situation. Like,
Bitch, you're not trying to shame. You're saying you're LA people for not knowing.
I never said that. That was this guy. I never said that.
That is, you guys did say that.
I don't know why. I don't know why that. I agree. I said it. I don't know why it upsets you so much.
I'm saying, why are y'all cooking? What's the animosity?
What animosity is there?
I don't want to talk about it.
It's just a
All right,
observation.
you know what? Let's just-
But then
Let's just drop it.
I'm asking you what. So like, what do you guys talk about? And you go coffee shops and Travis Scott.
And we hate AI.
Like before you tune into the stream, what were you guys talking about?
That's a good question.
I don't know. I pulled up to Drew's house and the stream was on.
Yeah, my boss
shit.
shit.
All right, say less. Talking about the homies.
Protest only itinerary. Brown's got it right.
Yeah, we're going to LA. Me, Nicky D,
Strictly
and Brown.
protest.
We're only going to protest.
Get to the bottom of this ice
All right,
bullshit.
pull up.
Do it.
And then we're gonna go. See, like I wouldn't even know. Like, what would we do for a weekend?
There's like
no beef, no nothing. Like if we're going to LA for a
All this
weekend,
shit to do in LA.
but like name some shit that you'd be like, that would be fun.
Well, we'd probably take you to the Walk of Fame. You could see that.
That would
It's kind
be
of
sick.
disappointing. Like,
Tourist shit.
well, have you been to LA before?
No,
Have you
we've
seen the
never
touristy
been to
shit?
anywhere in Cali.
Nah, fuck the touristy shit. Just take me to the cool shit.
No, I'm down for the tourist shit if it's dope.
If we're gonna do anything touristy, I'd take you to the Hollywood sign. That's it.
That'd be the only
That's a
touristy
nice
thing
hike.
I would want to go to.
That
Actually,
would be pretty dope.
After that,
can we go to Joshua
probably take
Tree?
you to... That's not LA, but if you want, you could drive an hour and a half.
That's an hour and a
to
half
Joshua
away.
Tree. Take you to Malibu.
Yo-
If PCH is open. It is open.
Yo, chat says LA boring. The nearby towns are more fun.
Damn.
Who said that?
My cousin in chat.
Take you to clubs.
What's the
Clubs.
best dispensary over there? Let's get into the real shit.
They're all kind of a dime a dozen. They all
yeah.
sell the same thing.
There's not
Yeah,
one,
yeah.
there's
I
not
wouldn't-
one that you're like, oh, that's the best one.
Two things I want to
The
go.
closest one to you.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Is it like crazy upcharge? Like how much is a Q?
No, I don't think it is.
Not bad. I bought weed like I think a month ago, and I bought an eighth for $15.
That's really good.
It's
What?
like
chilling.
low tier shit though, but still, like you know, all LA weed is the strongest shit you've ever smoked.
Yeah,
so.
I would imagine. That would be sick, dude.
If I go to LA, all I want to do is go to Netflix and pitch stuff.
What about the Santa Monica Pier? Isn't that dope? Have you guys been there or no?
I've been there a few times. It's cool, but it's like a shitty fare. It's not really like the best spot to pull up.
Do you guys ever?
Nice, though. The beach is cool.
I was gonna say that was my next question. Do you guys ever go to the beach in LA?
Malibu.
Malibu Beach.
Florida Beach versus LA Beach. Which one's better?
I actually would think that LA is better.
Malibu.
Yeah, I would. Yeah.
Isn't
Pacific
the water
Pacific
cold as
Ocean,
shit, though?
man.
Isn't
Pacific
it like
Ocean.
super cold or no? Is that fake news?
It's not bad. It's straight. It's a beach, you know.
Just regular.
Water's cold everywhere. You get used to it.
Wait, what's the club to go to, bro? What club are we hitting up in LA? We're coming. Me and Nicky D go this weekend. What club do we go to?
Dude, we already committed to
Yeah,
Orlando,
probably-
bro.
No vacancy.
Yeah.
There's another one called Tenants of the Trees. Pretty good.
Tenants of
With the motorcycle one that we went to at one time. Motorcycle. There's more like a bar. The statue of the guy.
Bro, is there any place like the
Rainbow
Wharf,
Room.
man?
Whatever's closest to the wharf, that's where we want to go.
Honestly, not really. Like Arrow one on like a Friday night, I guess. What? You're naming a Whole Foods knockoff? There's like a spot where people are standing around, catching a vibe.
Okay.
Honestly, the farmer's market.
I mean, if we're not naming clubs, then just go to like a dock.
Just go to a dock
and just vibe. Is
But
there
probably
like
the
any?
farmer's market? That one like.
Have you guys been any dope nature shit? Like any like crazy mountains or anything?
Yeah, you could go on some crazy ass hikes.
That's my
Yeah,
type
the
of
hikes?
shit, honestly.
No, fuck a hike. I'm gonna stay in the AC. The only thing I want to go to in LA is the Comedy Store. That's like the one thing I'm like I have to
that's
go
right
there.
here, bro. You would love it.
I know, dude. That's like one of the main draws for me of LA.
The one time I went, we didn't even go inside, but Bobby Lee was just walking around, like
dude,
talking
that's
to people.
I'd
in the
freak
front.
out. I'd freak out, bro. I'd be like, oh shit, it's Bobby. Dude, I used
Bro,
to
do you
listen.
know that like Irish comedian that's like friends with like Chris D'Elia?
Irish comedian.
Where he's like Irish or Scottish or some shit. He looks low key like him.
Nope. No, I have no idea who that is.
Bro, I'd be seeing him out.
Really?
That's a naughty pig all the time.
The Naughty Pig.
Chris D'Elia lives in LA, right?
Yeah.
Naughty Pig's just like a bar. A Naughty Pig's a bar that all the people from the Comedy Store go to when it closes.
Is it like across the
So if
street
you
or
want,
some
like, to
shit?
see- yeah, it's like across the street down the block.
Yeah.
And you just walk there.
How much you gotta pay to get in, or is it free?
It's free.
Yeah,
Oh, fire.
it makes sense. It makes sense. Bring back the
Comedy Store, bro, is like $10 to $20 to get in.
Yeah,
Nothing.
I've heard. Yeah, that's why it's so sick, dude.
I gotta pull up.
Shouts out the comedy. See, but yeah, like during the day, like I don't know what I would want to do in LA, like fucking walk around,
Smoke weed.
smoke
bro.
weed. I mean,
On top of a
obviously,
mountain.
like that's what I do.
What do you
do on a day-to-day basis there in Broward?
That's what I'm
just stay
saying.
informed,
That's what I'm
really.
saying.
We
It's the
just be staying
same.
informed.
It is the same. We stay, yeah, with some more news.
That's really it, you know.
The main difference is like nobody gives a fuck about movies here. That's really the main difference.
Yeah.
I gotta go.
Sean, thanks.
I gotta go to.
Some celebrities, maybe.
I want to sneak into.
Ben Stiller at the Grove
Oh,
one
shit.
time.
Stiller at the
He's,
Grove.
who else?
Have you
Mason
seen?
Gooding.
Have you seen Severance?
Yeah, I didn't finish the second season, but I got like 4 episodes in.
Yeah, that's understandable, but definitely push through because the back half is where it's like. Same with
my
the.
Apple TV expired. And I didn't want to renew it.
Dude, Ted Lasso season 5 though. It's coming.
Ted Lasso.
It's coming, man.
Season 5. There's 5 seasons of that shit.
I think I think there's 3. I think they did 3 and they were like we're done, and then now they're like we are doing a 4th. We're coming back.
That's clean.
I think
I have no idea what the show is about, and I don't think I ever want to know.
Hey, congratulations to Brown for
Damn,
leveling up.
why are you a
22.
hater?
Yeah,
I
what
don't
the
know.
fuck?
God
It's like
damn.
my shit. I'm hating for real.
I think
I'm sorry.
it is a
Dude,
corny ass
honestly,
show.
Hating is dope.
It's a corny show.
I'll
But
never
the first season
be
is
against
good.
hating.
I like the first season. Bro, sassy as fuck.
There's a dude who Whiplash.
Miles Teller?
Yeah, we saw him at the Grove that one time. He was in front of the Apple store.
Bro,
Going some Apple
just
bullshit.
yesterday, bro. I was in front of Courtney Love.
Damn, alright, that's crazy.
Courtney Love, dude.
Sick,
And
right?
Wait.
Cara Delevingne.
Really?
And what's her name? Chloe
Here's
Sevigny.
Where the fuck were you, bro? You saw all 3 of them.
Nowhere.
That's sick.
He knows.
Saw Rich Brian.
If I saw Cara
on
Delevingne
Saturday.
my
Rich
birthday party.
Bryant.
at your birthday party,
Yeah,
He was
That's
at
sick.
the club for his birthday.
damn. Wait, the club was out here going shout out Drew in the club.
Who said what? Say again?
I said-
I was DJing. I hit that. Yeah.
You hit the
Yeah.
We were playing. We were fucking up on
Yeah.
it.
That shit was that was fun.
Dude,
Oh
where
yeah, because of the.
I know Drew's on the match.
where did you have? Where was the party at? Where was that at?
No vacancy.
No vacancy is that
Oh.
club that we talked about.
Clean.
Nice. And fucking Rich Brian showed up, dude. See, bro, if I bring my studio out to LA, it's over, bro. I'm the next Benny Blanco, dude.
What's up was also there, wasn't he? Did I
Questlove?
say that on my birthday? Yeah, you told me Questlove was downstairs. And I told, I'm like, yo, Questlove was at the club apparently.
That's fucked up.
That's so funny. That's
He wasn't, was he? I thought he was. You were so like, I swear on my life. And I had no choice but to believe it.
Rich Brian's here. I said, not just him, bro. Questlove's here.
that is funny. Oh my god. Wait. Who's the most famous person you had like a legit interaction with?
Timothy Chalamet.
Yo.
Did you pitch him a movie? That's all I would do. I'd be like, I have to pitch you something.
It
That is
was a
sick.
coincidence.
What'd you?
I would have lost it if I saw Timmy, but I didn't get to see him.
I'd be
I
like,
wasn't there.
Atreides, you're dope.
Such a goat.
Wait. What did you say to him?
Hi.
Oh, that's it. But that's not a. That doesn't even count.
That's an
like,
interaction.
That's
It's
a
an
meet,
interaction,
That
bro.
definitely counts.
That's a pay for meet and greet. No, I'm talking about like a.
And
Like
most
a,
of the time, you kind of just ignore them when you see them.
Yeah, of course.
Well, what's
obviously.
your question, Nico?
Okay, so I guess let me specify. Like, if most famous person, like,
You had a
wait,
convo.
what famous person would be like, oh, I know you, I recognize you.
Oh, Dom Flake.
Yeah, that's all Drew. Drew knows more famous
Oh,
people.
Probably
You're-
Dominic Flake.
You're not connecting Ryan to all the fucking famous people, bro.
I didn't say that.
I've seen these
He
people
was
around, but like
all these functions.
Drew works for these people. Like I don't really
True.
work on shit like that. So like they see me around, but like
I don't know. Dominic Flake's pretty famous, right?
yeah, no, he's definitely famous.
He's in there. He's
I'd
up
probably
there.
say, like,
He's
unless
Korea.
if he like saw me, would we like hang out? Dom Flake.
I got a new question. New question, actually.
Okay.
Who is like a famous person? You're like, everybody knows this person, like new fame, like
Everybody knows this person.
Like,
Yeah.
it's not even considered
like how
cool.
like. Do you think Dominic Fike is like a household name?
no.
No.
Okay.
I think he's a household name for like a big bubble of people. but,
Yeah.
like if I don't know, Nico, does your
Ariana
dad
Grande,
know
but-
who that is?
No.
Yeah, everybody knows this person.
Right.
Yeah. But I feel like that's the way with every famous person. It's just they're famous to like a bubble of
Everyone's
people.
a little bit in a bubble.
Yeah.
You kind of gotta.
There's very
I don't know,
rare
there's some
exceptions.
people that are bigger than bubbles, bro.
definitely.
Some, but like who? Like who's like a newish person on the scene that's bigger than the bubbles?
Timothy Chalamet.
See, like
Yeah, my grandma knows who Timothy Chalamet.
your grandma does. Oh, it's like my parents have no idea who that is.
That's my.
Your parents don't. You don't think your parents don't know who Timothy Chalamet is?
I literally,
Zero
I'm
chance
so
my
confident they
parents
don't know
would.
who that is.
I would bet anything
Yeah.
that they do not.
You don't think at some point they will though? You don't think he's on track to being like a Leo vibe?
Because the reason I would say
100%.
no, the reason I would say no is because like the media landscape is so different. That's like he's not gonna have the chance to get that big.
Who do you think's bigger, Timothy Chalamet or Michael B. Jordan?
Michael B. Jordan, are you shitting me?
I think Michael B.
that's a hard
Jordan.
one.
I think
don't-
Michael B. Jordan.
I don't think it's close at all.
is the bigger name.
I'd say they're tied in terms of relevance.
In terms of like who
Think so?
parents would
Yeah.
know, it's not even close.
But I definitely think parents would know Michael B. Jordan.
Why?
Everyone
What makes you
would.
say that?
Because he's just been in
Creed,
yeah.
man, Creed.
Honestly, he
No,
also
Creed
does
isn't-
get a
isn't
little
good
bit.
Yeah, but Timothy Chalamet got Dune.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Honestly, he gets a little
They
bit of a
both have those
boost because his
huge-
name's Michael Jordan.
Yeah, he does get
I
the
think
He gets a little
Marvel,
boost because of that.
when he was in Black Panther.
Black
they kinda,
Panther
like,
shot him up.
Put him on top.
Like Dune. It's like Dune is like a huge movie, but it's like at the same time, like not a lot of people saw it. It's so bizarre.
Yeah, I mean, if you put Timothy in a Marvel movie, I feel like he is then equal to Michael.
Who do
B.
you
Jordan.
think, if you were a producer, who would you spend more money on to be in your movie?
Timothy
Depends on the role.
Chalamet or
Chalamet.
well,
Why?
there's two different
Why? You just said Michael B. Jordan's bigger.
Because he's a better actor.
because we're going for the prestige of a quality
No, but we're-
film.
But you're a producer. You care about money.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Depends on the movie and what the role is. Like,
Yeah, then
You
yeah.
think
Exactly.
you think Michael B. Jordan appeals to a wider audience than
Yes.
Timothy Chalamet?
If we're trying to go for box office, you get Michael B. Jordan. If you want like a fucking like critically acclaimed thing, get
You think
Chalamet.
he makes you think he pulls more people to the theater than Timmy?
honestly, I agree. Yeah, he has more of that
Yeah.
star factor. He kind of looks hotter than like Timothy.
Yeah.
Timothy's like it's 50-50 if you find him attractive or not. Everyone finds Michael
He's
B.
also
Jordan
still
attractive.
young.
In like pop culture, who's more relevant?
Timothy. But
He's dating
I
he's dating Kylie Jenner.
I think Drew made a good point that it's like give Chalamet like 10 years and he'll probably be on that level. But at a certain point, it is like he just hasn't been around long enough.
Chalamet.
compared to a guy like Michael B. Jordan, I would say.
Yeah, bro. The Wire,
So
man.
outside of Chalamet, who's someone new that who's someone new that's like beyond like the bubble, who's like big?
Yeah.
I really, the only person that really comes to mind for me is like fucking Zendaya.
I think it depends how new.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
What about?
Sydney Sweeney?
I know that she's not that new,
yeah,
but what
that's
about
about-
Margot Robbie?
Margot Robbie, she is a movie star.
No, Brown's like what? Yeah, she's been around for like over a decade.
Yeah, she's
Well, so has who did you just say?
I said
Zendaya. She's been around for. Since
Yeah, but
Disney.
she hit
She was on Disney.
Yeah, she was
Channel.
that Disney kid. Yeah.
I also
Carpenter, I'd say, is like a household name. At
Who?
This point.
Who?
Nico, your parents know who Sabrina Carpenter is?
No.
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 They've definitely heard a Sabrina Carpenter song. That if
Oh,
you play this, you're like, this is Sabrina
yeah,
Carpenter.
they-
They're like, oh yeah, I've heard it.
They might have heard the song, but they will mistake her for any other blonde little girl. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
I mean,
Margot
who do you
Robbie.
think's the most famous person on the planet?
Oh, I mean Donald J. Trump, I guess.
Yeah, it is.
That's a good one. That's a good one.
So, I think
Second.
Who in like pop culture, not politics?
Drake.
Like,
Drake.
you think
probably
Drake
just
is
Drake.
more famous than Kanye West?
As much as I hate to say, yeah, I think
Yeah,
so.
I do think so.
Drake over.
I think if you say Kanye West is someone in like a foreign country, they have a pretty fucking.
I
big
agree with
Also feel
Drew.
like Drake-
You think
yeah, they would also
Kanye's
know, though.
bigger
Yeah, I think Kanye's
in terms
bigger.
of more people know
I
him?
think if I said Kanye West to my grandma, she'd 100% know who that is. If I say Drake, she'd be like, "Oh yeah, he's that like artist."
Yeah,
Okay, that's a
yeah.
good point.
My parents are in the same ballpark.
Wait, what about? Are we sleeping on Taylor Swift?
She's
No, she's
huge,
up there
though.
for
She,
sure.
but she's also pre like real internet culture. You know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so's Drake and Kanye.
Yeah. I mean, a lot of those people are grandfathered in, but like post internet culture, like
Taylor's
it's hard to pop
fan
off
base
like
is,
that.
the
What is
most
the
online,
post-internet culture? What is the year that we're using as the?
though. Probably like 20. What do you think?
I would say like
Y'all don't think
2015,
Tom Cruise is in
2014.
the top 5 famous people alive.
Oh, pure. Yeah.
Yes,
Tom
yeah, but he's
Cruise.
grandfathered in. He's pre-media. He's pre.
Yeah, no, he's grandfathered in, but I'm just thinking about like just what top 5.
See,
people are.
my question is,
Trump.
I don't think there'll be another Tom Cruise. I don't think anybody else could. Like, I don't think you could get there anymore. I don't think it's possible.
So you think movie stars are dead?
No, it just takes a while, bro. I think you can definitely get there.
But I think the new people that are considered movie stars, like
actors.
like Tom Cruise back in the day, like even if you didn't like movies, you were like, I know Tom Cruise is a movie star. I don't watch movies, but I know Tom Cruise, and that's a movie star. Today, if you don't watch movies, you're like, I don't know who that is.
Honestly, wait, we're sleeping on like what about fictional characters?
Yeah, that's the Tarantino thing. He's like,
Well,
that's
Like, do you
Tarantino's
think
take.
more people know
Darth
about
Vader.
You think more people know about Drake or Superman?
That's
Superman.
funny.
It's not even close.
Same thing.
It's not even close.
But it's like super like that corn sweat guy. He's not gonna.
Superman's not even a character. He's like a symbol, bro.
Yo, but the guy playing Superman in the new movie, like pre-internet, that guy is a movie star. Like he's got a career.
I
Like
have no idea who he is.
yeah, but
yeah, I think that's Nico's whole point.
No,
is
but
that you have no idea who he
my
is.
point is that guy, like pre-internet, you're in a Superman movie, like you'd be a movie star. Like that would get your name out there. This
I
time,
think so, because I don't think Brandon Routh was a fucking movie star when he
Okay,
was playing
but
Superman.
that
Henry
movie-
Cavill wasn't a movie
Actually,
star
I
when he was
don't.
playing
Who
Superman.
played
that movie ate
Skywalker?
shit.
I don't really know.
Cavill,
Yeah,
Cavill's
but Man
kind
of
of
Steel, no one knew who the fuck Henry Cavill was.
yeah, but after they kind of did, bro. He kind of did make.
Yeah,
a
but
name
I'm
for
saying
himself.
this movie hasn't come out yet,
I don't
so
know,
maybe
but
it's gonna be big.
I'm sure I'll know him after the movie drops, and make
But
$1 billion.
even Cavill, like he's fading already. He barely was ever
Yeah,
really
because
relevant.
You don't really cast Superman as a great actor.
But hold
you cast
up.
him as does he look like Superman?
Fuck the actors. Who's the most popular fictional character ever?
Probably Batman.
Batman, Superman, Darth Vader.
Yeah.
Mickey
Yeah.
Mouse, SpongeBob.
Joker.
Mickey Mouse.
Mickey
Mickey
Mouse,
Mouse is
SpongeBob.
up there. Mickey Mouse for sure.
I don't know. But like
Do y'all think right now, like in this age,
Yeah.
Drake is more famous than Michael Jackson?
no.
No.
I would say yes.
I would say no.
I'm talking like these kids been watching the Italian TikTok.
Are you talking about
brain
who
rot.
listens
like-
the most or who people know about?
No. Like who is more synonymous with culture? What name?
Oh. Synonymous with culture.
I think
probably
it's Michael
Drake.
Jackson.
Like if you were to ask,
Synonymous
if you were
with
to ask
culture,
a seventh
no.
grader,
It would be
if you were to
Drake.
ask a seventh
Yeah,
grader,
if I say
a pop.
who's Drake and who's Michael Jackson, who am I getting the most? I don't know who that is for.
Well, seventh graders, yeah. But if you ask that seventh grader in like 15 years, I think Michael Jackson will have held up
No,
better.
bro. Drake is just gonna solidify even more over 15 years.
I disagree.
Yeah.
All right, but who's more synonymous with culture?
okay.
Who's more, Drake or LeBron?
That's a good
That's
question.
a great question.
That's a good question.
Honestly, I'm gonna go Drake.
I'm going
Because
LeBron.
Drake has influenced LeBron.
But okay.
Wait, what did you say? You're going to Drake
Nah.
as what?
Drake has influenced LeBron.
Bro.
Drake has influenced.
Yeah.
You don't think LeBron's influenced Drake?
Not as much, but I feel like LeBron. Wasn't there an era where he was like on Drake's like posse, like
Yeah, he did like
Yeah.
the Forever
Doing all that
music
shit.
video.
Mhm.
Yeah. I still think it's LeBron.
Mm.
That
I
guy's
think
fucking
it might be
everywhere.
sports is
Every
sports
meme,
is
dude.
huge.
But think about TikTok. Who's in more TikToks? It's not
Sports
even close.
athletes might take the spot of what movie stars used to be, like the people everybody knew. Like athletes are kind of
Yeah, but athletes have always been super
no.
popular.
I mean, but even like Michael Jordan was like the first to like really make it like a player in a team sport is a star. You know what I'm saying? Like there was a
There wasn't
few.
really before him for it, but like there's Mike Tyson, there's
Yeah, but that's not a team
what's the
sport.
other
That's not a
boxer?
team sport. That's
Muhammad
an.
Ali?
Oh, I
Muhammad
kind
Ali,
of
yeah.
see what you're.
But that's individual. That's a one-on-one sport. In a team sport, for a player to become like a star, bigger than the sport and the team, like Jordan.
I don't really know about sports like that.
You ever
really
seen-
Wasn't before Michael Jordan like a big?
You ever, dude?
There were
Jordan
big
changed the
people,
game.
like
Jordan
soccer,
changed the
There
game.
was like O.J. Simpson and stuff, but in terms of being bigger than the
Yeah,
sport,
he's huge.
yeah.
Oh, yeah, O.J.'s pretty huge.
Yo, Naked Gun reboot. Let's
No,
be
by the
Liam
way,
Neeson.
O.J. is
Yeah, that
at-
shit looks funny as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Kiva Schaffer.
Yeah, Kiva. Love a Kiva.
people sleep on O.J. Actually, probably has the best season that any player has ever had in the NFL. It's like unbelievable what that guy did. I know that he did some other things, so that gets forgotten about, but
What'd he do?
he put up
What are you
200.
talking about?
He put up 200 yards a game. He put up 2,000 yards in a season, in a 14-game season.
So are you saying you're an OJ fan?
I'm saying that he's probably has the best running back season of any running back ever. Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Good for him. I mean,
but
he,
yo,
he kind of fucked it up.
Did you guys
Yeah.
ever watch The Last Dance?
Yes. During COVID.
Dude.
What is that? Is that the?
It's the 5-part ESPN documentary about
That's the
Michael Jordan.
MJ.
About the '90s
Oh,
Bulls.
no, I never watched that.
That's where I really
Yeah.
that's where you really learn like MJ changed the game. He was like a different like he hit a new level of stardom.
Like
Bro,
Larry
it
Larry
sucks
Bird
'cause
was
fucking
popular.
Jonathan Majors was supposed to play Dennis Rodman in a movie
Yeah.
about his trip to Vegas.
yeah,
Damn, that sounds like it would be interesting.
That's
Yeah,
good
well,
casting.
He got fucking canceled.
that
But I mean, is he like uncanceled?
not fully.
He's gonna
That's
be in
a
like
fact,
kind of
Brown.
shitty movies for a while.
Mm.
Like fucking what's it called?
Cigarette
Build his way
Daydreams
back
or
up.
something. What's it called?
Magazine.
Yeah, that shit was not it.
He ran like he was trying to
Magazine,
kill
yeah.
people
He really
on the
was. He
field.
really ran
Brown,
like that.
you're hilarious.
Who's okay? Taylor Swift or Drake?
Swift.
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Swift. Yeah.
Yeah, it's close.
Actually,
Taylor
well,
Swift or
what are we talking
Beyonce?
about?
Swift or Beyonce is the
Still
better.
Swift.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Oh,
Swift.
we're talking about who's bigger?
Yeah.
Taylor Swift.
Taylor
Swift.
Swift.
Yeah. Who's bigger than
Undeniably.
Swift, music wise? Do you think?
I don't think
on
anyone right now.
technicality,
She's number
you
one.
could say The Weeknd, but it's bullshit. It's Taylor Swift.
Yeah, The Weeknd has the best stats for some random ass reason. Like,
He's just easiest to listen
Yeah,
to.
Yeah.
It's filler music, bro. It's not really.
He's good.
you don't like The Weeknd? I like
He
The
has good
Weeknd.
songs. I don't know.
I like The Weeknd.
I do too.
I'm not crazy about the weekend.
I'm not crazy, but I like him. Yeah.
He's got some bangers.
Well, Nikki D, who's your favorite artist right now?
Kendrick.
Or you're like, this guy, he doesn't have to be the best. He's just my favorite.
It's still Kendrick, yeah. To be honest.
Really?
If I had
has
to
that ever changed since?
Since I first really got into him, not really. There's been like people that have been
Was
close.
Who? Where you're like consistently like, I can't wait for their next work. Like I really.
This is
I'm
gonna be
waiting on
such
it.
a deep cut. But for a little bit, I was actually getting really hyped about two people. YBN Cordae.
Can I guess one of them?
Sure, go ahead.
Post Malone.
No.
Okay.
This is like you
Okay.
guys are gonna say I'm capping, but I swear to God, one is YBN Cordae, and one is
Tekashi 6ix9ine.
No. You're never gonna guess the other one. I'll give you a hint though. He's from Chicago.
Josie.
Okay, give us a hint.
He's from Chicago.
Not.
Chance the
Okay,
Rapper.
let me give you another hint. After he made like 2 albums, I quit caring about him. Yep, it's Polo G. Nico got it.
What do you say?
Polo G.
Polo G, bro.
Really?
Those first 2 albums that he dropped, it was Die a Legend and the one right after, the 2 best albums that I heard for years.
So there was a
that
time in your life when someone said, "Who's your favorite artist?" Your answer almost was
No, it would have
Polo
been
G.
it would have been Kendrick, but Polo G was up there. Also because
I mean, respect.
I
That's
also
fucking
at the
sick.
time I had a roommate from Chicago and he would play it 24/7, so that tied into it. But I genuinely like really fucked with it. Yeah.
That's sick.
Shout out to Polo G, dude.
I don't know Polo G like that, but
Honestly, Juice World too.
Public
I
party.
really liked Juice World for a while, but we know what happened there.
Rip.
Yeah, rip.
how did he die again?
Uh,
Juice WRLD, he
yeah.
fucking took pills on a plane and OD'd because he was trying to hide it.
Ooh.
Yeah,
Yeah, I can't be doing that.
not good.
Are you fuck with Cardi, Nick?
I fuck with Cardi, but he's not my favorite artist or even close. But yeah, he's great.
Cardi's
He
not
makes
even
a lot
I
of good
thought he
music.
would have been up there
So-
for a year.
He makes a lot of great
So
music.
Kanye's wasn't ever up there for you?
He was up there before Kendrick. He was my number 1 before Kendrick.
So Kendrick dropped "To Pimp a Butterfly" and Kanye never came close. So that's
10th grade, and that was it. That was just.
I mean, I really loved Donda. I really liked a few of his
Yeah.
albums, but that one era where he was like making the songs in Wyoming, then it was probably pretty close.
unbelievable.
That was the
Yeah,
best run.
I probably would have
Yeah,
said
he's one of my
Kanye
favorite
at
albums.
that point in time.
It's a
I
good
would have
one.
said Kanye.
It is a great one.
It was such a good era.
Yes,
Yeah.
I agree.
And it dominated culture at the time,
Everyone's
too.
talking about that shit,
Everyone knew Ghost Town. Everyone fucking knew.
See,
Violent Crime.
did-
All see
did they,
Hereditary
though?
together.
Did
Yeah,
everyone?
Back and
Did everyone?
Bro, I was watching
right,
people
you're
that I would never have believed be using that sound on something,
yeah, but
whatever the app was.
yeah, but using the sound, if you it's not the same. That's not
Dude,
the same.
people knew, bro. I
No.
don't care if they didn't.
You
People
could
knew.
feel, at least in the bubble that we were in,
Yeah.
everyone would stop what they're doing, and
Yes.
that was the
paying
timeline.
attention, yeah.
I think
Kanye's dropping an album.
I would
and then
agree.
Like
next week.
my timeline
In
was
the
shut
bubble.
down when he dropped
Yeah.
that shit.
bro, what's your?
And the same thing with Donda. When he dropped Donda, that was culture
Everyone
reset.
shut up, yeah,
that
everyone
was
clicked.
culture reset. Everyone
Yep.
started wearing Balenciaga. Everyone was wearing all black.
I was
It was
going to
just
the
like-
thing and FaceTiming you for like hours.
bro,
That shit was
Yes,
sick.
bro.
I
That
got-
was a reset in pop culture.
It was.
let me ask you guys a question. Which social media do you guys use the most right now?
That's a good question.
Instagram.
Instagram,
TikTok.
TikTok.
It's Twitter for me.
I think I would go
I
Insta.
try and stay off it, but Instagram.
I think I'm an Instagram, Twitter, kind of a dead tie. You guys are you guys on Twitter at all?
Wait,
TikTok like
honestly,
that?
bro, if we're being real here,
I go on
It's
Insta.
a cesspool, bro.
I
can't
know,
go on
I know
Instagram.
it's cringe. I know it's cringe, but
God.
actually, it's Reddit.
Kick.
It's
Reddit.
If we're being honest,
Reddit, I like respect, but I don't really use it like that.
I use it a lot.
I'll use Reddit. I'll like if I Google something, I will add Reddit to the Google search.
That's the only time I use.
Yeah, that right. But I don't use that like as a social media. I
Yeah.
use it as just
I'm
like,
on, like, let me
what's a
scroll
good
Reddit
restaurant
today,
in
yeah.
this area.
Oh yeah, not that. I
use it for like sports. I use it for like video games. I use it for a lot of.
I like r/movies, r/screenwriting, r/sci-fi. That's what I'm on on Reddit.
I've never been on that.
What Brown said. Just
I'm
brain
on
rot.
Tumblr.
Actually, yo, the
Tumblr,
Discord count.
Discord. No, Discord is different.
Yeah, that's not social.
But
media.
I don't really use Discord.
Like TikToks. Like I just watch Instagram reels.
I just go on TikTok when people send me
I don't
TikToks.
do any of that. I can't lie. I had not been on TikTok for like a month, and last night I was on it for like over an hour.
I saw you sent
It's-
me something.
That's how it works.
It's addicting, bro.
That's how it works.
It's a once in a while.
I
and
literally,
you
I'll
get-
wake up and I'll be scrolling TikTok and I'm like, oh shit, it's been an hour. I gotta get to work, and then I'm before
You
bed.
use it every day.
Yeah.
I'm
It's
telling you
the
guys.
process, though. Like I'll open my phone and like I'll just tap
Ryan.
it and I'm watching a video next thing now.
The cure to that,
Boy,
Ryan,
that's good.
is to find a book you like, and I mean like fiction.
Dude, get the fuck
I
out
swear to God.
This is like when you guys were shitting on the like. I'm gonna shit on him
swear to
for
God.
reading, bro. Who fucking reads?
I loved it. I'm so back in my reading bag.
You're cracked out. Yeah.
I am on that way, Nicky D.
Who the fuck reads?
You guys are on the reading wave?
No.
Oh,
He's
not
on the
I
wave of
was on the
shitting
reading
it.
wave.
But like I'm different though because I be reading like other shit all day, so I'm not picking up a book.
What are you
The
reading?
last book I read was
Fucking scripts and shit.
You're reading scripts?
Yeah, it's I gotta take
Lyrics,
I gotta
yeah.
absorb to give output.
Wait, but like, whose scripts are you reading?
Whatever I think of, where I'm like, I need to read that. That's
Oh,
a reference.
oh,
What
so
Brown
like a script for a movie that's already out. Like you just read it.
Sometimes.
Yeah, I do that too. I have In Bruges on an open tab on my phone.
What Brown said, bro. Reading's for
Yeah, I
the
don't do that.
birds.
Reading shit is for the birds.
Get
No,
the fuck
dude.
outta here.
Because I want to find a book to like adapt into a movie. You know.
Because like books, like that's an industry I know nothing about. I don't know who's a good author. I don't know what's a great book.
Dude,
So
anyone can
But
be a New
that's
York
the
Times
freedom.
bestseller.
From who?
That's
from
the
friends.
Drew. That's the
What friend recommending
Jesse recommended me some books that honestly I don't know how I'll feel about them.
no, but Drew.
I recommended him a book and he bought it and he's reading it now.
I've never had a friend hit me and be like, "You should read that book."
I give you a book and I'm
I
like,
have
you
a
should read
couple.
this.
I've had yeah.
3 years ago.
Yeah, that was a minute ago.
But Drew, not knowing who's relevant and who's not, that's like the freedom. Because then you can like.
That's fun for like music, but a book is a month commitment. Man.
Month? A month is crazy.
Gang, I am working all day.
You read textbooks?
Honestly,
Yeah.
that is a pretty accurate time for
But,
a book for me
dude,
too. Like I read
like
when
a
I got
300
time.
page book should take you max like 6 hours total.
Who the fuck is
Okay, that's a stretch.
sit down for
That's a
6 hours
stretch.
straight reading
No,
a book.
not in one sitting. Total. You could break it up into like 30-minute, whatever the fuck you want. But like
And that will take me a month.
that's that's
Around a month,
crazy.
It's not like I'm reading a page a day.
I don't
so, like,
I don't believe that you're that fucking busy. That
Dude,
you
I feel like a page takes 30
Really?
seconds to read.
Nico,
That's a lot
we got
of
lives,
time.
bro. We're in our, we got shit going.
you have
on.
no time. Look at you're talking to us right now. What the fuck?
Okay, that's true. That's a valid
This
point.
is on my schedule.
I'm not saying I don't have time to read a book. I'm saying it might take me a month to read a book.
Yeah.
Hey, Brown said 6 hours? Question mark? I'm really
For a
wondering
300
if
page
he-
book?
I wonder if he thinks 6 hours is way too short or too long.
I had to
I'm
read
very-
books for
I
a
think-
class.
I think it's way too.
I had to
short.
read full novels for a class. Like it was like a week and a half at a time, and I got through it.
I
Like
was not doing that.
I got through it no problem.
Well, it depends on what type of
I
book
was-
we're
I
talking
read
about.
an entire 119-page script front to back yesterday, and it took me about an hour and a half.
But a script is
Yeah, that's even
But
easier.
A script
Yeah,
is very different.
yeah, it's very different. A lot easier to
I
read.
feel like a
So I'm
regular
saying
300-page
block
book.
books,
Yeah.
bro, that shit is gonna take me a session.
Signing and you're
Dude,
like,
you are not
hours.
reading 5
Fuck
pages a minute. There's no way.
Of
300-page
script,
books.
yeah,
Script-
it's
screenplays
all
different.
dialogue.
I'm not
Screenplays
talking to
different.
you.
Script.
I'm not
Screenplays-
talking to you. I'm talking to Nico. Because Nico said 300 pages in 6 hours. There's no way you're reading 5 pages a minute.
All right, okay, fucking
Well, hold on.
7 hours,
Look
Am I
like
Bro.
crazy? Am I?
bro. It's an
What's the book-
afternoon, bro.
what's the
All
book
right,
that's
fucking
300 pages?
stuck on the number. I read a book called Lagoon, which was
What's
like
the-
about 300 pages.
And she's saying it's
What?
long. Am I
What's
just
what-
stupid? Am I just a slow
What's the
reader?
Audible? Like, how long is the audio?
Oh,
book
the
for?
Audible. That's a good question.
That's a good measure.
But the Audible is slow, man. It doesn't. You don't listen to the reading of that
Just
is
listen to it on
slower.
1.5x.
Scanning
Yeah,
that shit.
yeah,
I'm
but
trying
that
to,
changes the time.
Read it. I'm
Yeah,
taking my time.
I'm not gonna lie.
Yeah.
I have like brain rot. It takes me a few times to process a page when I'm
Bro,
reading shit.
am I actually going crazy? 6 hours.
Okay, I said the wrong fucking numbers. That's 6
No,
hours.
but she said
6
in
hours?
the chat.
Yeah.
No, but in the chat,
Oh.
she's saying that 6 hours for 300 pages.
Oh, my
is
cousin's
actually
coming in.
long.
6 hours, 300 pages, low key
Am I
long.
going crazy?
Dude,
I feel like
Honestly,
that's...
I'm thinking about it. If you put me in a room, a desk, and a book,
average
6 hours.
Is the average book 300 pages or is that
I
short?
think so. I think
For, like, a
I think
novel?
That's
I'm
actually a
thinking
little
like Harry
long.
Potter.
I think it's more like 300 to 600 range is probably where most books land.
600.
That's what
Yeah,
I was thinking. I was
We're
thinking
talking
600
about
pages
5
is a normal
pages a
book.
minute?
Yeah.
I'm reading about
Okay, there's a lot of
Where
factors
are you
in play
getting
here.
5
How
pages a
big is the
minute?
page view?
300.
How big is the font?
My math is
in a
off.
day. Easy, guys.
What
You
is that?
just said my
50
math
pages
is
an
off.
hour. Okay, I'm just high. My fault. I don't know where I got.
Dude,
that
I'm telling
from.
you, like, I
have no
had that
idea
class where I
got
had
that
to read
from.
books, and I literally was like, oh, I'm not gonna be able to read these. I don't have time to read this. And then it's like it took me like in 2 afternoons I would finish in 2 sittings.
No, I'm just
But
faded.
it's also not a medium that really calls to me. I'm not really enthralled by looking at
I
a
gotta
book.
be in a serious mood. Like, all right, I got really nothing else to do. Let me pick up this
You know what I'm
fucking
saying?
book.
Like, I'm not looking at.
I
a
picked
book,
it up-
like, unless it's like fucking awesome. But like,
I picked it up because
I don't really be getting book recommendations saying, "Bro, this is a fucking page turner."
But I can send you a TikTok like that.
see
Yeah,
if
but I don't watch shit.
Thank
because
you, Eileen.
TikTok is like, this is good.
No, I'm
No,
saying
I'm
like
just
it's
saying.
easy to recommend something that's, a book is a hard recommend.
Yeah, it's same with a
Oh,
TV
yeah.
show because like I
You gotta
usually don't
commit
watch
to that,
shit.
yeah.
Exactly. It's like long format.
but
shit, I'm usually like,
a movie is
like, I like
also
a movie.
that but a movie is also
No, it's not. I'm done with it in an hour and a half.
That's a
Pe-
quick
I
bite,
think
bro.
I think the majority of people are more hesitant to start a movie than to start a show.
I know, but not me. A TV show, bro. That's 10 hours.
I agree.
TV
I agree.
show
I
is a
agree.
commitment.
I agree.
Except the rehearsal. That was kind of short.
Yeah, 6 episodes, man.
People think of TV shows in like, oh, it's only an episode. They don't think of movies like that. They're like, oh, it's a full movie I'm watching.
The
A
reason
Definitely a
movie for
mental
me,
thing,
also, when I watch a movie, I usually know a little bit about it before because that's a medium that I know about.
Yeah.
I know the
Mhm.
guy who made it or the girl who
Mhm.
made it or whatever.
Yeah,
it's
you
like
got some context.
I can gauge a very vague picture of what this might be like.
Yeah.
A book, I don't know any authors. I don't know any.
You're not willing
you know,
to just try
publishers.
something cold?
I am,
Depends.
but if it's a book, that's a commitment. That's like blind dating a girl for a month.
Is it
No, book is the biggest commitment out of these things we're talking about.
is it bigger commitment than like a season of a show?
Yes.
Yes, because
100%.
for me it is because I know that industry more, so I know who's making the show better than. I
Okay,
know who's
if you
writing
knew
books.
who
I
was
knew authors,
if you
maybe
knew
not.
if it was a book that everyone was like, "Oh dude,
Stephen
this book is
King or
great."
something,
Yeah,
yeah.
if you had like the confirmation that it's good, like you're like, "Okay, it's going to be worth it."
I might check it out, but it's also just not a medium.
No,
that
but-
I'm, like,
but-
attracted
but
to, because
compare-
I usually find reading boring.
Well, the
What
thing
did
with
Brown say?
the books, the thing with books, y'all some real readers. I feel like 6 hours crazy. Y'all addicts, bro. 8+ hours.
That's what I'm saying.
You're skimming pages. No.
Like even scripts, like I love movies, but sometimes like if someone was like, if my job was to read scripts and say which ones are good, which ones are bad, I would fucking hate
Drew,
my life.
the thing
I
about
would
it,
hate
the
my
thing
life.
about it is, this is the number for books. But like, I heard this thing about books, and it sort of does apply to screenplays, and reading in general. It's like, the first like 100 pages is you doing like the reader does all the work, but then after the first 100 pages, the book takes it from there, and that's
Well,
like,
good.
You're hooked at that
Yeah,
point.
yeah.
You know,
But
you're fully
but that's
into
what I'm saying. Like,
Bro,
you
I
guys,
wrote a
when's
piece
the
of
last
shit
time?
Screenplay if it took you 100 pages to get
When's
into it, bro.
yeah. Obviously, for screenplay, it's probably like 40 pages for a film or whatever. But like,
it should be 5.
Yeah, bro. You should get hooked.
I should be like, holy shit.
Oh.
This
Am I gonna watch? It take you 40 minutes to know if you're gonna keep watching this movie or not.
no. But like, I guess a book gets a little bit more leeway because it's like it's a slower pace.
Also, I just hate looking at books. Like,
By
I,
the way,
like,
please
the
drop a
way a page
Completely
looks
disagree.
Drop a like on the
so
stream.
ugly to me.
I hate you. I can't read off
There's
like
no aesthetics
I
behind
can't
it.
read off like an iPad or Kindle or a phone. I can't read like
Yeah,
that.
fuck
I
that.
need the
You
book.
need the-
I can't.
I'm
I'm
with
just, I
you.
don't even mean like a hard I just mean like the way pages are organized in books and structured.
Oh,
I'm just like,
you mean like
ew.
literally like block text?
Yeah, it looks like a brick wall to me. I'm just like, ugh.
Do you feel that way when you see like a lot of action in a script? You're like, fuck.
Sometimes because I start losing what's
Yeah.
going on. If
Yeah.
it's like slugs after slugs, I'm just like, what the fuck is going on?
Just action after action.
Yeah, I was locked into some of those action sequences of Mission Impossible though.
Yeah, but reading
Reading it? Yeah, reading it
You wanna know what
sucks.
the most boring script of all time
Yes,
is?
yes.
What, Mad Max Fury Road.
Yep.
That's the most boring
I
script
can
of all time.
imagine. That's all visual.
No, but I enjoy a
read
book.
that
You know
book
what my
and read that
preferred
script and tell me
reading
if you're gonna get
entertainment
fired.
is? My preferred reading is Wikipedia pages.
Dude, informed king.
I don't know the last time I went on a Wikipedia.
Really?
In high school,
That is crazy.
I would go on Wikipedia for hours.
I
would just
love
go down rabbit holes.
Wikipedia, bro.
I was
It's
like,
so
I'm
great.
high and I'm curious, like, how do they make that shit? And I would look it up, and I'm like, oh, there's also an article on this shit, and I click it. Really? Next thing you know, I'm like,
Yeah.
the creation of the universe.
That's the
Editing
shit.
Wikipedia pages, I
That's
respect
the
you
shit.
so much. You are my hero now.
Shouts out.
I
Real
salute you.
real
You're doing
work.
God's work.
Editors of Wikipedia pages.
Yeah, in the chat. Editing Wikipedia, that's the
Can
shit.
anyone do that?
Basically,
Pretty
yeah.
much. It's like pretty regulated.
There's
like,
some,
the
yeah, it's
Wikipedia editors
regulated.
are like,
You have to have credit.
Yeah.
Or
They will,
like,
like-
yeah, people
You need
know
a
who
source
are.
for some stuff.
I love spreading propaganda. That is
Yeah, I
what
love spreading
Wikipedia editors are
propaganda.
now. A little bit, yeah.
Shouts out Wiki. Dude, did you ever play Wikipedia Roulette?
no, what is that? You guys should play it on stream right now.
It's
let's do it.
we can. It's literally like we'll pull up like Wikipedia page of Russia
And we have
be
to
like,
get to another
you got to
page.
get to Miley Cyrus, only clicking like other highlighted Wikipedia words in the article.
Oh, that sounds. I could honestly do that.
6 degrees away.
This
Yeah,
one, it'll
60
show you.
separation.
Yeah, 6
Yeah,
degrees.
that's what it's called. Yeah, where it's on.
But let's just like, okay, like
Wait.
what?
Oh yeah, that's the right.
Give
one.
us two things.
Do that
to try
one.
to
Russia
do.
to Miley Cyrus.
Russia to Miley
Oh,
Cyrus.
shit, hold on, wait.
We can do that.
Oh,
Russia to Miley. Let's
Yeah,
go.
let's go.
wait 1 sec. The stream. Oh, you got it.
Yeah, Russia to
Oh yeah, you're right. You're right.
my
my
okay,
fault.
so.
All right, we're on the Russia
Does it say
page.
music anywhere? Should I just not classic?
Is there a
music.
timer?
Or
You guys
America.
have, like,
Go
30
to-
seconds?
Oh, go to America.
Or
You're a
America.
genius.
Oh, timer. Whatever. Just
Fuck the time.
Oh, there's no timer. It's an actual website.
he started. He's on it.
Not Latin America, not North America. Or I guess we can do North America. Oh, that's not a clue.
That's-
Russia to what?
We're
Taylor Swift, I think.
no Miley Cyrus.
Oh, Miley Cyrus.
Okay, we got
The
the
music,
United
right?
States.
Oh.
All right, we're one click in. One click. We've clicked. No, don't click music.
I
Yeah.
won't.
No, go to the contents.
Why would you not click music?
Because it's gonna take you to the generic music. I guess you could click music if you want.
Hold on,
Music of the United States.
Boom.
See,
Okay.
more
Should I
specific. Brian.
do? Wait, maybe my. No.
Miles Davis. Do pop. Do Disney.
Disney.
Demi Lovato. Oh, we could have got it. Oh wait, is she on this
Demi
list?
Lovato?
Is she on this list?
No, I
Ah.
already control left Miley.
Oh, that's Latin
Should I
American.
just click Demi Lovato?
Could be.
Could
Yeah,
be.
do Demi. Second click to Demi
Do we
Lovato.
go Disney here, or what do we
No,
go?
type in Miley.
Okay.
I bet she's
No
in
way
this article.
Miley's-
Yes, sir.
Yes, we got it. We got it.
In 4 clicks,
So
we got from Russia to Miley. We went Russia,
Sick.
music in the United States.
4 clicks.
Yeah.
We'll take
You
that.
guys should go from.
Yeah, give us one more.
One more, and then we're probably we're
I'm
about
looking at
3
random
hours
objects.
in.
Hold on.
Yeah, we'll wrap it. Yeah, find a random one.
Uh,
We'll stay on the Miley page.
go from a candle to a PlayStation 5.
Canada, okay.
That's easy.
Canada, PlayStation 5. All right.
Candle.
Yeah,
Do we want
candles.
to go back
Back Canada.
to America here? or
Candle.
What are we thinking?
From Candle to PlayStation 5.
PS5.
What about what? You're typing America.
What do we go with? What do we go with?
Wait, click modern era.
Okay.
Oh yeah.
Wait, what did Drew say?
Evan Mock.
Evan Mock. Who the
This one might
fuck
be
is
hard.
Can-
Oh, COVID-19.
COVID-19?
Let's go COVID-19.
All right.
I bet it might be in here.
Candle to COVID to.
You can't click on the sources. That's
We didn't click on sources.
Yeah, we didn't click sources.
okay.
We went from
There's no
this is the
gaming mentioned in COVID?
to type in like
Yeah.
culture and society. Go to the
show.
culture and
Oh, yeah,
society
got it.
section.
Animal Crossing just came out.
And COVID and popular culture.
Yeah, try that. Yeah.
I think COVID was a weird turn to take, but I think we can still get there.
COVID is the craziest turn to take. But let's see what you guys got.
Video games. Among Us.
There's in the Wikipedia article somewhere. Yeah, where in the Wikipedia article was COVID? Candle.
Off a yeah, go back.
Yeah, we'll show you.
It was
Modern era.
modern era. Yeah.
In the 21st century,
Modern
there's
era.
been a huge spike of scented candles. The COVID-19 pandemic led to a dramatic increase in the
That's
sales
so
of
funny.
scented candles.
I didn't even realize that's what it was, but yeah. All right, so we're candles to COVID to
COVID-19
to
and popular
COVID-19 in
culture.
popular culture.
We should just be able to click Animal Crossing. Surely
Yeah,
it
or
came
like
out
yeah,
on
one of
PlayStation.
those. Yes, you're right.
No, you guys are click Among Us,
Wait.
bro.
Other consoles. There's other consoles though. We can click on another console to compete.
No Sony. No. Where's other consoles?
Right here. There's a bunch of the Nintendo 3DS, Wii, probably Wii, I would guess, or Switch.
Yeah, let's go Switch. I like that.
PlayStation 4.
Or PlayStation 5.
PlayStation 5. We did it. PlayStation 5, baby.
That one was hard though. I was so loud. Oh, we're still on the phone.
We did
that
it.
was hard.
We should make that a sport.
All right.
It could be.
Yeah, go from Animal Crossing to NetSpend.
To
Bro,
net
we're
spend?
done.
We're not. Fuck that. We did it. We proved you guys. We're
That was fun,
Wikipedia
though.
kings. Get back on Wikipedia, bro. It's useful.
It's fire. My favorite site, other than Reddit.
All right, I'll hop on that.
Dude, what the fuck, man? And read a book, huh?
Actually, is YouTube social media?
YouTube does not count as social media,
Dude,
no.
there's like community and comments and stuff.
Yeah, but
Nikki D, didn't you win an Xbox off of YouTube?
Wait, I won 2 Xboxes actually.
2?
I won 2. That shit was crazy.
How'd that happen?
Let's go,
So
dude.
the first one was there was this Call of Duty guy that made like, you might have seen the videos. He made like COD zombies in real life. Do you remember those videos?
No.
Nope.
Okay, well, the videos were mad popular, but no one actually subscribed to his shit. They just watched those videos. So I actually subbed, and then he did a giveaway, and I'm assuming only like 5 or 10 people entered.
Wait, I'm trying to figure out who the YouTuber was. Was it
Yeah.
Freddie Wong?
Let me try.
Yo, crazy.
Yes, I think it was.
That's crazy.
Who's Freddie
Did he actually
Wong?
send you the Xbox?
Yes.
He used to make like short films and shit. Was it a 360? Or
It
one?
wasn't this. This one. No. It was V2 Rocket Productions.
Oh, no, I don't know what that is.
Wait, no, this isn't it, actually. What was the guy's name you said?
Freddie Wong, Raka, or Corridor Digital.
Raka.
Honestly, don't.
Corridor Digital, is that the guys who do the VFX thing?
Yeah.
Yeah, those guys are cool. I fuck with those guys.
Yeah,
I wish they
I
used,
honestly
like,
don't
filmation
remember
shit.
it.
Do they not?
They only do, like, react-
yeah, you're right. Yes.
It was some random ass YouTuber. Like, he made videos in his house type shit. It wasn't like a big production.
Damn.
PewDiePie.
Yeah, it was probably him.
I used to watch PewDiePie.
I was never into.
Wait, can we all be honest for a second?
Yeah.
What YouTubers did y'all watch in middle school? Let's be real. Let's be real.
That one Asian guy that
I
sounds
watched-
like the N-word.
Ryan Higa?
Yes.
I'm not saying you.
Yeah, no. I used to watch Filthy Frank.
He was
What's his name?
honestly
How to Be
Smosh,
Basic.
if we're being honest.
PewDiePie, Smosh, yeah.
Y'all didn't watch Shane Dawson?
I didn't watch Shane Dawson.
Honestly,
I was not a huge. I was all like by that point. I was very much watching
I
stand
went
up.
to a Shane Dawson show.
That's funny.
I went to one of his shows.
That's crazy.
You used
When
to
I
watch
was in
the
middle
Shane
school.
Dawson show?
No, when I was
You
in
went
when
to
I
a
was
Shane
in middle
Dawson
when I
show?
was in middle school. He did
You
some.
went to a live show?
I went to a live show.
That's
in,
funny.
In Kissimmee.
In Kissimmee.
What was it?
Kissimmee. Dude, it was just
It's
like
probably shitty stand up.
stupid. It was like
You
skits
walk
and
out in
shit.
blackface?
Yeah,
It
literally.
was so stupid.
You know that guy?
Yeah, Nikki D went to a live minstrel show.
You know me and that guy have the same birthday.
Shane Dawson.
Shane Dawson.
Shit.
You and Shane Dawson?
We have the same birthday. That guy has
You
my
guys are
birthday.
universal twins.
Wait,
But-
you went to the Shane Dawson show like solo, like with your mom?
With my mom, yeah.
Beautiful.
Did you like it?
I don't think so.
Do you remember it vividly?
Not really, to be
Kissimmee?
honest. I remember what the stage looked like, and I remember how Shane came out, and that's all I can really remember.
So wait, you drove like 2 hours to go see this shit?
No, you walked.
Yeah, I thought it was the coolest thing in the world, bro. I was so hyped.
It's cold.
I was
What
so
grade was
fucking
this?
hyped. This must have been like 7th grade
12th.
era. Yeah,
Dude.
it was actually last
12th
year.
grade,
Yeah,
wow.
last year.
Middle school, when everybody was watching YouTubers, I was recording like all the Comedy Central presents like stand up comedians.
You were watching like the roast and shit?
Yeah, that was
I mean, I
literally
remember
that was
watching
my
those, too.
bag. Dude. No, but like if there was like no school during the week, like during the day, Comedy Central would just run like half-hour stand-up things, and I would just watch those
I would also
All
hate.
I don't know
day.
why. Whenever I was sick, I would just watch Clerks. Really?
Clerks.
I watched
Clerks.
Fresh Prince.
Clerks is a good one.
Fresh Prince was so good.
Fresh
I would
Prince is
also
good.
hate watch Fred.
Fred.
Oh, I actually watched Fred. What is that?
Fred wa-
high pitched voice.
Oh yeah.
Like Carly.
Like he was like a YouTuber that you'd like
Bro, he
subscribe to.
He had like a millions of.
I always
I
thought
would-
he had like a few videos.
No, he was
He
huge.
was
He
huge.
was
I would hate watching.
Bro, he was on
like, I just
iCarly.
didn't like
I know,
Yeah.
but I
Like-
thought it was just because he did like that. I thought it was like a tune
It
in.
was like a thing, yeah.
No, he
Dude,
was big.
He
He
made a
was
whole
big.
movie.
He was
he had a
big.
movie.
The
John
Fred
Cena's
movie.
his dad.
Yep. Dude, that's like elementary school YouTube.
Yeah, that's OG.
That's what I'm
Wait,
saying. That's like
no.
early. That's
Elementary
Double
school.
Rainbow. Like,
Elementary school is Charlie the Unicorn.
Yeah.
That was the
Yeah,
OG.
that's like
Charlie bit me too. Remember that guy?
That's the
Yeah,
first
that's
YouTube.
There was a
I
unicorn
remember.
and a Charlie bit
that.
me.
That is elementary school. That's we were shit.
Dude,
You-
Where you go. That was-
you know what I
that's when it
remember?
came out.
That was, like,
Elementary school?
2006. We were in first grade.
Remember
That's crazy.
What?
the biggest banger that came out when we were in elementary school was Lil Wayne. 6 foot, 7 foot, 8 foot.
What about like
Yeah,
a
yeah.
G6?
So hard.
Hey, crank that Soldier Boy. That's
Yeah,
not
Soulja Boy
like
too.
in sixth
Like a
grade.
G6. Was
Wait, what
popping.
came out in 6th grade? 6 foot?
6 foot 7.
Sixth grade was G6.
Was that 6? Was that really? I thought
Yeah.
that was elementary school.
I remember
Maybe.
middle school when that album came out and listening to it at McDonald's.
And starships were meant to
You
fly.
were 12.
2011. But what time of 2011? Because we might, if it was early.
December 2010.
Okay, so yeah, it was first. It was 6th grade.
Yeah.
My
Yeah.
God. Damn, I was reading books during these eras. Brown, me too, bro. That was my heaviest book reading
That was
era.
when we were reading shit.
Y'all read Diary of a Wimpy Kid?
Of
Yes, I read
course.
a lot of them.
Those-
I read all of the books.
The
bro.
I would-
tree houses.
I would read those I went to Barnes and Noble, and I'd finish it by the end of the night. I'd be done with that book.
Yeah.
Dude, same, bro. I would go to Barnes and Noble and read it there at the cafe.
Oh no,
You know the
I
vibes.
bought it, but it was time.
They post like screenshots of the pages on TikTok now, like 30 Diary of a Wimpy Kid like pages, and I'll read all that shit.
I
I'll
love
never read
I love that
Goosebumps.
you're getting served.
I would do
Diary of- I'd never.
Dude, that
I,
shit
Bro,
was
it's
scary,
so
bro.
relevant though. Like to this day, it's hilarious still.
Dude, I'm trying to.
Bro, TikTok thinks you're 9.
Yeah. Those still come out. There's like 14, 15 of those
And
books.
to this day, bro, he still makes books and shit.
I know. 2 reboots of movies.
That is
crazy.
wild. That is wild.
Can't wait for the miniseries.
What was Roderick in that we watched recently?
Oppenheimer.
Oh yeah, he was that too.
He was in the studio. Where was he in the studio?
Yeah, he was Chase Sui Wonder's boyfriend when she was getting fucked.
Oh shit.
Have you seen that show, Nico?
The studio, yeah. I enjoyed it.
Oh, okay,
I enjoyed that
It was
show.
the one where her and Ike Barinholtz were like beefing.
Oh shit.
that was a fire episode.
Dude, I'm trying to think what was my favorite episode of that show.
The last 2, to be honest.
That's a show that like
Mm.
was fun in the moment, but it's not that memorable to show.
Oh, I loved it.
I thought it was really good.
I thought it was a blast. I was like, if you condense this into a movie, I would have walked out of that theater with a smile on my face.
Really? I'm a little.
I thought it was hilarious.
I thought it was hilarious too.
Really? I thought it was good.
Because I'm just like, when's the last time I saw like a straight up like comedy?
Yeah,
That's not
You
trying
gotta
to be
give a
kind of
fuck, yeah.
serious.
we're not a smart.
Oh,
comedy.
I mean,
This is just funny ass
Yeah.
shit.
I mean, definitely, but like, it still left me. I don't know. I feel
Like
like,
I don't want a bodies. I want a dumb ass. You know what I mean? Like that's like a horror mystery comedy. I want comedy.
yeah,
You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like
I haven't seen Bodies, but
I'm tired of like comedies like that where it's like another genre
Yeah.
with a comedic tone. That's
Yeah.
not a comedy.
I
I
have-
want a comedy.
yeah, but no,
Sure, yeah.
I see, but like, sometimes I think with film, like in movies, like comedy, almost it kind of is a fucking side.
No, it doesn't have to be, bro. Thunder and like all those Will Ferrell
But Tropic
movies,
Thunder,
like,
yeah.
Tropic Thunder, yeah, Will Ferrell is better. Tropic Thunder to me like does kind of have a statement in it, even though it's super absurd.
it could have a statement, but the main genre is comedy.
Yeah, it's a comedy first and foremost. Everything
I
else
agree.
is
Yeah,
second.
it definitely is a comedy.
Well, yeah, it's definitely a comedy, but like,
Like if you say, "Oh, what type of movie is Tropic Thunder?" Everyone's answer is gonna be
Yeah, it's comedy.
more
It's a
If
comedy.
you say what
It's
type
like
of
more
movie is Bodies,
satirical,
Bodies? Some people might say it's a mystery.
you could
Yeah.
say it's a satire though.
Yeah. You
Tropic
Yeah, but
Thunder.
satire is a type of comedy. Yeah.
Yeah, but
What
like
would you
like you
Superbad?
said you were talking
Like-
about like dumbass comedy. I'm like I wouldn't call a satire a dumbass comedy. You know?
No, but I mean Jack Black's like pooping in it. You know
Yeah,
what I mean? Like it's funny as fuck. Like dumb.
But
not
yeah,
funny.
but
Like,
but
Jojo
the
Rabbit's a
hold on,
satire,
but the
it's
Jack
not
Black
funny.
the Black Jack joke of like farting has the added layer of like the movie
I'm
is
not
aware
saying
of
the
it.
parties. I'm saying when he's high as fuck and he's going through withdrawals and he's strapped to a fucking tree.
That movie is
Yeah,
so
shitting
good.
his
but
pants,
the
like-
context makes it like not like just like a you know what I mean? Like there's plenty of like dumbass like poop jokes, fart jokes in movies that are stale and don't land. You know what I'm saying?
That's true.
Yeah, but I want them to be good.
Yeah, I agree, but like that
That's
those
bad comedy.
the Jack Black ones that Jack Black is good in that movie because the movie is like not just low tier like not thoughtful.
No,
it's
really
a thoughtful
good. And
movie.
It's, really
it's
funny.
thoughtful.
I want more movies like that.
I agree.
Yeah, I want more thoughtful, good comedy. But I also just want to go to the theater and be like, that was fucking hilarious.
But
That's how I
it's
felt
so
at the
it's
studio.
so hard to do. The studio to me like there were some good jokes, but I can't sit here and tell you like I was dying laughing watching it. I was like some of these are funny,
Really?
but I was not dying laughing.
No, but I appreciated the sentiment of it because it wasn't trying to be something like high art. It was trying to be really funny.
Statement at the same time.
It was though because
Yeah,
there
it
was
was
that
trying to be.
episode where it's like
Oh, the
what-
casting.
Yeah, the casting, and it was hilarious.
Yeah, they did that in a really
The
good
casting,
way.
Yeah.
but that's another. You know what I mean? Like it's not like a dumb comedy. It's like it's satire. It's elevated a little. You know?
What are you gonna call it?
Huh?
I like things that aren't afraid to be something like. I like things that are like comedy is the main focus is making you laugh.
Yeah. I agree, but like
And I want that.
it's just hard. That's a hard thing to get. Like it's the like.
I know, but that's why I'm saying I like the studio because I appreciate it.
Yeah.
I don't think like Tropic Thunder is actually a good like thing of like that's like one of the last like fucking hilarious movies. Like that movie is
so good.
fucking like
I agree.
I would put the studio like way lower than Tropic Thunder. Like a good
Yeah,
I wouldn't
would
even
too. But I still thought like this shit was
They're on
funny.
the same track. You know.
You guys are sleeping
How-
on
how
Ron.
close-
I would say it's a similar genre.
comedy wise, like how funny do you think it is compared to like The Office? In its prime, The Office. Before it got
The Office was
overplayed
way
and
funnier.
overlooked. Way funnier? See, that's why I'm like, that's why I have a hard. I agree. That's why I have a hard time with like new
But
comedies.
The
'cause I'm
Office
like,
was 15 years ago.
yeah, but
Yeah,
like,
that's back when you would get Anchorman still in theaters. You weren't getting that. You're not getting that now.
but you think that's like a studio stopping it, or do you think it's just hard to do?
I think studios are scared to greenlight things because they don't want to offend people.
Yeah, we don't want to be
That
problematic.
lines up.
That's true. But do you think there's like truly like Tropic Thunder level scripts that aren't being produced right now?
I think
Real Bros
if
is
you said
semi-valid.
if we lived in a culture where people weren't scared, the people that were making Tropic Thunder back then would be making Tropic Thunder right now.
Ben Stiller would be making like a fucking.
You can't bring Tropic.
I'm not saying Ben Stiller
But the
specifically.
writers
I'm saying
and the
all those people that were
directors.
making those types of movies would. I think those types of movies would still be around.
Yeah, they would still want to make that.
Culture shifted.
If
Yeah.
I make a movie like that now and it gets received badly, that's my career. I'm done. So I'm not gonna make
Yeah,
it.
nowadays the
Please,
funniest
please
shit we
Twitter,
get is
Twitter,
like
bro.
Will Ferrell and Barbie. Like that's the
you say?
extent of the comedy we get.
Barbie
nowadays.
wasn't funny.
Exactly.
Yeah, Barbie.
No, he's saying that's
What
the
do you-
extent.
what do
That's
you
the
think?
extent of the comedy we get now is
It's like
Barbie.
Will Ferrell and
Yeah,
Barbie.
100%.
But that's
100%.
I would throw. I would kind of get the studio in that ballpark of like afraid to
No, I think
offend.
the studio was crossing boundaries that I was surprised it was crossing.
Really? What, like making fun of like the studio execs and
Especially the
shit?
casting episode. I was like, wow, they're doing it.
That, so that felt ballsy to
Show
you?
about
What's close to that now? Barbie would never talk about that.
there's
What-
something
what?
on that level of we're making a joke like that that's in theaters or on TV right now.
Yeah, well, all of our edgy humor comes from TikTok and Drewski.
What?
Not wrong, not
So
wrong.
what movie has like edgy humor? But like
They
is
don't
that
have that.
is that
It's
edgy
not even edgy
humor?
humor, it's
Yeah.
Humor.
Actual funny stuff that's not disguised as like a political joke or some shit.
I mean, but no,
Like,
but that's
I'm trying to
definitely
say comedy that's
a
not
political.
fucking Jojo Rabbit.
That episode specifically where they're casting, that is like political.
Okay, I shouldn't have said political joke. Just something that's
Something that's willing to
I've
risk
seen it all.
offending.
yeah.
I get that. Definitely Hollywood doesn't do that. They don't risk nothing. They're the most
Last
risk
time that
averse.
happened was what, Jackass Forever?
But like,
Yeah.
do you think so? Like, you think like they're doing that episode, the casting episode in the studio, and they're like, this is risky.
I 100% could see an executive at Apple TV Plus reading that script, going, "Ooh, I don't know if I should
Really?
talk about this."
Because to me, like, but like you think about like that at the studio at Apple versus like, do you guys know about how like Jon Stewart had a show on Apple?
He did. I don't know that.
Yeah. Okay. He
really watched this.
I no shock at all. But this guy, he had a news show on Apple TV, like the Daily Show, whatever, and he was gonna do an episode on AI in China, and he was gonna interview Lena Khan, head of the FTC, the Federal Trade Commission, and Apple's like, please don't interview her. And he's like, I'm interviewing her. And so they canceled his show. So, like, to me, it's like the studio is probably not even in the ballpark of that.
That's fucking crazy.
That's why
That's a completely different league.
Yeah, one is like, this is a serious political, like we're
that's my point.
That's like journalism.
That's my point.
making a joke here.
That's
This
my-
is a sketch about.
But that's my point.
That
What's
is
your
to the
point?
same level as
My
blackface.
point is that's why I feel like Apple didn't even bat an eye to what they were doing at the studio. Like, they couldn't care
But
less.
they are batting an eye to it because we're not getting offensive humor anymore in any studio. If they didn't bat an eye in it, then we'd see that all over the place.
Wait, but so do you think that studio bit is like offensive?
No, I'm saying it's risky compared to anything else we've gotten in the past 5 years.
Name anything else on TV that is like that.
The rehearsal.
Risky? Dude, Andor has like a
What are you
fucking
talking about, bro?
That
Andor.
shit was risky.
Andor, that is kind of risky.
I'm saying comedy
Yeah, but-
game.
Well, that was a
Oh,
comedy.
comedies, risky comedies.
How is the rehearsal risky, bro?
They were flying a plane that could have crashed and
Uh,
killed
that was-
everyone.
Talking about politically correct, offending people. We
I
don't
would say
get
that is
like
kind of-
Talladega anymore.
Oh yeah. Okay.
That's not edgy though. That's not edgy. Talladega Nights.
Dang, Talladega Nights. When people go Talladega Nights to be made today, I go really?
like
then,
the
why
Zohan.
isn't it
The
being made?
Zohan is a better one.
Because it's like it just does. They don't age well, bro. Like there's like it's
People love that movie.
Talladega Nights is one of my favorite, me and my dad's favorite movies.
it's great.
The comedies.
But like every joke.
So you're saying comedies don't exist anymore because they don't age well?
No.
Comedies have existed forever.
Well, I think comedies don't.
People
I
don't
think
like to laugh?
I
What are you
think
talking about?
I think comedies don't exist anymore because there's other funnier shit than comedy movies to watch.
That's true. That's actually a good point.
What?
Drew's
Bro, TikToks, Drewski, live streams, YouTube, like all that shit makes people laugh harder than
you actually
movies
make
do.
a really good point.
It's hard. It's
But also, comedies died before that was around.
I think that came because there was no comedy movies.
That's our response to people being scared is to go even further.
I mean, go on the platform
Yes.
where like it really doesn't matter.
I
If
don't
studios
know.
are putting $1 million
Seth Rogen,
behind
I
it.
think that-
I can make a sketch.
This is the end. I think that's valid.
this
This is the end was 15 years ago.
that doesn't count as edgy to me either, though.
It's extremely edgy. What are you talking about?
This is the end.
This is the end was very. they
How-
were, like,
what's
making
edgy?
fun
It's
of,
the
like,
same
religion
movie?
and-
Seth Rogen in the apocalypse in
they were
the
making fun
Rapture.
of religion
Bro, you
and
need to watch
stuff,
that
yeah.
again, bro.
I watched
Michael
it.
Cera is making rape jokes in the first 5 minutes.
Okay.
That movie was risky for sure.
That doesn't happen anymore.
You don't get shit like that, bro.
I think there's rape jokes, bro. You ever seen Fleabag?
This guy just Googles rape jokes.
Yeah, literally.
No.
No, but you seen there's a rape joke in Fleabag that's so fucking funny. Like I just
In culture right now, comedies are not coming out wide release in theaters.
The
for
last funny
sure.
movie I did. You see Friendship? That was pretty funny.
But I think if there
But
was
it's a different type of humor.
if there was a Tropic Thunder edgy humor movie coming out this weekend, it would bomb. Even if it got the right marketing and like it would just bomb. Like people won't go
It wouldn't
see
be
it.
made. They wouldn't make it.
Wait, why? But wait, why would it bomb?
Why would it bomb? Because nobody gives a fuck about going to the comedy movies, bro. Nobody's
Why?
interested because it's like people are
I see
bored
what
with comedies, man. As much as I would love for comedies to be
no good comedies. Wait, what's the genre have to do with it? If it's a really good movie that people are like, that was fucking awesome, who cares what the genre is? I think comedy is the most accessible genre. Horror movies is the least accessible genre, and that's the one that's thriving the most right now.
That's
yeah.
valid.
No,
That's
but
true.
but comedy is accessible, but it's so subjective, bro. Like one.
Everything's objective. I don't find the same thing scary you find scary, but we still go see the same horror.
Yeah. But you'd have way more agreement on what's scary than what's funny.
I actually think that's true. I think that's true.
I don't.
It's
Say
kinda
that again.
tough.
I would agree with
I said
you on what's scary more than what's funny.
Yeah,
So
people
basically
would
something
agree
good.
way more on what's scary than what's funny.
I think that's true.
So you're saying people don't make comedies anymore because a lot of people think things are funny that are
Yeah,
different?
people are
Nope,
looking for
nope,
least common
not what I
denominator.
said.
Least common denominator.
Okay, so
what
what
it
is what you said?
Okay, if we're talking about why people don't make comedies anymore, is because one, it's so hard to make an actual funny fucking movie that
Yeah, but it was happening 50 times a year 15 years ago.
when there
What
wasn't
changed?
What
all
15 years later?
the internet,
It's
brother,
the post
the
irony
meme,
world.
I don't know what he's
yes,
saying.
the
It's
internet.
the internet, but I think it's not the internet.
Why
bro.
why is that the only genre that's affected?
Because nobody wants like snippets of horror.
Yeah, people go on.
No-
Instagram.
nobody wants-
People
Huge
go
thing
on
on the internet. We
Instagram
Snippets-
reels to laugh, not to be scared.
You think snippets of like people are on TikTok for scary shit as much as they are for funny shit? You think that's like an equal level of?
It's not, yeah. I mean, no one's trying
No,
to say that.
but I
Yeah.
don't think one eliminates an entire genre of movies.
Those aren't the only
No, but I
two,
get
like-
Nico's point. Like these things are like
I don't
a
know
substitute
because
for comedy.
comedy movies were at
A substitute, exactly, because something went missing.
because
Why did it go missing in the first place?
comedy
The
movies.
internet. I don't think it's the internet. I think it's political culture. People are
No.
scared to like.
Nobody wants.
You don't think Hollywood executives are looking at people and seeing what people are getting pissed off at and going, let's avoid this?
Oh yeah, what? Yes.
Okay, well there you go.
And if you had a movie centered around
What horror movies were offending people?
What horror movies?
None.
Any kind of like the religious exorcist movies. There's a whole group
That
of people that
wasn't-
get offended
no, bro.
immediately.
bro.
They're still being
No,
made
that is
today.
true.
Sidney Sweeney like Priest movie came out
They're
like 2 years
Still
ago.
being made today.
But they get.
The Exorcist sequel is coming out this year, and the Exorcist sequel came out 2 years ago.
But
They're still being
but
made.
but people get upset about this. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Like they're.
But they're not upset to the degree that they don't get made.
But that's on the executives being pussies, bro.
That's kind of
Like,
Nico's whole point. I think.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
The point is the same here.
okay.
We're both like executives.
You guys are kind
They
of
need to
both
just
making the
let-
same point a little bit.
That's what I'm saying.
executives suck,
I'm
but
saying producers are scared.
no, but I'm adding that even if producers weren't scared, it'd still be almost impossible to get a good comedy out.
I don't know.
I don't agree.
Because people are subjective on what they think is funny.
No, because it's just like I just feel like it's so like
I see
Like-
what he's like.
like-
Social media has
There-
changed our
Because they
sense
have
Bro.
of humor.
TikTok instead.
let me say this. There was no joke in the studio that like I was like shocked by or like caught off guard by. Everything was like it was a little predictable of a
Okay,
show.
but you have to admit that some of the jokes.
Why do you think that is?
Why do I think that it was predictable?
Because people are scared to be risky.
But you're saying that the studio is a risky
The
show.
one joke, saying the one
Risky
closest
compared to
thing
the
we
other
have
stuff.
to it in a long time. I'm not saying it's at the level of this is the end.
Okay.
Bro, and the joke we're talking about in the studio is them doing the exact thing we're talking about. They're scared of offending people.
Yeah.
Because it's true.
Anything can be perceived as offensive now, so let's avoid making the movie altogether.
I don't disagree with that, but I think there's also other things that make comedy harder to make now than before.
I agree, but I think a huge,
I think that is the driving
factor is people are scared of offending people.
It is a big
So they just-
factor.
the actors don't want their names attached to things that are like, oh, they're gonna be in
It
alignment
is.
with this.
Yes.
Money, bro, I'm
Yes.
not gonna do it.
I agree with that, but I still
Right.
think
In
like
2005, Will Ferrell could give a fuck if his name was attached to anything because no one cared.
Yeah, it wasn't a big deal.
but
So
also
right now, Will Ferrell's like, I'm gonna lay low and I'm gonna produce, this
Yeah.
thing. I'm gonna do that.
It might not even
Adam
be Will
McKay,
Ferrell.
I
It's
used
like
to
Will
make Step
Ferrell's
Brothers.
agent.
Now I'm making Vice.
Yeah.
Now I'm making The Big Short.
Yeah.
Culture shifted.
culture did shift, but I just
It's the agent's fault.
obviously a lot of the agents
Oh.
a lot of the blame falls.
Like I was so happy to see Bryan Cranston be able to just be like
Funny and like,
funny as
yeah.
fuck.
He was good. But like I was so like for me, the studio was so much more like it was like a good weekly thing to watch. Like I'll watch this, and I enjoyed it.
I mean, it's not a fucking masterpiece, but I was like, I saw the trailer and I thought, oh, this is Seth Rogen like trying to make like the player like Robert Altman vibe, like where it's a little funny. And then I saw it and I was like, oh no, this is like slapstick comedy. Slapstick comedy.
I guess it's slapstick.
Bro, people are getting literal pies in their face in the show.
Yeah, it is a silly show. But like, does that make you really laugh? Like just someone getting the pie to the face, like.
No, I was just relieved that something that had that tone was being made today, because things like with that tone aren't common.
Yeah,
I
something
think
that's
that
funny
you
nowadays.
had
It
it
usually
on
has
the
a
dot
serious
earlier.
undertone or something.
For the pendulum to swing back, it's got to start
are
somewhere.
all on social media now. Like I think that's what.
What do you say?
The risky jokes are all social media now.
Right, as a response to them not being anywhere else
anymore. So now we're gonna go to the one place where it really doesn't matter if I make
So
a
do you,
bad.
Bro, if all
I
of a
also think
sudden
it's
we
just more
banned horror
conducive
movies, you know how many horror shit is gonna be on TikTok?
I guess there would definitely be an increase, but like
a response.
I just don't. So would you think then? If all of a sudden the fucking studio heads are like, we're not scared
Because
anymore.
I think like the TikTok argument's weird because like edgy ass humor was all over YouTube in the early 2000s with Shane Dawson and all that shit, and there was still comedy movies being made. But all of a sudden in culture, people got offended and comedy movies dipped, but comedy online didn't.
Yeah, everything is
well,
still funny online.
part of that's
I
also the advertisers.
I think another part of it is that like
exactly
it's less institutions. Like now it's all individual creators that make the best funny shit. Like before it would be like this production agency would put out a movie. I feel like there's been a shift away from institutions in general in media. Like now it's more individual. Like we're posting stuff on social media instead of.
Basically, bro,
Yeah,
if
but
this
then-
is
but
then let's make a raunchy ass.
Signed to an institution.
Let's make it independent, edgy comedy and blow the fuck up. What are we doing
That's facts.
You got an idea?
for an edgy comedy?
We could.
All right, here's one. White cop and black guy Freaky Friday switch bodies.
That's been done and It's Always Sunny.
It's Always Sunny. Freaky Friday switched bodies.
They did.
Really?
It's Always
They did
Sunny
with
is
black
probably the riskiest show on TV right
But
now.
that, like Nico said earlier, was grandfathered
Yeah.
in. Just
Yeah.
like South,
It's South Park.
2004, yeah.
It is South Park.
They get a pass.
I'm looking this
I
up.
think if Theo Vaughn and Drewski and everyone was like doing the shit they do now back in like 2005, they'd be movie stars. They wouldn't be TikTok stars.
But they are about to start being in movies, and it's like, are they going to be any good? No.
Well, it doesn't. Yeah, just because you can make funny TikToks doesn't mean you know anything about.
Yeah.
True, but like
different mediums.
The gang turns black.
Is he funny? Yeah. Like Dane Cook was fucking funny in 2004. Should he write and direct his own movie?
No. Watch that.
True, but like, so who do you think could pull off like an edgy movie today?
I think if people just fucking commit and they just die on that hill, they might get a little fallout, but they might be the spark to light the
Will
fire.
Ferrell
that
could
all
still do it.
That-
be like, fuck
that-
it.
Will Ferrell has
Drew,
one more
that I
left.
fully agree with. If there was a producer who had the balls to make the movie, that movie
Yeah, to
would be
just
huge.
Stand on it.
It's like
Literally, bro.
It's low key, like Deadpool was like a tiny like mini version of that. Of like
Yes, but again, it's a comedy plus
superhero movie.
So if it was just a comedy,
Right.
you know what I mean? Kids are going to that movie to be like, oh, it's funny, and also Deadpool fights people.
Yeah.
And also Wolverine's in it.
And
also, like shit.
I agree with that.
There's other ways to play it safe.
But did you guys
So like, if it was just a comedy, studio heads would see that and be like, yo, comedies are back, but they're not looking at it as a comedy. They're looking at it as a superhero movie.
Right. That's fully, I agree. You guys ever watch Ricky Stenicki?
Nah.
No.
It's an Amazon.
Oh, is that the one with like John Cena in it?
Yeah. That's like
I didn't watch it.
they kind of didn't give a fuck on some of those jokes for sure.
I think it would be really sick for like, big people to just stand on it.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
That I agree.
Tropic Thunder style. Just be like a huge movie with a bunch of people and it's a comedy, and it doesn't have to be the most offensive thing you've ever seen, but it totes the line a little bit of some jokes, and like that would be like a cultural
Yeah, but like
We just need one, and then it'll flood back.
brother, what does that even?
Exactly.
What? But like that's like way easier said than done.
Yeah. That's
Like,
Of course, 'cause
way.
no one wants to be the guy,
No.
the first guy in line.
No. People want to make that. There's people, but nobody has a good idea for that.
What do you mean?
Like, who's got
You
the?
don't know. You don't know the idea of that guy. Like, I feel like it's
No one in the world has a good idea for a comedy.
For like a raunchy offensive, I think it's very, very. There's probably like one or two people.
Well, you said it's alive and well on TikTok. Why
Yeah,
can't it be alive
the-
and well in Hollywood?
Because it's alive and well making an edgy joke on TikTok in like a 10-hour thing. It's not alive and well to make like a movie that has that in it.
People can do it. They've done it for 40 years before. They're just scared to do it now.
Because I also like even before they were scared to do it, a lot like it was hard to make a good one. It's
I'm not saying it's easy. I'm saying it's possible to make a comedy.
It's possible to make a comedy, sure, and like make a 10 out of
What's
10
your
comedy.
argument?
My argument is like possible. It's possible we win the lottery.
Anything's possible.
It's like
I'm saying you're saying comedies aren't around because no one knows how to do it.
no, not no one knows how to do it. It's hard to make a good one. It's like. What do you like?
Yeah, but
try to think of like a
it's
good
hard
idea.
to make a good movie.
I would.
everything is.
Yeah, but like making a good horror movie, I think would be a lot easier than making a good comedy.
What makes you say that?
What makes me say that is it's easier to scare people than it is to make them laugh.
How?
How?
That's
That's the
subjective.
most subjective thing ever, bro.
You don't-
talk to a horror filmmaker, you might say it's really easy. You talk to a comedian and be like, I don't know how the fuck to scare people. I know how to make people laugh. Like,
Are you kidding me, dude? Look at Jordan Peele. I bet
both.
he would tell you the sketch show was harder than Us or Get Out.
Maybe for him.
I bet he would.
He's not the.
Bro, if you ask Chris D'Elia, is it easier to scare people or make people laugh?
Look at
He's gonna say
Saturday Night Live
if you
is the
ask him
best
if it's
example.
easier to make a horror movie or a comedy movie, he'd tell you horror.
Saturday Night Live is the best example of this. Nobody
what?
watches it because it's hard to be funny, and it's not funny.
What do you say?
What do you say, Nick?
Saturday Night Live. Saturday Night Live is the best example of this. Like nobody watches that shit anymore because it's just not funny.
I like that. I think it's kind of funny.
There's good clips. I've seen like good clips and stuff, but
I also think that's a show that everyone since its birth went. It used to be good.
Yeah.
But they're
I've been hearing that since I was a little kid.
But they're intentionally trying to do lowest common denominator comedy, and it's still not funny.
What is lowest common denominator? Comedy?
Something that appeals to everybody. Something that appeals to everyone.
Yeah, it's hard to make everybody think same thing is funny, but like.
Yeah, but movies don't have to do that. You don't have to make a movie that appeals to anyone. You're allowed to pick a demographic and make something that appeals to that demographic. It doesn't, movies that are crossing $1 billion of the box office have changed the definition of a successful movie.
There's no movies for Joe Roganites. That's the issue.
Yeah, they are. It's the sound of freedom.
Sound of freedom. Or that what's the fucking Daily Wire movie they made about basketball where they tried
The Daily Wire. Oh God.
They made a movie. That's an edgy comedy if you want to try it. It's like
The Daily Wire.
They made a comedy where it's a all guys basketball team and they're like, we're gonna say we're trans so we can play in the women's league and beat the women.
That sounds so stupid.
And
I
it's
just think overall,
edgy.
art is a response to culture. And it also informs culture. And if culture is saying shit's offensive, then our art is going to avoid being offensive.
I don't think the art is a monolith like that. I think if a culture says something is offensive.
Kanye?
Wait, hold on. I think if culture says something is offensive, I think our art immediately splits into people that ride with that and people that immediately try to go against that.
It did. And all those people went to TikTok, and all the people that say shit's offensive live in LA, and that's where movies are made.
Okay, Drew's on to something. I actually think you hit the nail on the head there.
Okay, so basically we just need some TikTok people to make a movie then.
Pretty much.
No, we need people in LA to stop being pussies.
Work together. They need to work
TikTok
together.
people need to be making TikTok, and movie people need to be making movies.
Y'all need to get a little bit
People are
hardened.
the ones that are scared.
We need some more riots
Huh?
out there. You guys need to get a little hardened.
Yeah, people need to stop being pussies and
Bro,
stop being scared and be able to make a comedy.
I wish I could be in meetings with executives. I feel like I could just convince them of anything. If we
convince the executive with $4 billion.
Yeah, it's not your money on the line.
Yeah,
Nico's confidence.
Still think I could do it.
Nico's confidence.
Still think I could do it.
He thinks he could convince
Still think
Trump
I could do
of
it.
anything.
Still think I could, not of anything, but like, I think you can. Well, Trump is swayable, but because executives don't know what the fuck they're doing, bro. I would be like,
they think they're the smartest person.
I know,
Yes,
but I'd be like,
yes.
I would go, hey man, how many times have you done the most smartest play you could, the most risk averse, smartest play you could do, and it failed? And they'd be like, it happens, and I'd be like, okay, so then stop fucking doing that. It's not the play.
So they're gonna listen to you.
Yes,
and
bro.
What your idea is?
Yes, bro. They don't.
Bro, they could pay a team of people $50,000 to come up with like.
Yeah, they don't care about what you say, bro. I
They're-
hate to break it to you.
they're gonna-
They don't even do that. They just look at statistics and they'd be like, people are into this right now. People are into that. People love Harry Potter. They
You
don't
think-
like Fantastic Beasts. What should we do?
You
Make
think it's-
Harry Potter again?
Yeah.
Like it's not like.
But you're saying it's
all
at
math.
100% executives. Every single executive does that.
Does what?
Does what you just
I think
said.
there's some
They just
executives that are willing
they're
to
like,
listen to public
we're
opinion.
throwing it into the algorithm, and whatever the algorithm says, like executives,
Wow,
like
That's their job.
their job is to just obey the
profit,
algorithm.
They're not the creatives.
No,
in
their
Hollywood.
job is
They're the people
profit.
That are like, what
I
will
agree.
Make the most money?
I agree. But like Seth Rogen in the studio, to me, most insufferable character, because I'm like, just get out of the way. All these movies will be fine. You know what I'm saying?
Right. But he's a guy who loves movies. In that character, he loves movies, but it's his job to ruin them.
But it's not.
It's
That's
his
what
job to make the Kool-Aid movie.
it's not. He could have not done that.
It is.
He could have not done
His
that.
job is not to make good movies.
In-
His job
with-
is to make the studio money.
Within the show,
He loves movies and he's forced.
I know,
He's
but
not the writer and director.
maybe that's why I didn't like it, because I didn't buy the confidence. I was like, this guy could just greenlight better movies if he wanted to.
He has to greenlight what makes the people money.
He has a fiduciary
Yeah, but
responsibility to share
Kool-Aid
it
is
down.
not a guaranteed moneymaker. It could easily bomb.
Of course it can.
So then,
But
what are we talking
they
about?
got
Nico,
paid
listen,
money
bro, you
by
ain't making
Kool-Aid
shareholder
to
value.
make a movie.
They got the rights to it. The boss
Kool-Aid-
wants to make a movie.
yeah.
We're making the movie because that's what this is.
Because people don't know what they're doing half the time.
I'm saying he could have just greenlit Scorsese's movie at the beginning and been fine.
And then he would have got fired, and there would be no show because his boss didn't want that.
I don't know.
This is an interesting.
I mean,
argument.
obviously, yeah, that would be the choice.
I don't
that movie
know.
lovers would want. Let's make the Scorsese version
I don't-
of the,
I don't-
the Barbie knockoff.
I don't
but
think if the show had gone that route, like where he just makes the Scorsese movie, like it ends with him losing his job.
that is the one condition his boss gave him when he got the job is to get this movie.
It's also like this happens in real life.
I know it happens in real life, but I'm saying like the bro was the problem. Like if the movies he's making fail, it's
So
definitely
you're
on
saying
him.
if you were Seth Rogen, you would have stood on it and said, "No, we're making Martin Scorsese."
With my whole fucking chest, bro.
And
Not
if
e-
you continue
not even the
making
Kool-Aid.
Decisions like that, you will be fired from your job.
I don't.
Because you know what didn't make $1 billion at the box office? Flat
So I have
Pillars
a
of the
Flower Moon.
And you know what did? Barbie.
But okay, well then, so
Drew
then,
just kind of dropped.
so then, why bother? Why are you even trying to make movies, man? Like, give up. It's
Because
over.
they make $1 billion at the box office like Barbie.
Executives are not artists, bro. They
No, but I'm talking. I'm saying now. I'm saying now to you, Drew. Why bother trying to write a
They
movie?
they also because it's not one or the other. You can make Barbies, and there's also lanes of.
And
movies
Barbie was
of
also a
studios
great
and
movie.
sublets of studios that make notes.
So why
And
couldn't
bring
Seth
them
Rogen
back.
make?
Everything is a
Why
movie.
couldn't Seth Rogen make both of them? Make the Scorsese and the
He
Kool-Aid.
could. He has, bro. There's other scenes there's other episodes where he's making art house movies in the show. But,
Yeah.
But when they're trying to impress their what do you call it? Room of,
Shareholders.
investors. What do you call it?
Shareholders.
Shareholders. He's got to drop $1 billion bomb on them.
Yeah,
And
but
then
those
he has other
shareholders,
ones
the
where
thing
it's
about those shareholders is they're clueless, bro. You can bullshit them.
It doesn't matter if you go.
You
It
can
does not.
bullshit.
You actually cannot.
Let me in the fucking room.
And you're like,
I swear to God, let me in the
It's not
room.
like
$1
that,
billion
Nico. It's
with
not
this
like
safe
that.
bet.
How many executives?
$1 million, while the other studio profited $50 million.
How many-
You're gonna lose your job because why aren't we doing that?
Bro, how many executives does it change? Does it take to change a light bulb?
Hold up.
One to change it and 1,000 to ask them what
Bro,
they thought of it.
These shareholders aren't movie fans.
Yeah, they don't care.
I know that's why they're easy to bullshit because they don't know anything.
But that's the thing,
Yeah, but
Nico.
what movie fans have that much money?
It's not about the shareholders though, because the shareholders don't actually
Yes, it is.
say anything. It's about the executives.
do.
Hold up. Let me just go. It's the executives, and the executives are beholden to the shareholders. So
Right.
they might not know exactly what the shareholders want. They have an idea of it, and they have an obligation to do what's best for what they think is best for the shareholders. So they have to
Right,
take
which
the
means
movie that
it's
makes the
the
most money.
shareholders' control.
Yep,
Yeah.
exactly.
Right.
My argument
That's what I'm saying.
my argument is
want one thing, and that's money.
and my argument is the shareholders do not know the best path to the more money. They don't know.
Because you're focused. Why on more money? Because movies are making more money than they ever have in the history of the medium.
Well, not AMC. AMC's going broke.
AMC's a theater chain, bro.
Oh no, you're
I'm
right.
saying
you're right.
Studios, movies themselves.
I'm saying movies. It wasn't this normal for movies to make this much money back then.
Yeah, but
They're
adjusted
making so much.
adjusted for inflation, it's like Gone with the Wind
Wait,
is still
if
the highest
movies are
grossing
actually
movie.
making so much money, why is AMC going broke? I'm so curious.
Because
The movie will come out on streaming.
Because the CEOs of all these companies take $50 billion cut paychecks
that
at
makes
the end of
sense.
every fucking year.
That makes sense. They get the fucking
And also,
bonuses.
streaming, because during COVID, theater chains, specifically the CEO of AMC, cut a deal with Warner Brothers and a couple
That
other
guy's a
movie
piece
studios
of
to
shit.
reduce the theatrical window to 45 days.
I don't know if you know this, but that
It used
CEO
to
is
be
a
90
piece
days.
of shit.
No, it's going back up.
Adam
It used to
Aaron.
be 90 days. You remember
He's a
when you would see,
fraudster.
Adam Aaron. You remember when you used to see a movie and it used to be like a long ass time?
You're damn, that's
in
still in theaters.
Not even still in theaters. It used to be a long ass time so you'd see it in home video.
Yeah.
Yeah, a badass minute.
Now, if a movie bombs, it's streaming within 2 weeks.
100%.
Yes.
Snow White is already streaming.
Right.
That shit
That's,
came out, like,
that's
a month
because
ago.
of Adam fucking Aaron, bro.
Adam Aaron is a piece of
And it's
shit,
because
though.
Who's that guy?
yeah, and
He's the CEO
it's
of
because of
AMC.
fucking Warner Brothers when they cut the deal with HBO Max.
That just sucks.
Terrible deal. They're idiots.
Yeah, because the people who are running studios like this are like Wall Street people who weren't thinking about the
Yes,
long term. they're thinking about
100%.
short term.
Dude, these studios are tech companies now. They're not even fucking studios.
Brown is actually
but
right.
But they're also
If
people
you
that
did
cash
that,
in short term. What's
it's
going to make
fraud.
me the most money, not what's going to keep the studio
Yeah,
alive.
they don't, bro. They retire in 10 years having made $50 million. They don't give a fuck what happened.
I know
They
that.
don't care. They don't have any loyalty to.
I
they don't have
agree.
loyalty to their
I
family.
agree. I agree with that. David Zaslav, he's letting Warner Brothers burn while he gets a
Fucking
bonus.
hate that guy.
While he gets a bonus.
No, but Brown makes a good point in the chat. Defrauding shareholders, like if an executive takes a movie because he thinks it's better, but he knows that it's not going to be as popular, that could literally be considered fraud. Like you're defrauding your shareholders. I think Brown's right about that. Because if you have, as a CEO of a company, you have a fiduciary obligation to act in the shareholders' best interest, and if you don't, it's literally fraud.
You can go to prison for that, like
Yes.
fraud. Or
I'm not understanding how is picking a movie you think is going to be better but not make more money fraud.
If you
Because the
know
stakeholders only
that it's
care
gonna,
about money.
Yeah.
if you know it's gonna make less
And
money, then that could be
It's
I see-
subjective.
I don't know if that's exactly
Like,
what
you
Brown's
can't- you
saying,
can't-
but I'm
Movies'
saying that.
opinions are subjective.
No, but it's not about the opinion of the movie. It's he's saying this movie's projected more. If there's two movies and one is projected like more box office, if you pick the movie with the less box office, Nigga D's saying like that could be constituted as fraud because your job is to pick the
right.
most.
Oh, I thought you were saying the opposite.
Oh no, yeah.
Oh,
and that's why Seth Rogen picked, the Kool-Aid movie over the Scorsese one.
Yeah, I just feel like
It's a weird system.
That I feel like me in
Capitalism.
that like I just kept thinking like me in this position, I would do this job so differently than Seth Rogen's character.
Let's get you to the studio head business.
No, but I mean,
let's see.
And the other thing is,
that too.
they get fired anyways. Those executives always fucking get fired.
But they get a severance package, and they were getting paid like crazy
always
before.
get fired
and they,
anyway. So get fired and make.
Bro,
sense.
and they get a signing bonus to
They
go
never have to
somewhere
work
else.
another day in their
Yeah.
Mhm.
I'd be cool getting fired as a studio head.
Exactly. So like, why not just make the movie you want to fucking make anyway?
Because he
Yeah.
just got the job.
But also, if you wanted movies to be so good, you'd make movies. You wouldn't be like, I'm a studio.
Yeah, you're the director. You're the writer.
Yeah.
I don't know. That part.
That's valid.
There's ways you can be like, I want to make movies and
Bro,
but not
you wouldn't
be.
make it to that point. They appoint studio heads based on, will this guy make this company money?
Yeah, I wasn't.
can't
I wasn't
stumble into that
arguing.
position.
I wasn't arguing that.
It's rare that someone breaks the mold and and is able to just make whatever they want. Like there's some directors
Well,
like that.
it's hard to make something that's like people go, is Bob Iger an amazing studio head of Disney? What do you think, Nico?
My answer to that is no.
Why? He acquired Pixar. He acquired Lucasfilm.
Oh, yeah.
He acquired Marvel.
He's a great
He's an amazing
businessman.
CEO.
Amazing CEO businessman. Not amazing
But
movie
in
maker.
the meantime, did he dilute all of those properties?
That part.
Yes.
Bro, if I was a
It depends
shareholder,
on
you
what you-
pass. Oh yeah, the
That
brown.
would be hot.
Listen.
Exactly.
Yeah. Fuck. What were you just saying, Drew?
I'm saying, like, business-wise, he's amazing. But in doing what he did, he diluted all three of those major companies.
Yeah.
Not companies, properties. Every Marvel movie now, no one gives a fuck about them.
I agree.
I mean, they kind of do, but they kind
Yeah.
of don't.
It's
Lu-
there's
Star
Marvel
Wars can't even
fans.
get a movie made anymore.
Star Wars sucks.
Huh?
I said Marvel is just
Yeah,
for the
that's what I'm
Marvel
saying.
fans.
And Pixar, bro, Pixar used to have this.
Well,
like,
here's the thing.
ethereal
Iger-
say, oh, it's a Pixar movie.
The take that he's a good businessman is about to take a dive. Like that opinion is about to change.
Disney's
It's
starting
already
to
He's about
actually
to
doing that great.
leave.
Yeah.
He's about to leave.
He'll be remembered as
He already left and had to come back.
Yeah.
Because Bob Chapek didn't do a good thing. So when he leaves, he's going to be remembered as probably the best CEO of Disney of all time.
Oh yeah.
But
than
And
Walt,
Disney's going to
maybe.
probably fall because who the fuck can save that?
I agree.
And then the guy who picks up after him is going to be known as the worst Disney CEO.
But I'm not fully convinced of that. Depends on like
Nah, I kinda got it.
somebody with their shit together could go. Oh, what time is it?
I mean, yeah. I mean, if whoever picks up the job after Bob Iger does a great job, then fucking awesome. I'm just saying the shoes that they have to fill
It
is
is
fucking
huge.
insane.
It
Tim
is
Cook
huge
picking up
shoes.
after Steve Jobs. Good luck, bro.
Yeah, you gotta climb.
Hey,
Everest,
Tim
bro.
Cook.
Profit-wise,
he's done a good-
yes.
Tim Cook
Profit-wise,
hasn't done
yes.
too bad.
Profit-wise, I agree with you, but also,
How would you fix Disney?
how would I fix Disney?
You're CEO tomorrow. How do you fix the shit show that they created?
I walk over to
I would.
I walk over to Kathleen Kennedy. I walk over to Kathleen Kennedy,
Yep.
and I
That's
go
what
and I go, pack your shit up.
Yes.
You're gone.
Yes.
And I go to Kevin Feige. I smack him in the head. I go, get it together. What the fuck are you doing? You know,
Yep.
take a break, relax.
Well, okay. Well, let's go on a smaller scope. What would you do to save Star Wars?
Yeah, fix Star Wars.
Not Disney. How would you fix Star Wars?
How would I fix Star Wars? I would say
How would you repair that name in people's heads to where they're like, hey, there's a new Star Wars movie out. Let's go see that. I can't wait.
Leave it alone.
I would leave it alone for a few.
That's not an option. You have to make money.
Well, no, but well, my thing is, well, like it. So like, if you're honestly, actually, if it was me, full on, I live one life. This is my one life. I'm in charge of fucking Star Wars. I go, we're retconning episode 7, 8, 9. We're doing it again, and we're getting it right.
That is
Yes,
a bold decision.
Really?
I
Salute-
respect it
I would
heavy.
salute
That's
that.
crazy.
that's what I would do.
Or you could
Are
just
you
start
thinking-
remaking
Are
them.
you thinking
Like the OGs.
you're thinking like this is you're gonna come out statement wise? You're the head of Lucasfilm, Nico Ravello.
Yeah.
You're putting out a statement.
I'm at
These movies
D23. I'm at D23 on the stage. I go.
Yep.
Listen.
These movies don't
I go.
exist
Listen.
anymore.
7, 8, 9. Fumbled. We fumbled. We know it. You know it. Everybody knows it. There's a few people that like them, and you can enjoy those. But we fumbled. And because me personally, in my head, I'm like, I'd much rather see Star Wars be like, we're gonna retry episode 7, 8, and 9 versus we're gonna do episodes 10, 11, and 12 now. You know what I'm saying?
Wasn't Force Awakens like one of the most profitable movies?
It's profitable.
Yes.
That's probably the one I would change the least, honestly. Because it wasn't.
So all of them except the Force Awakens.
No,
What about
well,
the TV shows? Are you gonna leave the TV shows?
the TV shows can fucking. I mean,
The Mandalorian.
like,
fucking-
would I cancel them and shit? I don't know if I'd.
Yeah.
I would definitely be like, we gotta make these better.
Oh yeah.
I'd be like, season 3. What the fuck is?
Well, it's also
That's like
when you make things too accessible, they become less special.
I
There's
agree.
no special shit anymore. There's Star Wars every 2 seconds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I think deading all the TV shows,
Mm-hmm.
one movie every 2 years.
I think that's the
Oh,
best path
you said
forward.
wait. You said no TV shows?
I'd say dead them for a little bit.
Yeah.
No TV shows. Our focus is on movies, big tentpole movies.
Yeah. I
Because
mean,
TV shows too accessible.
See, I wouldn't retcon. I would just start fresh with a brand new
like
Star Wars
new
movie.
stuff.
This is-
That's not a bad
Yeah,
idea
but how
either.
do you get people to care?
You gotta have.
Well, people
some,
care.
you
gotta
have to have a
bring the
callback.
characters
I think
back.
you can
Okay.
get people to care. I think people care.
Bring the characters.
How,
back.
yeah, but how? Because they can't get a movie greenlit.
No one wants to be in a Star Wars movie anyway. You can't get.
Exactly. The
Well-
fan base is so toxic.
You find another batch of unknowns that are desperate for an acting job that can do the thing.
And that's all there is to it.
But you think
gonna-
this movie will make as much as The Force Awakens?
My new episode 7.
Yeah.
Yes, because I think the hype around the idea that like Disney's gonna be like we're retconning and we're starting over would be like what the fuck.
Would you
That would
have
be kinda
Han
hype.
Solo, Leia?
Yeah,
Skywalker, any of
We,
that.
so
I think the key, if you want to do if you're going with that idea, you make Luke Skywalker the main character.
Yes,
That's
yes,
what you want.
yes,
that I would change
yes.
so much of the Luke Skywalker shit in the sequels. Absolutely, I would
'Cause
change that.
I don't even remember if I've seen all of them.
He's not
I
just gonna
haven't
be on
seen
some
them.
I only saw
stupid ass
Force Awakens.
island.
I don't
Yeah.
give a fuck about the other
You
one.
didn't
I
see-
saw all three. They were
I saw Last Jedi and Rise of
I saw that
Skywalker.
one, and I have a very vague memory if I saw the third one.
I
don't remember.
I remember like a plot leaked of the Last Jedi like a year before it
Yeah, 'cause
came
it's
out.
supposed to be Colin Trevorrow.
No, he was gonna do the third one. Ryan Johnson was always
What
doing
one
Last
are you talking
Jedi.
about?
The second one, Last Jedi. Ryan Johnson.
Oh, okay.
I read a leak.
I don't-
That is such a third movie name, by the way.
The Last Jedi,
Yeah.
100%.
Yeah.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So wait, what is the last one called?
Rise of Skywalker.
That is the dumbest
Fucking
name
stupid.
possible.
What does that mean?
That's so stupid.
It's because Rey like basically is like, yeah, I'm a Skywalker at the end.
It's
so
so
the
dumb.
plot twist is the name of the movie.
I guess so.
It's not really a plot twist.
It's barely a plot twist.
I think it was a strange idea to pick up where they left off and make Luke Skywalker not in it.
Yeah.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
agree.
Well,
But
He was in it.
You know,
he
that-
was in
that-
it though, wasn't he?
you know what I would make?
like a
You know what I would make?
30 seconds.
Yeah,
Not
he's on
even.
the middle of some island for 1,000 years.
I would
That's
love.
stupid as fuck.
I would entertain the like thinking about like a Luke Skywalker Ahsoka movie because
what is that?
Ahsoka's good.
From the
Ahsoka
Clone Wars.
Ahsoka
Yeah,
is
girl?
From the
Yeah.
Clone
is
Wars.
Anakin's Padawan. So like the idea of like the girl who was trained by Anakin and his son are like teaming up would be kind of cool.
That would be pretty dope.
I would
That's
enjoy that.
interesting.
Yeah, but why would my mom go see that? You know,
You're,
because she saw the Force
loves the
Awakens.
original Star Wars.
Saw the Force Awakens.
and why did she go see that?
For
Because
Star Wars and
pop
forever.
culture wise, reset everyone. So
Okay.
how do you get everyone? There hadn't been a Star Wars movie that people cared about in over 10 years.
We spent 6 years in development.
That's what I'm saying. You gotta just not.
But
do
this
shit
also
forever.
this new one,
It's
I
like
mean not the
Drake,
new
you
one, the
just go
Force
in the
Awakens,
corner for a
was
while.
the promise of it was it's a return to the Star Wars that you like,
The Force Awakens.
and the return to the Star Wars that we like was garbage.
The Force Awakens.
So how do we win people's trust back? Because we had their trust and we broke it.
Yeah.
Well-
Prequels were shit.
well,
No one liked
Not
them.
prequels.
Can I
Prequels
tell
were
you?
the ones that people hated.
Yeah.
It's
This
a-
was like it's not like Word. It's like the OG.
You
And it
have
was
to do the
still
10-year
shit.
break. You
It's-
gotta have people crave it. Like
It's a
Yeah,
long,
Star Wars is
painful
so
answer.
long.
It's a long, painful answer, but you just you make it, and it's gonna underwhelm. But in the box office, it'll underwhelm. but critically they'll be like, wait, like it'll be one of those things where people go, damn.
So you're saying
I
word of
should've-
mouth is our best bet?
And would you
Yes.
on the movie after
Yes.
that being
Word of mouth
bigger?
is our best. Would I what?
So you're saying what you're saying is in order to bring the value of that IP back, you have to play the long game.
Yes.
You have to gradually win people's trust back by quality.
Yeah.
Smart. Okay. Okay. I can get behind
It's
that.
it's the only way to do it.
It's a good recipe.
Unless you, because the other way is like the Marvel stunt cast RDJ back into the MCU. Like fuck that.
That's so.
Yeah, but
cheap.
they already did that shit with Star Wars. Where they're like, oh, the Emperor's back.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And fuck,
You know?
that was a horrible play. They should never have done that. That was so fucking stupid.
Well,
Damn,
they short term their shit. They diluted their entire property.
they blew their
very
load
quick.
too fast, bro. It's fucking you gotta
And
tease.
also,
You gotta.
They made very obvious bad decisions.
Yes.
Let's
Oh,
take
yeah.
Yes.
one of the most iconic characters of all time, Han Solo. Let's not make him Harrison Ford.
They changed it.
Well,
He's not. He's Alden Ehrenreich in Solo.
I
the movie.
Oh,
that
really?
to me that
That's
that is not to me that's not immediately bad. Like recasting for a
That's-
younger.
If I was sitting in the room and someone pitched an idea, let's make a Han Solo origin story, and he's not Harrison Ford, I'd say let's not do that.
Really?
Not make a movie instead of recast.
I'm
it.
not.
Yeah.
I'm not immediately like
I don't think
opposed to
recasting
that.
If it was
Break the
Phil
deal.
Lord and Chris Miller who said it to me, I'd say I'd like to see what you have in mind.
Right. Right.
But if it's
Exactly.
someone else, I'm like, that doesn't sound like a good idea.
Yeah, definitely dependent on who's directing and like writing, but it's not to me like the what do you prefer? Do you prefer like them deep faking Luke Skywalker's face on
No,
a?
I prefer them not
Do
doing
it. Yeah, just leave it alone.
Oh, so just don't even.
Luke Skywalker's dead.
No, okay,
He's-
okay.
he's
I
gone.
say if you want Luke Skywalker in the movie, he's gonna
Listen,
be in the 60s.
Are you
Or
guys?
go watch the other ones.
I don't disagree with I'm not totally against the casting a younger like it depends. Like if you come up with a cool idea, if there's a cool idea, it's a cool idea, you know. Like I'm not immediately like no, there's no way that
I
would
don't know,
work.
You want another Indiana Jones that's not Harrison Ford?
Indiana Jones is a little different than Star Wars.
And then Han Solo?
Yeah,
Both
because
Harrison Ford in iconic roles.
Indiana Jones is that guy is the franchise. Star Wars is the universe, is the franchise. It's different.
I don't think the start. I was talking about Ryan. I was talking to Ryan this earlier. Well, not earlier, a while ago. But I was like, if you deviate too much from what people like in Star Wars, people don't like it. And if you don't deviate, people say it's the same bullshit over and over again.
I think
So
Andor.
I don't think there's that much to do.
I think Andor is proves that point wrong. Actually,
Okay.
But no
That's
one
what we-
cares about Andor.
Nico, you were the first person I've talked to that has seen that show.
well,
Drew is probably the only other person that knows about it in my life.
I'm just saying, people watch Andor, but it's Star Wars. If you said Star Wars this time 10 years ago, people would be like, "Holy shit, a Star Wars TV show!" Now it's
yes,
like, oh yeah, watch Andor.
I agree
Yeah.
with that, but I don't think that's like a gone for. Like I think you can get that back, but
I don't think it's gone forever. I'm saying if strategically they put you in charge, you'd have to make fundamental changes.
Every decision.
Yeah,
has to
of
be,
course.
This is the best decision to make.
yeah, and I think you.
Because Andor is not a valuable not nearly as much of a valuable property as it should be.
I agree with that for sure,
Right.
but
So Kathleen Kennedy's job is to make it that valuable.
yeah, but she.
And it's
Didn't she already on the way out?
picking up her mess.
Well, here's the thing. Here's the thing.
It's hard.
I probably would never have made Andor. Like,
Why?
if someone pitched me that, because first of all, I was not hooked on it. I was reluctant to watch Andor. I was like, I don't give a shit about this.
What's the premise? What's the premise of the show? Because I have no idea.
It's Cassian. So, did you watch Rogue One?
Yeah, I did. I actually like.
You did? Okay, so it's technically, it's about Cassian. It's like the 5 years before Rogue One, and it's the journey of him going from like a fucking loser nobody to like a legitimate like revolutionary. Like that's
Wait,
really.
So it's a prequel.
It's a show that's a prequel to a prequel
Yep.
of part 4
Yep.
of the movie.
Deep in the lore. Deep in the lore,
They're
baby.
world building.
Deep in the world
It takes place
building.
after the prequels, but before Rogue One.
And it works.
That's
And it works. And it works.
For them to greenlight that show. And
Kill
it
me.
works. All right, I hear you.
But there's nothing else for them to greenlight.
Yeah.
Like thing is like garbage.
Like
Yeah.
a show about a prequel character, and it's also
Yeah.
a prequel.
It's world building.
It's a move you make when you don't know what the fuck you're doing, but for some reason they hired Tony Gilroy and he fucking nailed it. I don't know what to tell you, bro. It's
What other stuff has Tony Gilroy
Shout out
made?
to Tony Gilroy.
I think his big ones are like Michael Clayton and
Oh.
what the fuck else? He's done a couple things. He's like he's sort of like a rewriter. Like he gets like on Rogue One, he got hired to like fix the movie. The movie was like already fucking made, and then he.
Boy, it was reshot and recut.
Yeah.
I don't know any of that.
Oh, yeah.
I feel like if I knew that, it might ruin it a little bit. But
Oh, and it's glaring too.
He was the.
I watched it once in college for a class because it was a.
Bro, if you watch the trailer for Rogue One, there's like 30 shots in it that are not in the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
Nah, we watched it as like a diversity in film thing, and because
That's
there's like
it.
a diverse cast, it was a.
Well, Disney would fucking at the time
Yeah.
would love
Yeah.
that. They'd be like, "Fuck, that's amazing PR."
Yeah. But like, yeah, it's 100% like if I was Kathleen Kennedy in the room thinking about Andor, the show, I'd be like, we're not doing that. What the fuck? You know what I would do? The only pitch
What?
that there was a Star Wars movie pitch from James Mangold that is
Boba Fett.
no. It's like a they said it was like a movie that's gonna be about like the first Jedi ever, like way like before prequels.
I thought that was what the Game of Thrones dudes were doing.
I think the Game of Thrones guys. I don't even think they announced like any kind of plot. They just were like they're doing a Star Wars,
I
and
thought
then
they were
What
doing like
Lord of the Rings is doing. They're doing like the creation of the rings.
Yeah,
and shit.
but that show bombed.
yeah, that show.
And they're still. You drop that much money on, you got to drop a
The
little.
most expensive show in TV history.
And
too.
the worst part
billion,
is
right?
the worst part is Amazon can take that loss, no problem.
Oh, they don't
Nothing,
know
right?
that.
That's what's crazy. But that's another reason I'm like, how could these executives be so like risk averse when it's like, if you're an executive at Amazon, like, what risk are you? There's no risk.
Well, Amazon also makes billions of dollars doing.
That's why I'm
literally
like
everything else.
That's why I'm like, what risk is there in Amazon Prime? You know what I mean? Like, make whatever you want.
I
They
feel like way less risk with Amazon Prime.
It's not.
Well,
It's not that they're scared of risk.
They're
scared
planning
of-
on it
they're
losing
not
money.
scared of
Making the
anything. They're
fucking
just like,
beast
why
games.
wouldn't we just make a Lord
Yeah.
of the Rings thing?
Yeah, if we have the money, fuck it. What else
yeah,
we
that's what I'm
spend it on?
saying. That's why I'm like, Amazon is.
Well, didn't Amazon acquire Village Roadshow?
I
They'd
think
be
so.
making Amazon
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
They acquired MGM.
Yeah, man,
Right?
MGM's huge.
Holy
I'm
shit!
saying, like,
We got
smaller.
almost 4 hours.
Yeah.
Holy
We're
shit!
going ham in this bitch.
All right, listen.
You guys can keep going. I kind of got.
Yeah,
cleared,
Nickity's
but
got a
y'all can
dip.
Keep going if you want.
I look-key want to keep talking like on the phone if you guys are about.
Go for it.
I'm down.
All right,
All right.
all
yo, it
right.
was
We're gonna
good
end the
talking to
stream.
y'all.
We're gonna call it. I'm gonna call you guys.
I
Literally.
Oh, I thought you meant
Yeah,
keep going on the
low-key.
stream.
No, I'm cutting the stream, but I'm gonna call you guys because I want to keep talking while I pack this shit up.
Fire.
But
All right. Have a good night, y'all. Appreciate you calling in.
Eileen, you're the bomb. Thank you for watching.
We weren't trying to make fun of you, bro. I,
totally
promise.
forgot we were on stream.
We were deep in it,
We
bro.
were not
Yo.
trying to make fun.
We
of you.
tackled Iran and the movie industry, the top 2 issues in my life right now, honestly.
Make sure you drop a
Like,
like.
still watching?
My
Brown, you
cousins.
still there?
There's 7
Yeah, add
people.
Brown to the call.
We got 7. I'll add Brown.
Yeah, but
I bet.
Yeah.
I'll call you guys in a sec.